Yo, what's up, guys? It's Circle 2 Square here. Welcome back to another stream. I know I'm a little late. It's okay. We're here. We're ready to stream the game. It's okay. I just didn't want to watch fucking Beast Coast versus ITB. And then fucking BDS versus CAG. They went to all three maps. I mean, it probably looked exciting, but like, oh my god, that's such a... Like, BDS don't look good right now. It's like actually a mid-off. Like, actually a mid-off from BDS. My favorite team from EU. I called them mid. I can't help it. So, we're going to watch the Bleed versus M80 second map game.
Welcome back to Bleed versus M80 here. We've seen Cafe go down in favor of the North American roster.
We'll just get...
Of course, it's not a done
we're
deal
also going to
yet.
watch
It was
whatever
just the
games
first map,
here.
and it was their map pick. Bleed do have a chance to fight back and continue their undefeated streak against this M80 roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's...
Their map pick of Oregon coming up. Which
it's not
DZ
DZ versus
In
Bliss.
their history. Sure, they got a win over Talon yesterday. That was very, very close, but a really good showing against the World Champs a couple months ago at SI. This is a map that is very, very comfortable for them, but also very, very comfortable for a lot of teams in the world. Oregon is kind of a default map for a reason. M80 got one of their first big wins in this game, a comeback against the Sonics in the regular season when the Sonics were still looking in very good form and didn't kind of collapse as they did midway through the season. So it's also a map that all these players will have played, all feel very comfortable on. That's why Oregon, in my opinion, can sometimes be kind of a risky map to pick. A lot of teams know what to do on it. A lot of teams are prepped for it. It could be a good decider, but Bleed, so comfortable on it, they do want to pick it, and it's where we're going to look to see them even up, as you said.
Yeah, but of course we did see M80 beat ITB 7-0 on this map very, very recently.
Literally yesterday.
Yeah, so it's not a map that M80 are going to be upset to see. I guess Bleed have had a little bit of time to try and do some counter-strat work on it, but I'm not too concerned for M80. I think that after winning the first map, they got momentum on their side, and moving into the second map, this should be an opportunity for the North American roster to qualify for the main stage here in Manchester. Of course, Bleed have historically always beaten out M80, but with this new look roster, it seems like the European Brazilian concoction could indeed take
also
the fight
M80
to the
sucked last year.
Southeast
Let's just say
Asians.
that. In
Let's dig
international
into the
competition,
second map.
M80
Bleed's
fucking
pick, it is
sucked.
Oregon.
They
And
blew
Bleed
every
also starting on
competition.
the attacking side,
They
so if
could
you're
not
worried
get
about
anywhere.
anything close to
They
that
just
7-0
wasn't
happening
good.
again,
It's like
M80 starting on Oregon defense.
I think it's the
side,
iconic
they went up
effect.
6-0 on against ITB yesterday. So history could very well repeat itself, as Bleed also been the recipient of not one, but 2 7-0s so far this tournament, albeit within the same series against SSG back in Phase 1. Still a bit of a daunting prospect, though, that they could face, especially if M80 not only could get a favorable ban phase, but also specifically if they just start out hot and shooting straight on their defensive side in the game against ITB.
So M80 banned Blitz.
M80
It's
banned
fine. Aspie
Deimos
ran.
and Fenrir. They've already changed strategy.
Yeah, it
They
was
banned out
Aspie who
the
ran
Blitz,
Blitz
which got a
last.
lot of use on Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, though, to see that Blitz ban like 2 maps in a row now from M80, where Bleed were actually leveraging that Monty to quite a bit of success, which has, by the way, slipped on through. Historically, M80 are a bit of a fan of that Monty ban. We've seen it quite a few times, sometimes banned against them. ITB banned it against them on this map where they played yesterday. Now it's been slipped on through. Kaid going out. What's the final roundabout for? It's a Fenrir. Okay, so Mira is still in.
Azami still in, Solus still in.
Is still in. Yeah, a lot of big hitters. Valkyrie.
Azami really the big one for me on this map. Because, like, Solus, really good at roaming, but roaming, you got to have a really specific intention, really specific vision with it, or you overcomplicate sites like
It's a
Basement.
smaller map.
Yeah, exactly. And you overcomplicate things very quickly. Whereas Azami basically doesn't shut down and
So the winner of this game will go to main stage, so it could be really good for M80 just to see them go, but I kind of want Bleed to go.
On Dorms, really useful for holding the trophy position. Azami can almost do it entirely by herself, maybe with some magnets to catch projectiles or a mute jammer to stop Rotero drones. Can basically make 2 entire bomb sites way, way better for the defense just by her presence being there. But of course, that's, I'm sure, one of the many reasons why M80 did not bring Azami in the first round, and have actually brought the Vigil, an operator that really you probably are going to use on the roam.
Very much so. Bit of an unusual pick, but I wouldn't discount Noodle. I mean, he's been phenomenal so far in this series. On that first map, he was by far and away the best player, 129 EPS, really big hitter on the opening kills, got 12 kills to just 7 deaths overall. Yeah, like we said, 3 of the M80 players are in the top 10 of the tournament so far at Manchester. So M80, if a player wants to pick something and go for it, then I would 100% back him in.
Plus, you got at least one round. You don't need to go 6-0 up on Oregon defense every single time. Of course, if Bleed do get a basement win by extension, that could very quickly spiral, especially since this is their pick. Ooh, Boss G Hollow. Interesting choice. Not the K1A.
I'm surprised that people actually go for this Boss G.
To be fair, I mean, I also am a bit surprised by it, but it is like a one shot down to the body.
Yeah. Still, I mean, we got to finish that off.
They don't know that Vigil's still over here. Oh, wait.
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oven going to be the main person hunting for him right now with those Inox scans. Kino put to very low HP as one player.
Kino tried to poppy fight Aspie, and Noodle's just waiting here. He's probably hearing Hoven. But Reeves is just pushed us all hit.
Pushing down, shooting the freezer cam, backing out. Bleed, not really facing any problems with this roam.
Roam
they
clear,
back with the Dokkaebi
confirmed.
call. He moves back down to the site.
Metros, get your
this
ass
is where the
in
pick
here.
of the Vigil can sometimes be a little difficult because you want to use him to have impact on that roam, but by bringing the Vigil, you've not brought an Azami. You've not brought a
These Vigils
Smoke.
can probably
You
sit
now just
by
have a guy
single wall
playing on the site.
here
Not exactly the
and just
best
use
gun
his
in the
Boss
world if
G.
you miss 1 or 2 of those shots.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Hollow, like, this is a pretty average weapon. You really have to be quite good at it. Of course, like we said, Noodle's been great, so I won't fault him. And this is a very difficult bomb site to attack, even at the best of times. Now, Bleed, they've got map control.
So you're going to
open up
save
these
some of these
hatches.
Habana
It
pellets
remains to be seen
for
where
the
their
mirror
eventual
windows.
push
I think
will
they've
look
drawn
to
that
go
out.
down, but they've
and
got
it's
a
pretty,
lot of options,
pretty well done.
particularly
Because
the
I mean, they
Capitan.
have
They've also got
smokes,
smokes on the Jackal.
but
There is a
you're
wall
not
on the
going to.
board with the
You can only smoke a mirror
with
window
Spoit
for so
picking it,
long.
So I would be a little bit concerned about where that's coming from.
But
Kino just gets
Kino
aggressive
just
up the rear
pushes
stairs,
aggressively.
takes down Asfi. Now that's the Capital. That's the majority
That's
of your utility
huge.
to look for an execute.
Especially because you don't have Ying.
Especially with the absence of a Grim, you want to use those fire bolts to make sure nobody can push up long
Damn.
haul and shoot at Reeps when he's dropping down E-Box hatch. You also want to use it to stop the bunker
Yeah, but
position.
Meat-Jams-
With that gone,
he's
you're
gonna
really
Meat
just
Jam
using the
himself.
Deathmark trackers and the one Dokkaebi call you've just now used to try to make it, and there's still Goyo packs in your way.
He
Oh,
got
nice shot, though.
smoked.
From Turnstile,
Oh,
long
no.
one, but Noodles big for it. Him and Kino spring up, and it's quite an easy lockout for M80. Fired up once again. Very solid defensive round. Not quite a look in for Bleed.
And Noodle got a Boss G kill, so he justifies the whole thing.
Of course.
He brings the Boss G, gets the kill, and I mean, to be fair, in hindsight, he does justify it by getting that kill. M80 overall, just a solid defense. The tools Bleed had, coincidentally, given the presence of the Vigil, actually very good for a roam clear. We have the Inox scans with the Jackal. We've got the
I don't
Dokkaebi
think that was
calls.
a coincidence. I think that was their intention. It meant that they lacked anything, though, for the execute.
Well, but that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, sure, yes, it was their intention, but it's like, oh, they bring the operators, they scare back the Vigil, which M80 wanted to play. That's a
They
well
just
good.
didn't have the
And then once they lose
losing
the
at
counter,
Aspie
it's
was
like,
huge because
Grim.
Aspie's able to cut
All the
off
Dokkaebi's used,
angles,
not a lot of flashes.
4
Ings
angles
banned,
with his
Ings
smokes,
banned,
no
not a
more
lot of
with
smoke.
his
Monty.
asphyxiation
Yeah,
bolt.
they were real.
Grenades.
And so, but
Basically,
and
his
that's when
fireballs.
I think coincidentally,
So.
technically isn't accurate, but that's why I said it is okay. They anticipate a heavy roam on basement, which to be fair, M80 were
He
getting
was just running around
very
looking for
aggressive
every drone.
in their game against ITB. One example, in round 1 on basement, Spoit was playing in dorms and took down one of the players in the roam clear. So I think they anticipated that same roam from M80, but then once it's not there, because you committed to that operator selection, you brought the Jackal and the Dokkaebi, what do you have when it's just a 5-man hold on site?
Well, there's a lot of footage out there for Bleed playing this map. They've already beaten PSG Talon. They lost it to FearX so far at the major. And these teams actually did play each other on this map at SI. It was a 7-5 in favor of Bleed. Obviously very different M80 roster back then. But
Oh no,
historically,
someone's
this has
getting
been one of Bleed's
frost matted,
best
and it's
maps
not
on
going to be
a-
Kino.
bit of a streak with it, with the exception of
It's
that
not gonna
FearX
be
game.
Kino.
If you don't count that, they're on a 5 or 6 game win streak.
Reeves is just
But
taking
of course,
some
M80
fucking.
looking
Man.
very organized. They've done some good VOD work. Spoit's feeling a bit of pressure now. He's highly aware. He's also got some support from up in Big Tower to spray through that window and afford him the ability to
The
forfeit.
cameraman's waiting right here, so they can't really push into.
It's such a good setup for M80, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
well,
excuse
really
me.
not just because it fits the way they want to play Oregon. They want to contest that space heavily, and so it really makes sense that they want to go for this master bedroom aggression with the shotgun close on bedroom door, the Azami inside a trophy, holding down this position, putting Spoit on this operator. Also a really nice call from M80 in the strat. So very, I think, sensible play right here.
I think I
and
want to
also
try
having
that
Solus
though.
on the Realm.
Just
I'm
like
curious
let's
how
see
much
how
they're gonna be ready
see
for
what
this. They
people
brought the
do.
Jackal and the Doku because they were concerned with the
do.
Realm last time. They don't need it this time, but are they aware of the possibility of Noodles going on this Realm?
It's gonna work. I think he's revealed his
You've
position.
got to hear him at that point. He's like, where the
No,
fuck?
both of them are droning still, so they're not
Oh my
seemingly aware of it.
He literally could have run out.
Bleed are looking very slow, looking very stalled. And I haven't seen M80 really break a sweat so far at all. Bleed haven't made a lot
They're
of
very
progress.
fucking slow.
No, they haven't. And when you're thinking about what progress are they going to make, well, they've only got one hard breacher who's put 2 Selmas on the attic wall. And sure, bedroom wall is open, but there's pocket reinforcements. Cameraman can reinforce this off if he wants, especially since there's nobody actually outside of the bedroom balcony right now. So I don't really know exactly what Bleed want to go for execute-wise at the moment. It seems they're just trying to hit lurks.
Oh, well, if Reaps does find a kill or two on this lurk, it would be big.
That's.
But meanwhile, Citizens found his, and M80 just so completely aware of these
Yeah,
lurks,
they've got-
and Citizens now going for a bit of a roam. After finding one kill, Reaps doesn't have the read on him, and, well, at least, I guess, Bleed have found something, but a kill onto Cameraman, clearing that player
But then
in
I only
game
know
is
one's
not going to be
below.
near enough. Hover needs to go very big here from his position. There is, thankfully, already the wall opened on game, so it does open up an opportunity for Bleed, but time's ticking away. They got to go big. Diffuser is far from home. Another smoke to go down. Mentalist falls, and that does mean the Diffuser's on the ground. A very significant numbers advantage now for M80 as Bleed look to pick up the pieces. Terza finds one. Sprinting on through the smoke is Citizen.
It's gonna
Open and shut
stare.
case again for M80.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about this.
Bringing the right tools for the job if there was a roam for M80 in the first round, and then in the second round,
This game's
really
still
not
at 4
bringing
minutes. We'll
the
see
relevant
FaZe
tools.
versus
Not necessarily-
PSG.
they-
Ooh, that's gonna be
you
a
know
good
what?
game as
I was
well.
going to be a little more negative. Let me nuance this a
Oh,
bit.
wow. Did you see that?
What?
Table slam from Reaps.
Wow, I actually did not see that. Jesus.
Wow. Was that? I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, he's a man that barely shows emotion when he plays, but I mean, tactical timeout called by Julio. Pretty glum faces here on Bleed. Like, you think about the Atlanta Major and what they were renowned for. It was that energy, and we're not seeing that at all. This is the first map they went down 0-3. Second map so far 0-2. But it's not just the scoreboard, it's the nature of how they're looking that is concerning. I mean, Reap's not even making eye contact with Julio there. Julio's doing everything he can to fire up his squad.
And also paying particular attention to Reaps there. I mean, didn't go over to the other players and do the same tap. I think recognizing that, I mean, the highest rated player on Bleed right here, getting a little bit tilted, definitely something you got to be concerned about. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's understandable, right? Like, this is kind of what I was going to hit on, which is...
The table?
Yeah.
No, that was Reaps.
that was clever of you. That was funny.
Thank you, man.
But something I was going to hit on, which was, you see the strat called, and it's okay. You want to go for a master bedroom attic take because there's a hole in the wall, but you rotate over to attic with only one hard breacher, and Cameraman's just alone to sit by bedroom. Sure, you have Hoven lurking, but nobody's on bedroom balcony. You're just hoping that Cameraman rotates in front of trophy, and Cameraman isn't really incentivized to do that because he's not facing pressure from bedroom. He does actually end up doing that, so Hoven gets that kill, but you don't have anything other than that. You just have Reaps walking up white stairs.
Yeah, meanwhile, 2 players die down to the kitchen room. Right?
Exactly. Citizen just running around, no flank watch. Sure, maybe we could attribute that to
Okay, but the thing is,
really, it's
when they're going for
also
this,
not
they
setting
have,
things up and
like, let's say
thinking
2,
ahead of
3 people working
Well,
on the
this
execute.
round is
You have
where
1,
you
2
always
people
get a bit of a
lurking.
look in.
Those 2 people need to
The
work
cliche we
together on
Yeah.
the lurk.
You're moving on to the tertiary bomb site. Like, the win rate of the primary 2 sides is astronomical compared to this, well, both of the tertiary options here for defense. And that's why it's just so important for Bleed.
Then they have a
Like, if they lose here, honestly, the series may be just about done. M80 had a 3-0 lead on the first map, and they converted that to a fairly convincing 7-4 victory. Even though Bleed are now on their attacking side, I would really hazard a guess that if we see history repeat itself here, I wouldn't be surprised if M80 can cruise through an easy 2-0.
But I feel like Bleed can definitely
I would agree
like,
with that. I
wake
mean,
the fuck
especially
up
since they're
though.
able to convert that, a potential.
You've seen it
Well, I suppose
before.
not
Bleed,
potential, a
Bleed's
6-0
too
start
good
against
not
SB
to
yesterday
at least
into
go to a third
one
map.
attacking
Come on.
victory, 7-0. It's very, very possible. And that Sonics game I mentioned earlier is a game won on the attacking side for M80.
I'm working
They have good attacks on this map, and again, great individual players if maybe the strats aren't succeeding as well as they wanted. Summer Charge destroyed, I believe, by a bandit battery right there, if I saw it correctly. Oh, Mentalist.
Yeah, they know that Zombie's
Oh,
holding bathroom, and
Jesus.
Aspie just gets
He's literally
DO'd.
Aspie hit his Monty with a lifeline and then died to Kino.
Wow. Some serious disjointedness here for Bleed. Now Kino taken low, but not taken out as of yet. This player way outside the white window is
You've
trying
got to have
cut
someone.
off the retreat.
Yep.
It's Hoven.
You've got to have
Deal a
someone
lot of
working the
damage with this
backside.
ARX.
They have 4
Good
people, and
flash,
he's
but
yeah.
look
See,
at that from Classroom.
you
Simpson
really have
gets
to have.
active.
Okay,
Finally, Bleed find their first pick.
so
Good
Noodle
for
and Turd
Mentalist.
bring up
Very
the
good
numbers back.
initiative and much needed as well. Terz
But
is able
okay,
to heal him
so
up
the real
a
big
little bit
factor
with
of
that
this take is
Finka.
you have 4 people over
3v3,
here.
very
You
achievable.
have 4 or
But we
5
know
people
how
working here.
much Bleed
Because
need
Hoven
to
has to
win
watch
this
the
round.
windows. You have
They've
to
spotted
send.
Kino. This is a player
Aspie
that
died.
could exploit the
Aspie would have been
Monty
the
around
one to
the
go
corner.
from
Oh,
this
but he's able to
lobby
fall
side to
back.
add pressure.
Benefit of taking out Hoven on that bottom white window earlier. They have immediate control of the site though. But Citizen singular C4. Oh, but he's
That's
taken
it.
down. This could be the round.
That's exactly what they needed. Info on Kino now, low HP, as Mentalist looks to force him on back. And a good pre-fire from Reaps. The smack in the table, now he's smacked down cameraman. Kino in a 1v3, and it looks nigh impossible. Terz has got him on lock. The conversion of the
He's
tactical
so
turret,
angry, he's like,
everything
"Fuck
Bleed
it."
were looking for.
Now Reaps definitely still looking a little unhappy.
Wow, that is some serious tilt, man.
Oh wow.
Is he angry at his team? Or is he angry at the game? That's what I can't read. Wow.
I could vaguely hear Mentalist a little bit earlier, which is why I was silent right there.
We're trying to listen.
Is
That-
anything interesting?
Well, no, that's why I stopped talking. So I was like,
Couldn't
oh,
hear him this time.
I heard something for a brief
I
second.
miss-
It looks like tilt right there. That
Yeah.
looks
And
angry.
they won the round, right? 3v0.
Well, and this was something I was going to bring up. I mean, honestly, thank you, Reeves, for looking angry there, because I have a reason to talk about this. This is in the promotion game. They're not out of the tournament if they lose this.
No.
But
I think it harks
you'd
back to what we
rather
were talking about a little
clean
bit
it up
before. Like,
because
in
teams
Atlanta,
have
even at
momentum
SI,
now.
Bleed were underdogs. They were every win that they got was like, oh, you know, these
Oh my
guys are
God.
getting paid, la la la. We're down in
It's like Mentalist
Singapore.
said, when they beat Sonics, we should go to NA and get the bag, no?
Yeah, exactly. And now, like, I feel like the expectation has risen quite a lot for Bleed. Like, in a way, they are the favorites in this match because they've beaten
No.
M80 every time they've played. Very different M80 roster now, and Bleed have finally gotten over the hurdle of Fury in their local region as well. So like, they are without doubt the best team in Asia now. But that extra pressure is proving to be a little bit more of a hindrance than an aid.
And, you know, to also contextualize that round, I mean, it
So they
was
bring the
3-5
Twitch for the
that they had to
Miras.
win, with
They're gonna
Mentalist
try
versus
and close
Charles
off
Holly
this
getting that
extended
goal inside
round,
the
but,
site and then eventually
Mute
pushing Kino back
Jams-
too.
That's the kind of round where you should be like fierce bumping your teammates and smack talking the enemy team after you win that.
Yeah, I mean, they did win the 3v5, but I suppose the way I'm taking it is, I mean, Aspie also Zofia lifelined his
Yeah.
Monty, putting him to 50 HP, then immediately died afterwards. Halvin also getting shot from the classroom window. Again, flank intel a little lacking for Bleed. There are still problems in their attack, even if, as you rightfully pointed out, you won the 3v5, and that's still exciting that you came back from that 2-man deficit. Going to basement now. If they can win this, this really should be the one that would regain the momentum. It's basement, even if it's a 1v1. If you're able to win here, that feels fantastic.
Oh, he just pushes up
Mentalist
with
to
no
Benvana
util.
has been
The
caught by a
Citizen.
quick run-up by Citizen
That's
on board.
huge because the mirror windows are
Very
going to stay up
aggressive from
unless
Citizen. I'm
Hoven's
not
able
sure. I think
to
that he
use all of his
timed that
util.
with the hatch and laundry opening as well, so quite an aggressive play from him, and that will punish not only Mentalist, but it punishes the amount of flashbangs available. And
Aspie's just gonna fuck it.
a bit as well. Aspie's going to get desperate. He
Nice.
drops down.
Oh.
He finds his man.
No,
Can't
he isn't
find the
able to
second
find
one,
the
his
shot
teammate
though. They
falls
didn't
as
open
well.
a bunk
A
window.
desperate
Or
attempt from Bleed, but it does not find any merit whatsoever. 2 versus 4. They have lost.
Turd still
all
has 3 death
momentum in this
marks.
round.
Turd has 3 death marks still. But I mean, I guess you're not gonna use. Just drop
Even
the
if we-
fucking.
You got the Dokkaebi calling the deathmark trackers, I suppose, but what?
No, it's
1v1
not gonna
going to
work here with the
isolate
mute
on
jammers.
basement.
Yeah,
Wow,
Kino's got
not
him.
that one.
Kino's been very good today. He does get traded on back. All up to Reaps. I can only imagine what he's thinking right now. Viv is getting very excited as well.
Viva San
And Mady
Pedro.
looking very calm, like this is just another day in the office, but Bleed in contrast. My God, what a... I don't even
You
have
just
words
have to
for this.
hope
like,
for
what
a,
is going on with Bleed? This is not the energy we
Not a
expect out of them.
BDS.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, because why the hot drop?
I think it was just desperation. Asphy's like, oh, Mentalist is dead with 4v5. Time to just go for it.
I mean, I guess, but
You still
and
have
he did get
numbers.
the kill pillar. I'll give him that, but you're in the 4v5. You're hot dropping Evox. That's not exactly a position that's going to catch M80 off guard, especially when you've got 3 players around that usually. Maybe 2 at a minimum. 1 long haul, 1 the bunker single door, and then probably 1 inside of sight as well. And then they're immediately traded out. I get the call to kind of speed up the pace. In isolation, I get that
They're
call.
going to
But
use Multi to
M80's
push.
reading that.
Mentalist
That's
is
what-
going to go for
exactly,
the
that's what I
breach.
mean.
And
They're
then
reading
Turds,
the
I mean,
E-box. That's
Aspy's
the
going to
kind
work
of-
from ad.
That's the kind of play that works well against nervous
Turds gotta
teams.
work
And
from below.
M80, like you saw the face cams. They barely celebrated that round because they're just so chill. Like they're in their element. This is just another day in the office. Like there's a mental warfare. There's an inner game going on right now, and
M80 are winning it.
Bleed are miles behind.
Yeah, they're getting lapped in the mental race by M80 right now.
And it's not even like
100%.
M80 are doing anything to make that happen.
No.
They're just playing their own game, and Bleed are tripping over themselves.
And specifically, M80 are playing their own game. Not in just that they're focused on their own defenses, but they're doing similar stuff, not necessarily strategically, but individually, that they did against ITB yesterday. You know, retaking positions, contesting laundry stairs, getting aggressive when the attack doesn't expect. This is just them playing to their strengths, playing their own game. As you said,
Oh, they
interesting
play-
thing,
oh.
we're not going to dorms, as you can see. We're going
Tertiary
to
site.
tertiary site meeting. I think, honestly, we kind of talk about this a lot, probably just to catch Bleed off guard. I think on Oregon, you get very comfortable in that site rotation. You think it's going to be basement dorms tertiary, basement dorms tertiary, but they go meeting instead, which Bleed have not attacked yet. And we have another case of Citizen being in the wind on the roam. Will Bleed have another lapse in intel and let Citizen get away with something? If they do, this could very well be a 5-1 half, because it doesn't seem like they'll be able to fix that issue in 2 rounds.
You talked about a lapse of intel for Bleed, but not only is there a lot of tools on the M80 side to encourage that, the Solus and the Mute, but also a lot of information gathering in Citizens Valkyrie and Spoit's Solus, which are both great for making plays, which we know that M80 like to do. We've seen Citizen do so already in this series. Huge checkbox now ticked, though, is opening up the main breach onto the bomb site, and I'm not sure what you two
Jesus Christ, dude.
So
So you see one split door
Flores drone or something to
by the
clear
s-
some of these keeper
by the hard
barriers
wall.
and expose some of these
You see a
positions.
zombie
Well,
by the
Plank potentially on
rotate.
the cards
You
very
don't know
soon.
that
A plank could be on the
Kino
cards,
is
but
up
the
there,
big concern
right?
I
Now
have is
that's
actually this
Noodle.
Kiva barricade on the left side. It'll
But
allow the
Void's able to
bandit
see
to
everything,
walk
and they're
up
gonna go
and
for a
C4
flank here. So you
stage
have
from
to have at
behind
least
it.
1 or 2
Reap still has
watching
one
here. Are
Rotero
they
drone.
ready?
That should be the
They
one he's
know they
prioritizing.
have
It's
to
now
hear it
opening the
below.
hatch. Yeah, they
Mentalist
can
tries to
C4
go
from
for it.
below,
Looks
too.
like a plan.
Citizens got that. Spoit's on for a flank.
You gotta
Is
hear
anybody
them.
watching this? Surely, Asphy, it's been a bit of a rough game for you so far.
And
You
Citizens
need
just
to come up now. They don't know whether to hunt. They don't know whether to cover. There's so many avenues to watch out for. They don't fully have control up above. We've still got Noodle here in Attic, but M80 know to just bide their time.
Yeah, 30 seconds left.
By the way, Cameron
Citizen's
does not
gonna
have a
try and throw the
C4,
nitro, and
but
Spoit's gonna pressure.
now
Aspy is
Citizen's
just
got one,
watching here.
Noodle's
That's
got
what
one.
I
Hey,
was
let's
saying.
use you two to
Citizen
clear out
down
this
below
guy
with
here.
this hatch can still
Because
see
Noodle's
from
just
above.
gonna
We
sit
don't have
up
an answer
here,
for this.
and he's
Hubbin
gonna-
at this point, they either need to rotate kitchen literally right now, and okay, that is what they're doing. Hubbin trying to push in.
That is a dangerous game to play, especially when you don't take your corners. Good trade, though.
Nice.
Oh, big pre-fire from Reaps. He's been mad this game, but he's looking to have a big impact in the server. Noodle looking vertically for something to try and deny the plan, but he doesn't have the angle he's looking for. Diffuser
Oh, this
is
above
down
is
for
gonna.
Bleed,
No,
but
no, no,
M80
no,
have
no,
the
no.
numbers.
Okay, it's a
Reaps
1v2,
has
so
been
no one's
traded back
above.
Again.
Oh.
All up to Asphy. He's been rough around the edges this game, and now he must stand tall against 2 of UK's brightest. Noodle and Citizen on for the retake. Asphy's got the info, can't land enough shots.
No.
And he gets taken down by Citizen. M80 are firing on all cylinders today.
I don't
Bleed
know if that's the
cannot
right
touch them.
angle for Reaps
And
to hold.
If Reaps was tilted at this point, he is probably going to be even more so after that round. Every kill acquired by Reaps, only M80 players that die at his hand. He plants the diffuser too, dies
He's
to the
a
shotgun.
one-man army.
Yeah, dies to the shotgun from up above, and then Asfi's unable to clutch the 1v2. Not that Asfi's fault.
He
you know,
couldn't
he's
even
got-
find the first kill. Like, oh, it's rough. Like, they're in their own heads. Asfi's got to be kicking himself right now.
He's got to be. Definitely. But Reap's right there. I mean, he was frustrated after 2 rounds, then after 3, after 4.
He was frustrated after he won that round. Like, that... Yeah. Man.
I know we're kind of, you know, highlighting this narrative a lot, but it's really it's indicative of 2 things, right? One, it's that Bleed. If overthinking was their problem, they're certainly still in their own heads right now. I mean, the problem solving right there. They're just sitting there on stage the entire time, not taking control of Split, or not putting pressure on anybody's Split, not putting pressure on anybody's E, not backstabbing anywhere. And then they only pivot with 30 seconds left, and they're unaware of the player on the site, which, when you move something on short notice with 30 seconds left, is going to happen. But you, at that point, should have something if you're going to pivot. And when you don't, that's going to happen. Bleed still aren't droning and not gathering intel. They're
And
not
even
solving
then,
the problems that are in front of them.
Hoven just didn't check the corner. He really just needed to be a little bit more aware of that positioning. Kitchen a little bit more cautious of it.
But then, is this the time where you make... Okay, let's say Bleed don't make... Let's say they
Bleed,
don't make
I
main
think
stage.
this is a real
Or they
case study
barely
for
make main stage.
How dangerous
Do
it
you
is
drop
to maybe start
Hoven,
allowing that
Aspie,
expectation to start creeping in after
maybe
you
maybe
have
just...
become a renowned
Maybe
dark
you move
horse.
Aspie to Hoven's
Everyone
role.
starts to
It's
say,
more
well,
of a
what is
lurk,
this team capable of?
more of a support role.
And
then
when that
you bring in
starts to
another
seep into your own
fragger
mindset,
to replace
they lose a bit
Aspie's
of that
roles.
dark horse magic.
Turd's good.
They become real. They start making human mistakes. They start caving to the pressure. The game starts getting to them.
Even this is impressive from Noodle. He's juggling this Rotero drone that's trying to clear the barbed wire. He keeps using the bulletproof camera, and the EMP once again comes out from it. Mentalist is trying to take it down. I don't believe he was able to get the angle there.
No, I think it's placed like... Is it
Placed
placed on the floor?
which
Yeah.
means the only way to shoot it would be like, laterally.
Really nice bulletproof then. And I mean, honestly, it makes sense if a team is setting up for a
Oh, he
big...
did take it down.
Oh, okay. Well, very good then. But if a team is setting up for a big window,
very
right,
good
white
then.
take, and they want to clear out that barbed wire,
But
or
that-
the barricades,
they're
it's a
just-
logical
I
place
feel
to
like they're
send
playing
your
this so
terror drones.
slow.
It's some really nice stuff right there. Bleed are going to need to take control of security, make sure nobody can rotate down beneath that window. This utility clear is great, and Mentalist is supposed to be that player, and there is actually, from M80, nobody downstairs inside of security. So Bleed have a lot of what they need already. Their biggest concerns are these Kibas, and then Noodle pushed up very aggressively with a shotgun on this window. And also with the C4, he could try to retake down below later on. Makes sense why he's been the one targeted by the Demos.
Is
There's
it
no
like
two
going
ways about
now?
it for Bleed. They
I think
need
it
this
is.
round
Yeah.
to have even a look in of taking this map, therefore the series. Cafe was a real challenge. You'd expect more out of them on their own map pick, but Oregon has been, if anything, worse than what we saw on the first map.
You've got to
Need
hear
find
that
a second
frost.
attack before we switch halves. Good Grim. As
Oh my
Kalan
God.
goes in, but Kino goes for a big swing and takes down the star player from Bleed. A good shot though from Asfi. He does lose his life for it, and not likely to get picked up anytime soon. Noodle getting aggressive. Time is ticking away. Bleed getting desperate. Still numbers advantage in M80's side. Mentalist low HP from his position on White Stairs. He needs to have a huge impact as he gets some support. Noodle doesn't find anything with that C4, but he is still holding fast here inside of Kids' dorms. Mentalist has got to erupt here from the top of White, but Hoven's gone for a massive rotation. He's going to get caught by the Banshee. Citizen is fully aware of it, and he will keep him at bay. There is nothing to be said. There's nothing to be done for Bleed. They have once again fallen flat. Waves ineffectually crashing against the wall that is M80. 5-1 on their defense, and the main stage is calling.
And the story of that attacking half, really inconsistent problem solving from Bleed. We see it happen one time on Showers with Mentalist making that play up, also built incredibly by Reaps with that double kill. But aside from that, M80 are putting forth setups and sometimes catching Bleed completely off guard with really good flanks or rotations. But a lot of the time, Bleed are either trying solutions and not executing them well, or doing so unsuccessfully, or not coming up with the solutions at all. One example there of sort of the former, trying something and it not working, we have Turdsta on the Deimos. He deathmark tracks the Mute, but he's not able to get the kill from below. They don't have a buck
he's a
either. They use
fucking
the skeleton
Mute.
key to push Noodle back off that position, so all they have is the Grim, and Noodle doesn't really care because he can play close with a shotgun. Even with that intel, if he can get one shotgun shot off before that pre-fire lands, he can get the kill. Bleed had capabilities to deal with him, failed to do so, and they only get one round out of their attacking side. And M80 are good on attack on this map too.
Yeah, it's just such a far cry from what Bleed were looking for, and it's been written on the wall this whole game through. They have been chalked, and it just goes from bad to worse every single round that goes by. M80 have read them like a book. They're playing their own game. They're not engaging in the smack talk, and now moving on to the attack. Look at this confidence. 14 seconds into the round, Spoit is in the building. The mechanics that you expect out of one of the greatest players to ever touch the game. The Swede is ready for it. He wants to go to the main stage. It's been a hell of a long time since we have seen Spoit on that main stage.
Far too long.
And well, the first time he ever made his debut, he won the whole damn major back in Berlin. It's time for him to make a return.
In this round, Spoit making a return to probably an old familiar position. We see a lot of aggressive players moving down the freezer stairs, shooting the default and backing out. Spoit is the guy on this team to do that very thing. He'll shoot the cam, he'll look for a gunfight, and if I'm the one who decided to get aggressive against Spoit, you probably better take me home because I am not thinking straight. R4C ACOG in hand. You'll just hold here passively, wait to see if anybody decides to retake and get aggressive. I think that's the big win for this position right here. Just making sure nobody can actually move up that staircase and go for that flank. As M80 will just open up all these hatches. 5-man hold on site from Bleed, going with a really strong operator setup. Smokes and Vulcans for denial, C4s, and then the Kiva barricades and the mirror windows. The latter for the front, the former for the back. Really strong setup from Bleed. Put forth, really good setup.
It's true, but M80 have got a lot of good ingredients to pick it apart, and they've already done so. Half the round is done. Look at all this util being cleared. Great usage of a nade there to get rid of that Vulcan canister. 20 seconds will elapse. Spoit's getting aggressive down here as well with his Ash charges. I believe he's now dispatched with both of the mirror windows. M80 are just paving a way for them to march forward.
No, don't peek him.
Interesting
Mentalist is
switch,
peeking
though.
Spoit.
While he's dealt with one
There's
mirror
no
window,
way.
he's not dealt with the other one in laundry. So if they wanted to go for a front side take, it'd be a bit difficult. It's very spread out right now, but I think they're coalescing around the backside. Monty coming down, the Kawarm going out. Yep, here comes the execute.
The Citizen's been so good this series. Kino starts to go forward. Gas keeps him at bay for a brief moment. Look at this from Spoit. Down the ground.
Nice, that's
but he's
good
been
team
tied
play
out.
together.
That's exactly what Mentalist needed,
No, no,
but he
no, no.
cops a bullet from Noodle. The Brits are both springing into action, and he gets another one. Noodle snuck behind enemy lines. He's deep into the site, and now forcing the diffuser down. Kino is being an absolute menace. Takes a hell of a lot of damage, but it's not enough because once again, the Brits between the two of them find all 5 kills.
Wow.
M80 are just one round away from making their debut on the main stage.
Such a weird phrase to say considering the high profile this team has had, the expectations, how long they've been at these events for the past year, but for the first time since this organization has entered Rainbow Six, they are one round away from qualifying to that main stage. Insane stuff that it's taken this long.
Hello,
But it's
Polly.
Oregon
Hello,
defense.
hello, hello.
It's a 5-1
No,
half
we're
for
just
M80.
chilling.
But it's a very different position. M80 had a map win before. They've had a great record on this map on defense yesterday against ITB. Bleed don't have that same momentum or history
rounds in a
recently.
row.
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh.
It really is the Reaps one-man shove.
They can
Damn.
they can't see how Reaps has been taking this game, but
No.
It's truly,
Probably.
truly shocking.
I mean,
No, I
It
mean,
is
that's
truly
the last
shocking
thing that
right now.
anyone on Bleed wants to hear right now.
and yeah, honestly, like
And Reaps is top fragging the team,
That's
and
what-
not by a small margin,
that's
right?
what I was gonna say.
That's
It's-
all he's got going through his mind. Everyone else on the team is, I don't know, mixed emotions of
truly
feeling
shocking.
maybe like, oh, I should have got more kills, or maybe a bit of resentment. It's like, I would have got more kills if not for X, Y, Z.
Yeah. It's just Reaps in, Turch does well, 4 and 6, but in 5 kills between Hoven, Asfi, and Mentalist. Remember, this isn't an elimination game. Bleed still have 1 shot,
Yes,
but
but Bleed's mental is so chalked to
feels
the
like
point
the
where
emotional-
can they beat a
I suppose the emotional peak of Bleed has passed. and this
FaZe and
could be,
PSG are in the 2-1.
depending on
So
what
like
happens tomorrow, maybe
Talon,
not
can
even
they
the valley,
beat
maybe not even the bottom.
East
Just
Coast?
look at the
Can they
difference between
beat
this game and what happened against Fury.
BDS?
Bleed got
Can they
smacked on the
beat
first map.
a
They had a
Bleed
loss. They
slash
came back
DZ?
and they almost
Like,
beat
That.
Furia on the second map.
7-8 loss against the
Right.
world champs. Ridiculous.
That's something that you can't cut yourself up about. But going down like this to M80, where the first map wasn't great, but
Like
at least it
M80
was
have their
somewhat competitive,
protocols
and now
very
the second
set.
map has
I
been
don't
utter
know if
devastation.
Bleed right now have
This
their
has got
protocols
to have
set.
ripple effects for the rest of the tournament for Bleed, and their chances of making it through to main stage are looking very, very grim. M80 exuding confidence. Look at the way Kino has just gone straight up into Big Tower and made his way down to get aggressive on the stairs with a shotgun. This is
I feel
the
like
face of a
they're
man
playing
who's
really
just ready to take it.
default.
They're ready to take this fight when he wants, and it's another basement defense, and we have Spoit already pushed well, not pushed aggressively down Freezer yet. It's actually Kino on the backside. I believe I saw Reaps earlier. Position at the bottom of Freezer stairs, so M80 might be telegraphing a backside take a little bit, but this is the benefit of basement, ironically enough, even how difficult the site can be to attack. You can open up all the hatches, and you can decide where you want to go very flexibly and rotate very flexibly. But actually committing can be a bit difficult. But this Grim was so helpful for their peace of mind last time. No Monty to
But
brute force
again,
control, I will say.
You've
So
got to have
not having that
Aspie
makes pushing
use
down a little
his
difficult. That
Kiba
Grim and that
barriers to
Dokkaebi
close up
becomes
this hatch,
really, really
because if
important
someone's on this
to
hatch,
inform the decisions
Reaps is
taken
dead,
by
unless you
Spoit,
just
by
want him to
Kino,
die
by
there.
Anybody that's moving down to the bottom floor on the side of M80 to win those fights. They were able to do so last time, but when the
Noodle's
Monty
just
was
gonna
disrupting
drop.
them and
They
when
don't
it
give a
was in
fuck.
their face.
Oh, here's the drop though from Noodle.
Mentalist
Spoit
dies to
does find the
Spoit,
opening
but
kill.
Spoit gets
Straight
traded by
into it.
Reaps.
Reaps though, the one-man show.
Oh, the Nitro
dies
shot.
to
Better as
Four.
Spoit. That's a big dodge, but Bleed are not going to go
They know
down
one's
without
still
a
in
fight.
E-boxing, I think.
Numbers back on their side
Maybe they
once again.
don't.
This Turd has found his.
But
Cameraman
Turd's
is
getting
still
pressure,
up,
so he
though.
can't really
These
watch it.
three players from
And then
M80
Turd gets
look
caught
to
by
go
Noodle, so
forward.
they
Noodle
know one's
finds
by
a pick,
E-box
and a
or
big
by
one at
default
that.
plant.
He's
But
got the Grim and long ball
Turd
too. They
gets.
man advantage, but they
I say
found this
no,
intel to get the
Aspie.
diffuser down.
Turd gets the plant, and Turd's gonna be able to
So
see
Noodle
that.
will do that.
But again,
Information, no doubt. Bleed have to make their move, but they do so together. Noodle takes a bit of damage as he falls back, but he did
nice
it again.
Reaps. Oh, they see him. They see him. They see him.
Continues
Oh, he's
to
gonna win
shove,
this.
But it's up to cameraman to take down the demon from China. The UK will have two homeboys to appease the crowd.
Damn.
For the first
Damn.
time since their inception, M80 make their main stage debut.
Long, long overdue. Picking up that old XSEC core, having a year of utter failure in 2023, let's be honest. But then revamping this roster, keeping Spoit, bringing back Kino, and signing some of the best players up and coming in the case of Noodle, veteran in the case of Citizen, and then the most veteran you can get with Cameraman leading the charge. Finally, a year and 3 months since their entrance, M80 are on the main stage of a Rainbow Six event. Spoit is back on the main stage of a Rainbow Six event.
And the curse seems to be over. Bleed were the demons for M80 in Atlanta, and they did it in a BO3 in Sao Paulo for Six Invitational. But it turns out that the secret for M80 in the
We
end
have to go
was
back
just
to the
being
drawing
a
board,
European and
'cause
Brazilian
holy
team
shit, they do
after
not
all,
look good.
Playing in North America. A big win for M80, and you just look at the faces of these guys. This was just another day in the office. The cameraman a return to main stage after what he achieved in Atlanta, making it to another major final with Los. Now he's back with a new roster, a new look for this team, who are seeming very promising at perhaps being a contender for the trophy and bringing one home for NA.
I think that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because BDS have been looking a lot weaker than we expected. FaZe have been looking a lot weaker than we expected. Fury have already qualified, so they're still very much a contender. But the triumvirate, BDS, FaZe, Furia, it's not so much a triumvirate right now. It's just Furia really showing up. There's an opportunity, depending on what happens, for another team to slip in there. Will it be Secret? Will it be M80, who are now one of the new teams qualified to the playoffs? There's room for a surprise dark horse run now.
Yeah, very much so. What a series this was. Bleed completely pushed aside, and a great game from, in particular, Noodle. I think that he's the one that I really want to focus on. He was quite a controversial player back in the day when he first made his debut with Heroic. There was that infamous clip where
Aspie dropped 4 kills. They need to wake
being
the
a bit of a
fuck
down, of being
up.
a
Holy
little
shit,
bit of
Aspie.
I guess a young
Like,
fiery
Aspie's the
player
vibes
and
guy,
not
but, like,
supporting his teammates. And since then, what a
holy.
redemption he's had. Over on GK, he made main stage in
I
Atlanta,
don't know.
joining the Saudis.
Are
and
Aspie
now
and
he's
Hoven
back
gone now
in
at this
North
point?
America for the first time.
And I think that's when I realized that on that GK squad that Noodle was the real
Cameraman
deal.
had
That he
7
really cared about
deaths.
winning because we've seen a lot of players
Over
go
2
to
maps.
LATAM,
And
go
what,
to MENA,
11,
and basically just
and 8,
you know
so 20
waste
rounds.
a year or so of their career and not make anything
19
of
rounds,
it.
20
But Noodle
rounds?
went to GK. And the fire only
Jeez.
intensified, but he matured as well as a player, as a
Jeez.
person. And when they made that deep run and he didn't like the direction the team was going, he left, joined a new squad with M80, and now has made another main stage event. His second 2 majors in a row. Noodle will find himself in a quarterfinal on 2 different squads.
Well, it's not that Noodle like it. I think it's contract right now at that point. I'm going to go to... No, I'm already on theater mode.
Team the world, usually that's when you're the one that stepped it up. That's the moment where you close the round.
I was going to say,
With
why is
your team with
Alfama
PSG
top
talent, this kind of stuff can happen. It's actually it's a poor.
Oh my god, it's a banana! Aw, they
I
didn't
think
show
the
the
clash,
banana
especially
anymore.
Misa here again.
Oh my
In
god.
that corner was instrumental. Roy Boy coming in after.
Ooh, that's a nice shot at the end.
I think they played it the right way strategically. It's too bad that they just lost it 2v1. He just had to run away, to be honest. I don't think Handy could have planned it here.
No, I have this thing that I whenever I play Siege and Ranked mode, I have this called sacrifice
Just
play.
okay, I don't get why you
2v1s.
just don't tuck in the
There's like
corner.
10 seconds left. One guy can run quite far
No,
away.
Alf,
have
is
to
this
run
a
one on side.
TriCast?
If that person on side dies, he has to plant with like 4 or 5 seconds left. The second guy should have a good chance at winning that round. But again, as you mentioned, experience. Are they gonna make that call out? Is that what they normally do back in Korea? Probably not. This is still a very.
Well,
new round for
also,
PG
people in
Talent being
Korea
Fabian.
wouldn't
They really
push
can't
through
stay so
fucking
It's
freezer
very hard
into
to make it here, because if
laundry
they
to
beat
laundry
those
rotate
PSP
to
expectations,
swing the
it's
guy
what
there.
can you do
They
in
would
stage
try and
2
fucking
the
plant.
next major? Because then Fabian has had a proper time with the team. But beating BDS, for example, speaking to Parker's point about how many kills they can get, against BDS, Misa dropped 17 kills, 8 deaths. Against E1, Ryder dropped 20 kills and 10 deaths. So
They're
yeah,
really banking on
the APAC players, they can
performances.
shoot back, but the micro decision making, they're a little bit behind.
Yeah, maybe with this also it's points to say that maybe they need that one individual crazy pop-off to be able to beat these really big teams instead of having like a full group that's able to strategically, collectively outplay the best teams in the world. I'm not too sure. It's a great question. I think in general right now, strategically, I know it's 2-1. Strategically, I would say the first 3 rounds they're playing it the right way. It's in these small moments that they're playing it one of the best teams in the world, and it shows, right? Whenever these moments come down to like 5 seconds left and Handy is in this position to turn that into a 2v1, 1v2, he's able to do it. That's fine. I think they just need to maybe commit to what they're doing because it seems to work. It's just calm down the communication in the late round.
Calm it down. That's the thing, when it gets really stressy, things can get repeated, they can get yelled at, people go,
Soldier's
"I don't
just gonna
understand
sit
what's
up here for a
happening right now."
while.
And then again, like FaZe have, like the core of this team have been together for such a long time. They can probably play half these
The
rounds without
core-
much
the core is
communication
Souls
and
and
still perform really
fucking
well because they know what
Souls
each
and
every single player needs to
Cyber,
do
because Veta
they've
King
done it so
replaced
many times
Astro,
already.
and then
They
Handy,
won't apply on
Handy and
Cyber.
KDS replaced
Before this match was started, we talked about the win
Bullet
conditions of Oregon's
and
sides. The way that the defenders
Cameraman.
play and the benefit they
Where's
have from
Cameraman
that working
dropped?
in their favor. 2 rounds for FaZe
Crap.
Clan on
No.
attack is
No, I think
good.
yeah, I think
3
Vita.
rounds
No,
is
it was the other way
outstanding.
around.
FaZe
So
is
Cameraman was
already
dropped,
there. So it's their map.
and
You expect them
then
to do well. They've had
Astro
some
and then
stumbles.
Bullet
These
were
rounds
also
have been
dropped
closer than
at
maybe
the
they
same
want them to
time.
be, but that's what makes good teams like FaZe Clan so
Oh,
great,
Ryder's gonna
is that
pull off
they're
the flank.
always close
Oh.
to their competition. While PSG Talent has been surprised.
Souls is like looking over there like
FaZe
he
Clan's
knows.
FaZe Clan. They're one of the
Yeah.
best teams in the world. You expect it.
I think
Yeah, and they're already in a really good position this round to actually get that third round on the board. And if you said it right, huh? If they get that third attacker round, they're in a
I think they
really
got
good
him.
position to close off the map. But right now, they've got all the vert to kitchen. The next step clear
38
here.
seconds
Go
left.
down the white stairs, get that dining control
Cyber's
next to
got to
the
go
kitchen.
plant, but
Cyber
is he going to
already
be
is
able to
in
get through the
meeting.
soft
So,
breach,
close
especially
to-
with the
to,
smoke?
to kitchen door, sorry. So this is the
He's going to
moment where they
plant
need to
here.
And Cyber's in, not the person you usually expect to be getting the diffuser down, but if it works, it works. Misa from far enough back, pushing up. Can he stop Cyber? No.
He gets
manages to get the
Cyber.
kill, but not before the diffuser goes down. Breathing
So
and
Roy's
surviving
got the
makes
flank
up
though. They
against.
don't know he's
Now
here.
the control from above.
But
Ready.
Vita King, that's
Playing on those
huge.
utility operators, like
I mean, you
said, so
lose to
successfully, but a good gun is a
but
good gun,
Roy,
irrespective
I
of
mean
who it
Soldier
is.
and Misa
Soldier
are
and
so
Misa
low, and
very
Roy's
low
at fucking
HP.
50.
Roy taking some damage as well. Meanwhile,
I
on
think
the
they
side
have the
FaZe,
lockdown.
they've got the
Because
diffuser
Vita
going
King's
and they
here.
are
Vita King's got the
full
lockdown.
HP.
Oh no, he
Particularly
doesn't.
dangerous spot for Talon, but Soldier gets a nice kill.
Okay, there's
Misa
KDS.
traded off.
KDS's fucking
Handy
DMR is
from
gonna
up. Roy
pull.
Boy hopped onto the diffuser. He has plenty of time.
He sees a
KDS needs
foot.
to shut him down, and he should be able to get there in time.
Nice.
He will do just that. Final 3 kills break in favor
Nice.
of FaZe. PSG Talon spent way too much time on that
Nice.
top floor, and before they knew it, the round was over.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they gave so much space to FaZe. FaZe actually got that vertical control almost for free. There was no opening engagement, no fight from Talon from this. At the moment you get all the vertical control, you saw they had the Nomad for the retakes. They can open all the vert, and then they just need to get their planter into kitchen. And again, I think he was uncontested. Cyber didn't have a single gunfight to go and plant. They let him plant for free. I'm not too sure this was the plan of Fabian here, to give all of this space for free to FaZe.
I think the only thing I can think of, at least, looking at it, was maybe that PSG Talon thought the timing would be a little bit different, because FaZe Clan, they still had like 30 or so seconds to work with. Maybe they would take 10 seconds longer, right? We saw JLT and Ryder go for a double flank upstairs from Armory and from Attic. Had they been there a little bit quicker, maybe that could change things around. We saw Misa sprinting to the bomb side across the verticality, but also mistimed. I think FaZe simply were too quick in this round for what Talon expected of them.
It's something that I actually love to do when I was the IGL with the diffusers. Whenever you see the bomb site open, you know your team is ready for the execute.
Go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Especially if you have 1 minute left. Nobody's expecting it.
Exactly. Every player has this idea that, okay,
Banana! That's a great play by Vita King, though. But KDS, he's just holding tower. Like, there's nothing. I think KDS was watching Showers Hall when Cyber got killed, so then he rotated all the way to through Showers Hall to dining.
They get the top 4 control. They have the Nomad. Actually, Vita can get a double kill from just holding the flanks. Yet it comes into a 2v2. For a world-class team, and I think it really shows to FaZe records right now. Like it's been really stumpy this major, right? It's been they lost 3-7 to Secret, and they managed to beat Liquid 7-5.
So they're still bringing the Ash for the Mira.
Everything is a bit too close for comfort.
It makes
And
sense
it's
why
surprising
I think
because they were
the
unbeaten
Dokkaebi
in
was really
Brazil,
good,
and now
especially
they
because
look slumpier.
they bring Mute.
Fair to say
Did they bring Mute the last time?
this event has some
Smoke.
of the most upsets that we've seen at an international event
Smoke
in quite
Izami.
some time. Are we in agreement on that?
Yes.
Maybe it was.
Predictions.
Well, the Mutes are more just like covering
I would
this
say 100%.
area.
I was actually talking to Colot yesterday after he was eliminated, and he was telling me, you know what, Alfama, I'm super disappointed because I think this was one of the majors where everybody is beatable. I don't even think Furia is as dominant as last year. I think overall, like, yes, Secret is looking really good, but in general, all of the bigger favorites, BDS, look at them. They had to be
1 round away from almost getting eliminated, by the way.
ineffective. So this is the biggest thing for me at this major is I love it because post-SI, so many shuffles, so many teams have the time to rebuild. The lower teams had time to actually take some lead time on the bigger teams, and this is where we have arrived in a major that everything is unpredictable.
Like
I just
Damwon and
Do we think that the
Sandbox
scope changes
were
are a huge part
made
of it?
changes.
Slowing teams down, making them
Yeah,
not as
because
able to
Sandbox
take
locks
such
Arukaze,
down plays. Do you think that
and then
had a little more
Arukaze
of
got
an
replaced
impact
by
than we
Nova,
expected
which was
when
one of
they
their
changed around the
coaches.
site housing
Which is
and
bullshit
chokes
because
and
I think
slowing
Sandbox
something
just need to
more
bring
to
in
it.
like a
I
new
think it's kinda
young
like, almost like
fragger
it's
to
bridging
play
the gap where,
alongside
like,
everyone else
the
there.
better
Because
teams have better
Demix,
players
I
that
think
can just,
Demix
like,
pretty
be in their
good.
face aggressive,
Good
like
Boy's
Fury, for example,
decent
is stalling in gunfights.
in
They
spurts.
suffer a little bit, and the
Rin-
worst teams
Rin-
can benefit a bit more
Rin's
because
goated
they just hold
always.
their gun up already. So maybe bridging the gap a little bit on my
Then you
end.
have
Yeah, I think overall it gives more space to the team that were
fuck,
more methodical,
Mephi,
more
and then you
around
have
the utility.
Nova.
This is why you see such a meta around Shields, around Captao, around Grim, around all the operators that
What's
are
the play here?
gonna put you in a
They're gonna have to.
fight.
They're using the
Because
Candelas
teams
and they're
like
gonna use
Furia
the
that used to play
bees.
the game, let's
But
be
did they
real,
get
a
the
bit
Mira
like a
windows?
TDM.
That's the real question.
They just run
I
at
th-
you.
yeah,
They
they
were
did.
NADS most of the time, and they had the time to actually quickly ADS and headshot you. That just doesn't happen anymore. So they're forced into playing.
So it
into
looks
more
like it's gonna
methodical
be a
teams.
drop
And I'm
and
also here
a
for it.
laundry
That's my
push,
guy.
and then Vita King's gonna
Like,
plant
we're
laundry.
both
It
old
looks
school
like.
gamers, Alpha, right? Like we played back when you had one single heart breach, for example, and if Firma got spawn peaked, you lose the round. Like what can you do about it? Nowadays, you have so many tools at your disposal. There are so many.
They didn't get the
different
shield though,
things
so you
to
gotta
keep in
save
mind.
his.
Like, you have a
Ooh, they
checkbox when you
don't.
play
But
the
Buck
game.
might have
I
a
gotta do this
Gon,
quickly. If this
and
operator
they
can
don't have
know
any
about this
util
specific
soakers. They
instance,
don't have
and
Womire.
right
They have
now,
Jaeger.
You have to keep 1,000 things in your mind every single round, especially on the turtle bomb
Gonna be
side, like
interesting.
Basement on Oregon.
Execute's about to unfold in front of our eyes. 45 seconds remaining. Yet another attempt on
There's a
defense of
nade
this downstairs bomb
misses,
site for
so
PSG Talon.
they only have 3 Candela. They have 3
Everybody's
Candelas,
still
the
alive
bees.
at
They
this
have all the
point.
Grims.
Maybe a bit of a slower pace here for this FaZe team.
But
It's
Misa right here is
right
gonna be
now.
pivotal.
This is
But Soldier goes down by
To the
Vita
races,
King.
right as you say that, Vita
And
King
Handy's
starts
just
off
walking
the
all the
killing.
way
Handy to follow
through.
Luke, Misa to fall next. Right now, though, kill feed entirely orange.
Okay, so
Souls in a 1v2, ejecting the
they
mirror.
know he's in the back,
15
so they can
seconds
go
remaining.
elbow or he can go pillar.
Around Souls will go now, looking into that.
I think they
supply
just heard
closet,
that,
another mirror
maybe.
window blocking his line of sight. A game of
Oh,
keep
no,
away
he's so
for
dead.
PSG.
He's so
Talon.
dead, he's so dead,
Souls
he's so dead.
Does not hold the diffuser. He needs
Hello,
both these
hello, hello.
kills. He almost found it. Simi looked the other direction.
The
And
rat
with that one
play.
down against
The rat
Ryder,
play.
He chose the laundry portion instead of looking to his right by the wall, and PSG Talon win the downstairs bomb site.
That execution was a bit off-bit. Let's be real. Let's be real.
We saw it on the fucking. We saw it on the observer POV. You just see him tucked in the corners, like, oh.
They charged the Mira.
Of course he's right there.
They were everybody was ready, and I don't know who called it. I assume it's Vita King. They were like, okay, there's no way we're gonna be able to push this. So then they went around and they had a 5-man pitch from all the different entry points onto the bomb site. This is why, like, you had 2 coming from Freezer, 2 coming from Laundry. And
That's a
then
good play
one
by
from the backside.
JLT.
The thing is, incredible again, incredible gun free for the whole way. Again, PSG Talon showing that they have the individuals to shut them down, and untraded as well. FaZe, they used to be so good at trading these kills, and in the late round
Well, okay,
execution,
but
I
again,
didn't
at that
see it.
time, when it's like 10 seconds left, 30 seconds left, you're gonna try and just go. Comms are gonna get messy. Comms are gonna get muddled.
Like an IQ or an Ash or maybe the Heartbreacher who doesn't have any like value left in the round. But when it's the Ying that goes to the flank, thinking that's gonna be the execute. That's what they're gonna go for. It wasn't. It was, as you said, 2 Freezer, 2 Laundry. But when you don't get the opening kill and can build off of it with that momentum, it can get very hard to get back into the round on the attacking side when you lose those guns very early.
To be fair to them, it's one of the hardest bomb sites
It is.
to attack in the game. Like, the natural crosshairs that this basement defense offers are just too good. And PSG Talon, they're not taking any risk either. One of the things with this that we've mentioned multiple times with this basement is you have different entry points, right? And at the same time,
Jumping.
if you have 5 guys alive, each one can cover it and get a trade. And I think that's exactly their game plan, and they just stuck to it. Again, they had a clear win condition, and they played by it.
Sometimes you just simply have to stay alive, I think, on defense, especially where having 5
They have the
guys on
my
defense
gadgets,
is
they have the
already enough because you can
Fenrirs.
cover more angles. This defensive setup, however, is more aggressive. It's what Misa playing instead of Master Bedroom. You can often open up that Master Bedroom closet as well with a rotation. FaZe-Clan, they've seen this 1,000 times in Brazil. They play this themselves as well. So this shouldn't be anything new for FaZe-Clan. But they are just slowing down and rotating to Big Tower now, saying we don't want to deal with this setup. We're going to go to Big Tower instead.
Yeah, and we saw how it went last time. Actually, even if they saw these setups fun enough, and just clearing that tier 3 guy 2 rounds ago took a lot more time than expected. Oh, and that was an aggression that I did not expect. One thing that we were mentioning, they always go and play passive,
Oh, no.
and now they're trying to play aggressive for some reason, especially when they have so much utility on the bomb side.
And to chase Soldier off of this position, I believe it was Soldier who was playing.
I don't know. I feel like Soldier should have been the one to peak, not Ryder.
It is a little bit more
I mean,
common to
his
see
util
a
is just.
Frost in that position because you always have to take a deliberate engagement. Do you shoot the Frost or do you shoot the Frost mats? Now, it's not a death sentence anymore because you can pick yourself back up, but you are hobbled and you are in a bad spot. This time around, you can get
He's
back
just
up.
back
You'll
on
be
site.
Okay. So usually you're going to want to take the engagement with the Frost instead. Final moment though, and well, final minute, PSG Talon have lost
No, don't
Ryder.
pick it. Oh.
Other than that, FaZe Clan sitting quite pretty.
It's very interesting to have a look right now how they're gonna problem solve this master setup. Because one is in trophy right now, one is in closet. They have a double crosshair with Misa. It's abusing the ring right now.
They don't even know he's. Oh, no, they do.
And getting the control. Amazing play from Souls one
He
here.
doesn't even know he's.
Boy just lets him go past, doesn't see him because he was blinded out, and Soul's taking no
Nice. They get the
prisoners.
trade, but
Not good enough
Jesus
for a
Christ, the
kill.
numbers
Two
are
will
not
be
in
all
their
he can settle
favors. He's
for,
gonna
but
swing and
Andy's
then.
there to pick up yet another, and KDS on the top of White Stairs will give the first half to the attackers on Oregon.
And that's more like a face round, right? Where they get their first opening
Did they
kill,
even
they're
have?
full control,
What
they
was
trade
for
their
mine
bodies,
there? I think it
excellent
was
there.
trophy
Souls,
then.
so play with the
Either that
future,
or
doesn't matter.
attic.
Blind bind going, big balls, and just go for it.
Well, we've got a call-in from none other than Jesse J. Chick, who's wearing a beautiful sweater today. Jesse, what would you like to talk about?
Thank you, Parker. I like your outfit as well. And I'm here to talk to you about PSG Talon because, as you know, this is their 4th game of the tournament, and it's their 3rd time playing on Oregon. So predictability is a huge concern for me. And I think that bottom floor attack is where we're really going to see the problems come into effect here. You see FaZe Clan banned out that blitz. That's because Soldier has an 80% pick rate of blitz attacking this bottom floor.
Oh, God.
That's a massive weakness, and they've seemingly exploited it. The one silver lining for PSG Talon, though, when he played
Still got 8 minutes on the Bravo
blitz 4
stream.
times
Okay.
out of these 5 attacks, he lost every single one of them. And the one time he didn't play the blitz, he played the Monty, and they actually won that round. So pay attention to what Soldier's playing on these bottom floor attacks. If he's playing the Monty, it's a good sign they're going back to basics. They're going back to the strats that work. If they're not playing the Monty, if they've got an actual gun in the hands of Soldier, that's a sign they're playing something new, and they might catch FaZe Clan off guard.
Well, thank you very much. And as you see on your screen, the Monty being brought in right away was something that I was going to make mention of when we saw the Blitz band come in, but of course you got to wait until PSG Talon goes. Before we talk about this round in particular and recap the first half, it is worth noting that we do have a Bravo stream going right now. There is another qualification match on the other stream. Dark Zero is playing Bliss. The winner of that team will clinch a spot in the playoffs on Friday. Will it be the Aussies?
On
Will it be
Friday.
the North Americans? Alfama, I'm letting you start. Which one do you think is going to win?
I would love for Bliss to actually do it. I think they deserve it. And I think it's two very similar playstyles as well. Really around the team as a unit, really methodical. Really interesting for someone that loves strategic things to check.
And I agree. And I also think DC, with the more experience, they can go down 2-2 and then win the following game and make it later on. So I feel like they could both make it with that outcome.
Now, just because you want them to win doesn't mean they will.
No.
Dude, what are
I
you
think
talking
Bliss right
about?
now, with what they've showed against the best teams, they should beat Dark Zero.
I don't disagree with you with that. Oh,
Cyber takes out Misa, by the way. This is early action. We're 1 minute into the round,
No.
and already you've lost your Ash. Misa has
They
been a
don't even- I don't think they
tremendous
drone
player
it. I think they
for
just
PSG
fucking
Talon
defaulted
throughout
it.
this entire event.
I don't
Without
think they
him, without
droned
the
that at
Ash,
all.
how much more difficult does this get?
And already, you see a different win condition here on this basement. You see already a completely different playstyle from FaZe. They go and they play aggressive. They don't leave any room for you. Even on a basement defense that's usually so strong where you need 5 players alive, they still will commit. Cyber will still come and hunt you just to burn a little bit more time and not let them set up properly for an execute.
and then
Like,
they still have the
jeez.
burn also on the bomb side, right? You got the Goyo canisters, the mute jammers, toxic babes from smoke. They got Asami keep it barriers. You can slow down the bomb side as well
This is gonna
later
take-
on. So they get opening pick. They are in your face.
Me
so
slow it.
slowing down.
Fuck.
Plus they have that late round utility as well. You'd almost have to say here, if PSG Talon don't find an opening pick before that execute, I don't know if they have enough manpower, especially with Monty as well, to have any real chance in this round unless FaZe they make a massive mistake.
Yeah, initially I think the
Yeah, I wanna
initially
figure out
with
how
this,
to
on
do
Ash
that
was probably to
fucking,
open up that freezer wall, have
Zari.
the Monty come in and have a laundry freezer execute. That's now completely out of the window now that Misa is dead. How do you use the Monty here to walk down the stairs? I'm not too sure how they will isolate the player on Pillar right now. They don't have any utility-based operator except for the Grim. I don't think that will be enough. And here is the Akasha coming.
EMP's going off in the drop from E-Box. The Monty must be slowed down. There goes Ryder. Soldier taking some damage as well. Souls watching over multiple angles. He doesn't need a crosshair to make this work. PSG Talon have not yet got a single pick. They downed Souls with no confirmation.
Okay, so I think what they should have done there is to push the Monty through bunk, so then you push
The big
elbow
thing
guy,
is
and then you
ultimately
have
is
Monty
that
with another,
baseline, they think many steps ahead. They
there.
saw the Monty, they
And then
put
you
a
put-
crossfire.
you put an
If Monty
actual
goes down, he
gun
dies. If he doesn't,
on
he's
pillar
just stuck on the
stairs. You put
What's
2
even
drop.
better with this
You have
player is that
Monty.
he's
Oh,
not
but,
only
oh, that's why.
preventing or creating
Maybe you only have
steady
one drop there
crossfire
and
on
one
the
push from
if he
Monty.
walks down the stairs, but also if they choose to send the Monty into blue,
Yeah.
they also
Both
have a
ways.
2v1 for it. And also if he drops the hatch, it's the same problem. And this is my biggest problem with Monty here. It's super effective to have this freezer push, but if the enemy team recognizes that and plays it the right way in defense, actually the
It
Monty
doesn't
is
work.
useless for a pillar tech. Completely useless. That's exactly what happened here.
Right, I think you have to go that good old, you know, like you can with Blitz, you go into elbow from blue double door, you can isolate that player with the Monty, get something going, or as you said, go front take. But sometimes it can look easy, right? Because the big thing, FaZe didn't show their player position, so it looked pretty easy. They had those mute jammers, they were aggressively peeking those drones, so Monty thought it's clear. It actually doesn't look all too bad until it is really terrible. Toxic Babe came out, double swing, and FaZe. They just have this thing where they're making an APAC team look like they're an APAC team on the attacking side because it is that much more difficult when there's no gaps for you to abuse.
It was one of the things that we pointed out. It's very clear whenever they have a plan that they're going to stick to it. But here they should have recognized that there is no way they're going to be able to win this. If you drone that guy playing Tarp, you know that your Monty is going to get
Gotta
hit with
rotate.
crossfire. You got to rotate, but they didn't call it. And that's my biggest
Okay,
worry here
so that
again.
was the
If FaZe just
Valkyrie,
plays default
and he's just gonna
a
run back
little
to
bit
site
try
because
be
they know they have a
aggressive, to be
Deimos, I
disruptive,
think.
To get one kill, that's it. I don't think PSG has the answer.
It's also why I like this lineup though. You got somebody like the Nomad to lock things down, Deimos try and play for those early engagements because if FaZe is gonna challenge you on the 1v1s, play those operators that can challenge them right back with clean information. Deimos strikers can do that.
While the teams are getting set up for this 8th round, we do have another team joining the quarterfinals on Friday.
Okay.
We saw the 2 teams yesterday qualify, Secret and Furia. Well, guess what? M80 has guaranteed themselves a spot. They defeated Bleed, 2-0. So another APAC team gets very close, but not close enough. Be interested to see, because we didn't get to watch that actual matchup, what's going on over there. So, hey, you've got one team from Brazil, you've got one team from Europe, you got one team from all over the world.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's a team that comes from NA. No, for me,
I'm
not
not sure
really.
about that.
We need all the help we can get.
Oh, down bad, huh?
So NA needs all the help we can get.
Yeah. This is a bit different, though, isn't it?
Yep.
A buck below from small tower. I mean, it happens sometimes. Not all that common.
I actually love the fact that they're using the Lion to make them move, and at the
Oh,
same
he's
time
got-
they use the Demos and the Buck, because Demos is actually a vertical player also here.
No fucking way.
How does he miss that? No way you lose that. Okay.
Soldier's just sitting there. He's like, I'm gonna death mark this guy. I'm gonna punch a hole straight through this wall. Holy
It's a very
shit.
interesting setup, right? You have the Buck in server bucking the guy for big window, and at the same time you have the Demos to play the guy in kids. That double vertical setup to try and
They
bring
know he's
the
not tucked in the
position for a big
corner.
window execute here.
Yep.
But the problem is,
I kind of want to know
as
why they put the
reliable
Mewjammer in
as
the
when we
middle
had
of
to put
kids.
nades
I
being cooked
kind of
by
want to
Sledge.
know. So they're trying to look for the Azami right now. He's looking. This guy is by games and trophies, so he can actually floor bang
They
him.
can go in big window and up that white staircase.
No,
actually get
up a little bit
into
more.
The side itself, rather. And got
So they
lots of
clear
different
this guy off a
angles, so
closet.
lot
They've
of
got-
different angles to work here
maybe
from
not.
PSG.
I love to see it when a new character like this just is into vertical play and nobody
Nice.
expected
That's the
Ryan
guy
walking up white
games.
stairs will start off the killing for PSG Talent in the
The one's in
exit. So far,
kids,
they're looking like
but he's
they're
not gonna be
in
able
good shape.
to
Diffuser goes down, but
plant down.
FaZe
They know
Clan
he's in
still have
kids,
two
so
players left.
you
One
know he's in
goes
kids.
in.
You know he's in kids. What are you doing?
Allowing Misa to go out the window. The job for KDS since Souls just got a lot harder.
You know he's in
You know how
kids.
treacherous it can be to deal with one player outside of the window. Where will the remainder be? Misa far enough away, playing this tight angle so that when they swing, he'll have a read on it. There you go. Souls will have to go for the hop out. Now a zombie being watched. Where is KDS? Nowhere near the diffuser. That's the real question.
White
Only 5 seconds
stairs.
left to be able to hop on it.
Nice.
KDS dies. Souls almost out of time, but out
Banana.
of life. A nice round on the upstairs bomb site. And another
That's a
victory for
great.
PSG
That's a
Talent.
great execute
Clean,
by them.
methodical round. We
Yeah.
saw it, right? It's
Simple.
Easy, it's actually easy to read when you have the top-down view. It's not easy to read when you're in FaZe's shoes, but we actually saw they didn't even need to get this pick in kids or in big window. They just needed to remove these strong positions. As soon as they're cleared out, you send a player up white stairs, you execute their big window. You can have additional pressure from Attic, from the kids window, or from Master. And it was all according to plan. And they kept the demos downstairs to also prevent the execute retake, and punish anyone vertically. Again, I just love how Demos became a vertical player
Yeah.
when nobody had thought of that at the beginning when he was released.
No, he's a roam hunter, right? Like Jackal, you scan someone, you go shoot them, but that's not how he's being utilized. And the big thing about, I think, the post plant in that previous round is that how PSG Talent, they have multiple win conditions. Like you said, they can play outside the window, they can play from below, because if one person falls, if one of those elements they don't work out, you have a second backup. It's what we see from the best teams in the world, and it's something that a team like PSG Talent, they didn't do like 6 months ago, right? They were in the Atlanta Major. Guess what? They went 3-7 loss against Lowe's, then they lost to CAG 0-2, then they went home. That's the only international tournament PSG Talent, back then they just called Talent actually, that wasn't even PSG. That's the only time they've played international siege before, and now they've beaten BDS.
Yeah, and they're actually giving a good fight to FaZe, I think. I think it can be disappointing.
Okay,
that
but they
FaZe
didn't
are
beat them in
looking
a
to get more rounds on
promotion
play.
match. They beat them in a BO1.
Yeah, too close
BO1s
rounds,
are
at the
so
same time,
fucked.
here, even if they
There's
blow
so
you,
there's
the
so
fact
much
that
more
they struggle,
pressure on
they
them,
can come back.
especially for a team like
Because
BDS who's kind of playing
here,
trash right now.
They actually won the last round perfectly because FaZe gave them the space. I think if FaZe starts fighting a little bit more, getting a bit more aggressive, it should be okay for them. Here we're looking at a usual attack from PSG Talent. They bring the Osta, they're going for a big weak tower take.
But they've got to clear out
It's
this
the classic
bandit,
one.
and they
We've
don't
seen
have
this in
the.
ranked
They
a
don't
couple
truly
times,
have the
couple years,
util.
I
They
would
have
say
more of
so.
a. This is a
Again,
direct
FaZe
take,
shouldn't
and
be
then
surprised by this, but
JT
they have made a
JLT
small
is
kind of
just gonna sit
adaptation, I
here.
would say. Bandit trick in the attic walls, that doesn't happen all that often, but it could prove very effective here. Almost force that double breach, for example. The EP is coming up, but look at this. The bandit trick is successful. They only got one of the 2 bandit batteries. They get the downstairs wall, but we all know you need attic control before you can start playing down that diffuser.
Roy boy,
Now Ryder's taking some
Jesus.
damage as 1 minute is off of the clock.
So he's like, I'm gonna put this
A little
away
bit
for now.
concerned with those back tower stairs. I also think it cost him one of those talent shields as well.
This is one of our biggest concerns, and we spoke about it already. What is the mid-round adaptation here? You cannot problem solve the bandit trick. What is going to be the call? Who's taking the lead here to find a solution?
I think
don't
they have
see
to
a lead right
rotate.
now. They're just struggling. They're stalling.
They
I don't
don't-
see where they're rotating. They should be taking Master or top floor control if they want to remove that player. Now look,
They just
this
have
is
no
the-
control. They
Ooh,
literally
running
have
from
tower, and
Silver,
that's about
taking that
all.
top floor control, rotating to a dining take. This is the right call. This is great to see from them.
Yeah, even if it is a weaker attack statistically, it's the only right choice to make because you cannot
And
go for the
Soldiers
tower
got the
anymore.
fucking.
The thing is, if you're too slow, FaZe will read into
Oh,
this
wait,
and
it's an
adjust
attic,
their
I
positions
think.
as well. You gotta be somewhat quick here and catch them by surprise.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of Siege. One single operator, Bandit tricking, completely changed the round, completely changed the plan, and they've now won 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes,
Yeah.
just based off that operator.
Small things like that we often say aren't shown on the scoreboard, right? There's really nobody tracking how successful KDS
They
has
know
been in this
Alibi's
round
over here.
by a numbers metric. It's just something that we have
So it's
to
gonna
keep in
open
mind
up
of
here.
and then relay to everybody else. Final 40 seconds. Logic Bomb will go off from Soldier. It's the last one to be used.
And Souls goes
Kill
down
force
by.
troubles onto Souls.
Okay, but he gets traded by
Immediately,
KDS.
Soldier gets traded out by
So they
KDS.
know
He's
that
been
Bandit
inside
is
of
still
Adam for the
upstairs.
entirety of that
They know
round.
Alibi is down
There's no
here. They
real
just
desire
don't know
to go
truly
anywhere.
where
KDS still
the
playing that
Fenrir
spot.
and then
Now it's Ryder obscured. Information is given as he approaches stage. Vidaking with one.
Oh, what?
Oh, Ryder blowing up Misa. That'll earn you a tongue lashing from Fabian. Roy Boy in a 1v4.
Okay, so I think what happened is, when he got Fenrir gadget, when he got Fenrir mind, he threw the nade this way in Green Hall, but it landed by the window, and guess who hopped in? Misa hopped in through the fucking window, and again, it's on a set time, so it didn't cook at all, or it cooks while you throw it, while you're throwing it. You don't have to. You can't cook in your hand anymore. Look at this. Yeah, Misa just walks in at the perfect time. That's just timing. That's just timing.
Pain and misery.
That's just timing.
I mean, when you're Fabian, right? You're standing there. You know what you would do.
You're
You
just
know
saying
what
like,
you would
fuck.
say to these guys. You don't have a tactical timeout. You just have to watch and be like, okay, it's a best of 3. We can do better on the next one. The only issue is, and you and I often spoke about this before the match started, next map is Consulate, the map pick choice of PSG Talon. You started on the attack inside. Oregon attacks so far are not telling me that Consulate attacks are going to be amazing, but I'm open for a surprise.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why Talon is struggling in attack right now is it seems clear that FaZe did their work. I think they brought some good solutions. Very simple, right? That Bandit Trick is a very simple counter,
Yeah.
but still it's a counter. So the fact that there will be on a map that PSG Talon hasn't showed lately is something that can be used. And maybe, you know, if PSG Talon, the biggest thing for them is that they're predictable, they will be unpredictable on a map that they haven't showed. So this is my only hope for
Okay.
them coming into the next map.
Show those new strats, the pocket strats, and that's something
Does an
that, I mean,
Emmy
Jesse said it
or
so
a
well.
cast?
You played it,
It should be.
3 times. You played like
Should be
30
Dark
something
Zero
rounds on this
Bliss.
map already. You're not gonna
So
have
that
many
can't get
more
there 'cause
different
Vita King
adaptation that
has
you've
that.
not shown already
So
because
they don't have
you're playing Oregon because you
EMPs.
think it's a great map of yours against
I don't
your
know how I feel
perception,
about
and
this,
of course, when you're a
especially
team
how
like
they set
Talon,
up.
You have to try and win every single match, like the grand finals.
Twitch.
because you need to do
Twitch is
your
gonna be
absolute
used
best,
mostly for these Goyo
110%
canisters.
to likely have a chance against these kinds of
It
teams.
depends on where the
Now,
Twitch drones are
just
coming
to
in from.
interject for 1 second here. This is not an elimination game.
Nope.
So not all hope is lost for the loser, whether it be FaZe or whether it be PSG Talon. At the end of the day, one of these teams will go on to our quarterfinals on the grand finals weekend on Friday. They'll play on the main stage. The other will have another opportunity tomorrow. So if you're PSG Talon, who's shown quite a lot of promise, and you do end up losing this matchup, you still got another shot. If you're FaZe Clan and you lose to PSG Talon here,
They know
God
he's
help your
split now.
opponent tomorrow,
He's gonna
because
make
will
that.
be one
Oh
angry
my
FaZe Clan team.
god.
Cyber, bit of a whiff there.
Well,
See that
yeah,
origin
it's
from
the
his
vector.
side, and I know we all say about
I think
yes,
he has
can
to
take
cut
over
off
games,
with
Cyber's
the
a-
drone hole. That's just
Not
big
that
brain.
drone hole.
Small mistakes, gentlemen. Small mistakes can
Nasty
cost you the
consequences.
round.
He wins it.
The inability to
He
pinch Cyber
wins it
inside a
against
meeting
Roy.
haunt PSG Talon, especially given this is match point for FaZe.
This is the,
The
kind of
drone
stuff
hole was
like,
unlucky.
I
That
don't think they
Roy
expected
just
to see
loses
this kind of
that.
stuff.
He has
I
all
don't
the
think
info,
they're
and Ryder
really
just
close
goes
to being
down
in
to
the
get
extremes
handy
in
because
A
Handy's
fact,
playing
finding
aggressive
spares
with the
being
shotgun.
super
He's gonna win
aggressive
that every
and
time.
finding a direct path. Look at Cyber what he's done. He's isolated the first 1v1.
Yeah, this is
then got
game
on the
over.
second, and then instead of going back to the basement, they actually rotated to the garage, and he's still there.
Drone's
he's
gonna
still fighting.
not
This is the
see
price of
him.
the
Oh
playstyle.
no,
And it's something that
soldier.
they're
Oh
not used
no,
to it.
soldier. Oh
Still
no,
missed drone. He's
soldier.
gotta get
Oh
another
no,
one.
soldier. Soldier.
There's a
So dead.
world, he
Soldier.
gets
So
another
dead.
one.
You
Soldier's
can't join
so
it on
dead.
stage,
Soldier
there's
is so
no Jaggers,
dead.
no
Soldier
Tackles,
is so dead.
He is very likely gonna stand there and get
Yeah.
the third
He's
kill.
getting it.
This is really just Cyber's playground at this point. JLT,
Other one.
the last
He's got
one
him.
for PSG.
Yeah!
Finally, somebody slays the
Frick
dragon,
Cyber's KD.
But 4 more heads emerge at this point. from the Hydra that is FaZe Clan.
Once you cut one down, 2 more spawn. 2
I
more
think
go in the
it's
roam.
not an
He's so
elimination game,
dead.
and they're here to learn.
He has one
It's fine
flash.
if they lose this, and they still control it.
Game
Well,
over.
lose it they do, indeed. At least the first map. FaZe Clan.
That was FaZe's playground. DZ.
Want to absolutely stomp Scars 7 and 2. So I don't
We're gonna quick do a Wordle. Gamer. So there's an A, so, no, R doesn't work. No, I can't use, no. No, nope, shit. I hit spacebar by accident.
And it's
Jax.
like Bliss are the ones that are delivering it, right? But if you look at how they
Okay, so,
they sort of found themselves obviously Copenhagen.
oh, let's try Talon.
Some of the first out, 21st and 24th.
Okay, T's in it and N is in it.
Slightly at Atlanta, they improved massively. At SI, they almost got themselves in towards the live stage.
It could be blank A N T S.
Here is that potential moment for them.
Wait, is it? No, it's not blank.
It's worth noting as well, just to Bliss before we get into our maps.
It's not-
By the way, Bliss 7-5 against M80 on day 1.
No, it's not
Then
walk.
Found themselves facing off in. I wouldn't say an easy game. They came up against Secret. So both of these teams have gone out.
Is
out
N the
up against
first
a team
one
that
then?
has already made it
N
through
A?
and struggled, right? So it's definitely no easy run to where they are today. But this is where these two teams are both going to have to come to a head, and one will have to come out on top. They're at first.
I'm gonna try and get rid of D. Oh, but we're not, because that's only one word, and we're trying to figure out.
Looking at those bands that are currently there, I know that Dark Zero loves something like Nighthaven Labs, and sure enough, there it is. Chalet, an interesting.
Let's try. No, we aren't. Well, okay. If we do Neath, we would just figure out about T and H. So T has to be at the end. N has to be either. So it has to go blank A.
It's
N,
the
T,
conversation that we had earlier.
blank.
What gets cooked,
No.
What gets developed, what gets thrown itself in, and how far.
Because N can't be at the end.
Plan as a
T
core
can
is
be
that
here. N can be there.
Chalet, it gives yourself some good
Fuck.
side
It's
of
not Eater.
Dark Zero, they can get
Is it
themselves-
Darth?
Curious if we'll
No,
see
there's no N.
sort of Monty removal, the play against the shield play that's been
Maybe there's no R. What am I doing?
from the side.
I'm fucking throwing.
You know, they're
I'm
gonna
fucking throwing this while we wait for the fucking DZ game. Okay, so they're playing Chalet Labs and Cafe. So I'm gonna say that DZ win this game, Bliss win this one close, and then DZ win it in 3. Oh, what is this word? T. Okay, so we don't know the front word. It could be PA. It's not pants, cause no, it's not path. It's not an S, cause it's not.
There's
It's not.
anything that I feel like I'm missing. I don't. No, did I do a border? I did.
Could I try and use a word that has D?
I have done labs, I have done cafe, I have done club, have done sky, have done consulate, have done board,
I could do fines.
Thanks, boys, you set me up.
All right.
I don't think. Yeah. Okay, so there is a D. So it could be D. I think it has to be D and then another A.
Do Pokemon say their own name? I was like, have you watched a single episode of Pokemon in
No.
your life?
Okay, I know why I didn't. Because
That is what you said. Don't
Yeah,
take.
yeah.
So
don't say
N
that.
has to be here.
But I know where my confusion.
It just depends on what's right here.
They made stupid
Like
sounds
you would
on
just
Game
choose,
Boy.
and it's like.
Wait.
Did you never watch the cartoon? Though?
I watched the cartoon.
So you know from that.
What's okay, but like this is like that argument of like anime versus like manga.
I mean,
It's
we
like,
can argue about that all day.
what's
I'm
the
well versed.
Let's fucking go!
canon Bible, you know? Do you go by
Clutch.
You go by,
Clutch. I'm like dot. Because it had to be a value. It had to be a vowel because it didn't make the fucking sense. What happened?
do you go by?
Yeah, they're almost done.
Either or. I mean, you can't go by the games. Like, that's not real sound.
Let's
It's like-
try. Let's try
I'll
death.
tell you what, the thing is when you play the Pokemon games.
Okay,
it's not
A.
actually
Ooh.
sound.
Okay, that's huge.
Game
It could
Boy
be
Advance
no,
playing
not. It's not
What
teach.
came
It's
first?
mechanical to cry for help.
Okay, so let's. No, we know H is already there.
Power Wars,
Well, it
Pokemon
could be also another H here.
Yeah, you give
So I'm gonna try chord.
I was like, bro, this is like.
Because we can see, we see if there's another H, so there's not another H, but there is an R and a T. So we have
Isn't there one
T R A blank
Yeah, that's like the later generation.
H.
This is the second one.
Oh Oh, isn't there one that's just ice cream?
Yeah, but
Mm.
it's got like cigarettes stuck in it. It looks
It's
like
not
cigarettes.
Reach because there's no E,
I love ice
and there's a T.
Cigarettes whole.
The players.
Is it?
found
No, it's not
themselves standing
wrench,
looking at the lobby,
because that's
ready for
more
a
than
while.
one. I think I'm gonna try and find some more. I'm gonna try and
Yeah,
figure out the
Well, there's no
location.
reason
So if we
to-
go
I'm about to open a can of pop. There are many brands available,
TR,
but there is
I
no
could throw
reason to stop.
Thrill.
Always
Hey,
picks
that
one
off.
mic.
Go throw
Sorry,
Thrill
I'm
out
really
here.
extenuated.
Okay,
Ah,
TRA
I wish I
oh,
had Tinny.
such a
blank
lovely
H.
sound. I mean, we'll see.
It's not Trace. It can't be Q. Not
You
W.
guys don't
Not
think
W.
they
Not
will.
Y. Not U.
No.
No, not
I mean, again,
H.
DC
Or
are
not
the
P.
team
I
that
mean,
everybody
not
look at and think should be the
K.
top-performing team right now, at least in
F
LA, but
G.
nothing else.
Oh, trash.
They can walk past M80 and looking
Had to
to
think
be that
about
team
it.
that
Had to
really
think
have
about it,
a
guys.
great day
Don't you
yesterday.
worry.
Hitting form at the right time in a tournament is arguably the most important piece.
Okay,
as well. It's more a
last one.
marathon than it is a sprint. A good day or
I hit.
two
I hit again.
rewards you equally.
That's bullshit.
A day or two won't strictly punish you.
Death.
Yes, almost found that out, mind you, with what could have been their
Okay, so there's an A in it.
Winning in the 15th round of map 3.
Can we try Gamer?
I mean,
Well, we
that's
have
a-
an E again, but I mean, I'm looking for the G.
It's
Okay,
why
so I
we're
got the
looking
A.
for Yeah,
No, East
my
wouldn't
bad. I'm gonna give you
work.
back to Tim, and
Names
be
wouldn't
like Tim.
work because there's an E and
Tim
M already
loses-
gone.
Yeah, Tim loses his voice.
I mean, I could try. No, but there's no D, so it'd be just a fucking waste at that point. Jax. Yeah, let's try Jax.
Players don't lose their voice as well, to be fair.
C.
Yeah,
So there's no E.
Yeah, okay.
C could be at the end though.
Ashram is a bottomless.
I don't want to try Doe because I would only be the vowels, and that wouldn't help at all.
Take a quick look at the last time these two teams played on this map. And for Bliss, that
No, but
was
there's no
just
S.
over a month ago, so
I could try Youth. No, but there's T and H. And I have 3 words left.
Solus, whereas in Beast Coast game or Dark Zero's game against Beast Coast,
It's not water because
that one was a ban from
T-E-R.
the Azami.
And
Now,
we have a
KB and
C
Azami
as
has
well,
actually
so
been Dark Zero's
fuck.
permabans for the longest amount of time. Like, it doesn't matter what map they play, they always default to those two going off the board, and I'm still waiting for the
No,
game
it's
to
not
change the way.
vague.
I think back at
Okay, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try Youth here. I know the TH isn't in, but okay, so there is a Y. So that's huge.
To which I said that feels like a waste because you know Dark Zero.
Can I go Casey? No, because it's not a. Casey's not. I could do cases, but that doesn't help me with my Y then. What word has a fucking Y in it? Like a like a
on Dark Zero that really hates.
word has a Y.
Because you always have someone in your stack that's like, oh, can we ban Jackal? I just hate. them."
C-A-Y.
So what rank you are when you ask that question?
Yeah. Do you
I
think
would
that's just-
wager it's old guard, so not Nafe.
Y.
I don't think Bolo either, so it's NJR, Pamba, or Nadian. And I would argue it's Canadian.
Is it layer? No, but there's no C.
Yeah, we just like
Just shut you down.
It's obviously a team decision, but
Yeah.
it's funny to point the finger.
It is, and it just feels funny to blame Troy.
It's funny to blame Troy. Now you have this lineup.
W-A. Oh, is it wacky? I still have a Y. Oh, but there's no K. I'm gonna try that though. Okay, so Y is at the end. I put C in the same fucking spot. Okay. Okay, there's something wrong with me. Is it? No, it's not.
Might see if they can try and get some of this
It's not-
stuff down on West Main. Now they've got the kit not too far away. Fisho might see if he can try and slip his way in, hop the window, hop right, and plant behind the planter. But it does require some destruction to be done.
I think I have to pass.
The first victim.
We'll figure it out later.
What's really interesting about this lineup, to be fair, from Bliss is there's no hard breach on sides. They
Yep.
can't open up the
It was a good try,
fire
guys.
places.
It was a great
Normally
try, great
it's a
try,
place
great
that
try.
Glaz would sort of play.
NTNT.
Smoke outside, you're going for a plant, the Glaz would cover you from backstairs.
Oda's literally
Comes
won
out
already.
fine and dandy. They don't have that option, and I don't know if that's a mistake coming out of Bliss, or if they're cooking something very specific based on what they saw from Dark Zero just a couple of days ago. But now though it starts
He
out with a
sees
top floor
Bolo.
clear,
Bolo
unsurprisingly,
takes some
that is still very
damage.
important.
And
But
Gridlock
the
also
fact that we
takes
have a
damage, but
sense that
Gridlock's
Glaz
big.
and the Lion side to me at the very least suggest that
Whoa.
some naughty cooking
I don't know
in
about that one. I didn't see his head
boys.
pop up.
NJR, the first to fall in this game.
So they already lose mute. So there's a. That's a Nadian type play. That is a Nadian type play.
Strikes again.
If there is a position to be played, Canadian will be playing.
Okay, but that's also the Glaz, and like I mean,
What was I saying about Glaz in
it's
our game
the
earlier?
strat
It's
is
happened
for
again.
official guy
Just always
to use
feel like
official
something
guy
to
and
get
shit.
caught out and therefore rendered
But that's the
largely
site
useless
presence
on
gone
Troy's
actually.
part.
So
They've still got
Canadians
got
gotta try and.
play behind, or in this case, the light screens. But they brought
I think
some
they know
great
no one's
mates
in
the
sight.
round as well.
Oh,
I
but
don't know
Troy's
what the game
there,
plan
and
was,
Troy
but
makes
they
it
just
back
burn
into
their way
sight.
through the barricades
Troy.
because they've got no other option except
Panda
to
goes
deal with
down.
it.
They
I'm
know
not sure,
Canadians in
but
sight
it
now, I
seems to
think.
be at least staying in their favor for now. They're into a 4
Okay,
versus 2.
but Nafe gets the trade on the
Let's do
official
this
guy, so
quick
that's the kind of the execute ops out. That's a nice shot. That is a nice shot. So Oda's down, so it's a 1v2. I think he's gonna try and bait to try and get the kill. He just shot. Okay, no, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. He didn't see it. He didn't see
The
it.
opening round is in Bliss's favor.
All too easy there, really. Yeah, it's such a strange round
I
again.
don't know how I
because
feel
no
about that
bar
one.
race, that's
I mean, they
the
played the
pathway
trays
we're
really
used to.
well. I mean,
And
NJR just kind of
practically every
died,
gunfight took place on
and then
that
Pamba
top
just
floor,
kind of
and
died by himself. I think he was up
surprisingly, the
top,
defenders there at
but
Dark
like,
Zero realised you've got to hold on to the verticals, otherwise they will be turned
not
against
not a
you.
great play up
I'm sure
top.
even they're scratching their heads like, why did nothing get breached? Nothing was open, nothing was used.
Mhm.
An odd round overall, but Bliss still.
Oh yeah, they just took space. They didn't really do anything else. And they're waiting for the Glass to do something, but the Glass,
They brought no hard
They
breach,
got
they brought a
Canadian.
Glass, couldn't open up the fireplace wall, and I was like, what's going on? It was very strange. Huh? Bliss. Yeah, they won. That's what I'm saying is weird.
So you're getting half the conversation here, people at home.
Yeah. He's like, but they won though. I was
Did
like,
you
yeah,
hit-
that's what's weird.
Did you hear Carter's laugh as he left?
What a
All right.
That's terrifying.
Are we losing it this deep into the tournament?
With, look, it's been a long 3 days.
It has.
Normally these are like the night
For
hours.
you.
I think on Monday we were casting at like 11:30. I was like, look guys, you're in the watershed now. Weird stuff happens at this time of day. We're not quite there yet. It's only 6 p.m. but it is the last series here on the B stream. So you guys have landed yourself in a great place for some hijinks and fun. Not just from us, but also from players. Like I say, no hard breach, very weird.
Off towards still a middle site, middle floor. Technically there is a basement, and I will count it here to get ourselves an extension. Late round setup, they're not entirely concerned of any immediate pressure and pace, but Chalet, you know, it can offer itself some leniency with aggression out the window.
So there's gonna be more of a full take here, especially because they're gonna try and take trophy.
Hamber. Now the first body was pretty cleanly taken by Bliss. Then it got very frantic
And
and
Brando's
chaotic
gonna.
in a short
Ooh,
window.
do they know
So if
Pambi's
Dark
right
Zero
here?
can maybe get that first engagement, that 1 versus 1 as
They're
Pamba
joining
sits
and
atop
making sure
Bliss's side
Pambi
with
isn't here
Solarian,
anymore, but
waiting for a take his route through. It seems like it's actually going to be slow and cautious as he gets
No, it was
surrounded. He just
Wettables.
walked right past someone on the double window. I think Wettables was unfortunately not quite waiting, but it should have been a catch.
so they're gonna do a full clear here. It's gonna take a lot of time though. It's gonna have to be a fast execute. DZ just can't give up the numbers at this point. I mean, they wasted what, 2B canisters, air jab. They lost. Oh, Bolo!
Get out there, pick up a few kills of his own. But it's going to be about that disruptive gameplay against Bliss, I think. Don't give them too much time to get set up on the verticals. Here, you know, normally there's a big scrap that takes place inside a library, but at least as it stands,
I think they're hearing that Vigil top blue. Top vines. But Oda's just gonna try and work a pick against Bolo. But Official guy goes down to Nafe, who's trying to push side, I think. No, yeah, he's trying to push no library. Oh, he swung big one. Oh, maybe there's a no. It's definitely up top. But the bees are trying to push blue hall. But Brendo's got the flank. He's working halls here.
Just on the swing outside dining. He wants to try and put some pressure on towards the stairs, but nobody's forcing the motion here. Nobody's trying to force the players out into the catch. He needs, as we see here, Wettables and
Is Bolo still there? I don't see his outline. No, he's in the library. Bolo's about to get caught.
Bolo gets the swing onto Wettables, and now it is just Sage left.
Nice headshot. And no one's up here. Nitro him. I swear to God. One sitting below blue, one sitting probably on top of blue. I think that's that might be NJR, honestly. No, that seems like a Canadian kind of thing. He's just indicting already. Yeah, that's NJR.
Stepping ahead and dying, and there's no other like deaths that happen around that. Especially as you get in towards the sharp end of the round and things
That'd be
are starting to
Bambi,
come to a
honestly.
close.
And
It's
nope.
a massive mistake on their side to be
Could
so
not
far
tell you
ahead
that outline,
of the
though.
rest of their team.
It's too far
So at least
away.
they're trying to
It's
make
too
plays
far
on this
away.
unit, even if it's not coming off successfully, it still shows that they're on the same page.
Yeah, slow paced. I think it's a slow build.
That was a very nothing round.
It was a very nothing round. There were moments where there could have been catches, moments where there could have been explosions.
I mean,
there could have been
the take
stats
isn't
done.
bad at all. You just lose a lot of. You just lose picks. You just lose bodies.
Really, we
So
will still build into the series, I think. whether this map goes a super long time or
Okay,
not.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real
What
quick. I'll
I'm
be right back.
especially excited for, because for Dark Zero, that's been the map they've been known for the longest time, and for Bliss, it's their highest preference map. They never ban it. Everyone bans it against them.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, that's going to be a really highly competitive map. Not that Chalet can't be, but we had that wacky round one where there was like no hard breach, and it was a really weird. I don't know. Bliss got the win. It happened. And then that last round that turned into a little bit of nothing really. Didn't seem very competitive, I guess. It was just a few gunfights, and that was it, done and dusted. So I'm hoping that we see them kind of warm into the game more as time goes by. This one, now that we're down in the basement, may well drag them into a much more involved game, because there's going to be a full map clear to worry about here on the side of Bliss. You're going to have to worry about going through those roamers that are holding off on top floor, who I expect to be players like Pamba, like Radiant, for example, get them upstairs and causing some trouble, and then start thinking about the execute. And what I think is really interesting, actually, the fun stat for you, is this site is the site with the most, or the highest, plant percentage of any site in the game. We see more plants here than anywhere else on any other map.
The fun we have with numbers.
We love a good execute down
we
here.
love a good Westmean tick. No, it's good. There's some solid towards this site, and obviously you can extend yourself. You can sort of play the stretch, but very often teams at this caliber, teams at this situation, are going to try and bait in to those stretched engagements. You can see here a very full clear in quick motion and drop down. They're not going to sit around and find out around the, pressure coming on towards Ivy, the pressure coming on towards the top of the stair set itself. They've drifted further and further back. There is still a bit of a lesion, still a bit of a presence holding on to Fireplace, but it's a time-wasting presence. Theoretically, the pressure is going to become too much, too insurmountable, and that's why they're trying to cut this off. Bolo is in this position. If now they drop down and get dining control, they can watch across.
Okay, we back.
There has to be a bit of a rotate up to support him. The drones come around the corner. There's the reveal of Bolo.
Bottom floor defense, where they're gonna just take wine. They're gonna leave the roam to themselves.
They get this hatch opened up, and they have 3 or 4 players just suddenly flood in.
Knave, Canadian, and NJR inside, so they're fine. They even open up main breach. They have Ace.
If they want to get dining
and
control,
Haban.
they're going to have to put several players in towards it. And in fact, no crazy rush in. That's what I thought we were going to
So
see. Because with how this game's gone so far,
they have no like. I mean, they have
Some
Oda
dining
up here.
control
Oda's
is
probably
really
just gonna keep holding
important.
the
That indicates
flanks.
that Execute is going to come around that north side of the
Oh, you
site.
see
You've got
him.
them
Oh, they
up on
see
the
him.
actual main garage door, and so now you should see many of these Dark Zero players turn their attentions northward.
Still hasn't been any of this direct pressure.
Ooh, an
Honestly,
NJR.
First bit, and it's down in red.
So
Trench.
throwing
Oh my God,
Surmounted.
Nick!
NJR loses the shield, but I think the trade of 1 shield, 2 people.
He's just
fine
seeing
with
ghosts.
that. Goes a little bit wider. Gets executed for
No,
it,
the
but
triple
there's
pu-
no
the
trade
quad
there,
pump.
to be honest.
Oh my God, did they
That
just kill them
big
all with
bad
shotguns?
Canadian, 2 big bad kills for
They might have.
player. That was nothing.
They might have,
So-
Stress
honestly.
their hold.
We're inting, I guess. I'm not really
It's
sure.
It's like when Captain America comes to sit down to say, "So you're inting."
Yes. I think like the common line I've seen is, so we're not droning, and I'm like, yeah, so now we're just throwing ourselves at a shield.
Yep.
It's a bit strange, like, like we've seen this extended hold into trench probably for about 18 months now, I'd say. Prior to that, it was more common to be fully locked in, holding inside of dining, for example, that sort of thing. Whereas here, DZ just entirely gave dining away and said, hey, it's all yours for the taking, but we're going to hold onto trench really aggressively. And the fact that you haven't got like nades coming in, or the fact the ace has died trying to push that out, just kind of tells the whole story. Really would have thought that we'd seen them deal with that a little more deftly, because as soon as NGR gets those 2 kills, that's round over. You've committed everything towards.
I don't know what Fischl guy was doing there. He swings off the shield without any util thrown. I mean, I guess they didn't really have any util because they had the Brava, they had literally 3 hard breachers, and then they had Jackal.
Now as
Oh
we
no, they
find
had
ourselves
Thatcher. Well, I mean, you could Thatcher above, get all the EMPs, and then just double swing. I guess maybe. Well, you can't really double swing there because maybe you could double swing from trench, but you gotta like. What you have to do is you have to high-low it. I mean, so
coming out behind them. Obviously, this was the only round that Bliss won, and think about how they took it. They were very
assuming-
direct towards the site itself. They got themselves eyes on. Even
Banana!
with defense, even with
Banana!
that pressure, suddenly, that cacophony of explosions was when they got that first foot on. They went into the lead-in, and they're going to try and see if they can build on the back.
I
Big
lost.
bad Canadian, he's on the far side, roaring the
Cabby.
attention, the ire, and hopefully the players. But again, he loves to play this space, slightly off the center.
So I think
He likes
FaZe are gonna
to extend and
get a
sort of
little
throw
overwhelmed
himself
by
into
what
this build-up, into this engagement,
Talon
and
are
into where they
doing.
can go next. They come in Oh, close round the corner. Billiards on the side. He goes up. He gets himself a little bit distant, and he gets himself a little bit further back. All the attention, all the drones, all of it. And, well, what's he been able to take out of them? What's he been able to waste?
No, he's ratting himself down in the basement. That's the right kind of idea. Drawing the engagement and then see how much more time you can waste. And Otter's job really is going to be to chase this roamer down around the map. I mentioned it earlier, but it's probably because Canadians...
Okay, that's outside. I was like, what the fuck am I hearing? Because it's not in the game. Whatables just takes a lot of fucking area. Only half of it's soft? Okay. Oda's just sniffing out Troy. Oh, yep, Troy, you're so dead. Troy, you are so dead. Troy, you are so dead. Oh, never mind! Troy Canadian woke up today! Troy Canadian woke up! And NGR is just... Oh, no, that's Bolo. Bolo. Bolo!
If this round falls by the wayside, I'm fully expecting attack timeout, is worth stating as well. Because these last 3 rounds, I've said it after each one, they've been a little bit weird. They've been a little bit rogue, and something needs to be done to get things back on track. You can't really be afforded to be down.
And Bolo takes out Whatables. And then is someone playing the cross with Bolo? No one's playing there. NGR should have swung that a little earlier. Canadians just on the flank, so it's a 2v2 on site. They know this now. I think they should have known this for a while. NGR, where the fuck did you go? Oh, there's wait, I thought it was upstairs. No, it's a fucking... It's a kitchen. It's a kitchen and dining. Oh. And there's Pan B and he leaves.
Fisher is the last one left standing. 3 players
Pan
on
B.
Dark Zero to go. This feels like a bit too much of a stretch for Fisher. It may be an expert fisherman. But Dark Zero is simply
Fisher,
not
yeah.
on this one.
You didn't even shoot that one.
Still got the numbers advantage.
Shoot the one my gadget.
There we go.
Yeah.
Corner. Easy close out for Dark Zero, who keep themselves very firmly in the lead. As said, tack time that should really be the thing that comes in here for me. If we aren't going to take that, then I think the Bliss is probably going to start running a bit too far ahead, up to a 5-1, and things then start to look really, really messy. And in case you're wondering why I've just talked for so long, I enjoy breaking the 4th wall, and as I said, it's the watershed. Well, not quite, we're 3 hours shy, but we'll go for it anyway. I am indeed solo casting right now. Emmy has run away to go and do something. She were back. So I'm going to sit here and do a little bit of a podcast for you. What should we talk about, guys? I'll tell you what, I can actually see chat, so if you guys do want to ask anything, then ask away and we'll talk to this map before.
Why you fucking suck, mate?
You've ruined the start of what could have been a fantastic podcast then. Yeah, I was just saying, you know, I've talked for a good 2.5 minutes. Let's start a podcast here until you get back. And then you...
Oh, you told them I left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, B-Stream, last game of this phase, solo casting.
Okay.
This is the last.
Start a podcast.
Listen, let's be real.
Yeah, it is.
Because of how quick the other games were and how long our first game was,
honestly,
there wasn't a lot of time between us being before.
We had like 15 minutes. It was
and
chaos.
I had to... Here's a surprise to everybody. Yeah. It takes a lot to get me to look like this. A lot of makeup. I have like 2 hours.
Oh, here's a question. Hey, Derry, how excited are you for the main stage and the crowd? I'm really excited because in the crowd will be a guy called Tom J. Sherlock.
Tommy J. Sherlock!
I want to know what the chants that you've got prepared, Tom. I think everyone needs to know what they are as well. How's the day been? The day's been good. It's been fast, actually. Because we expected a longer break, like a 3-4 hour break as another series. But because our game on A-Stream was so long and the B-Stream's gone so fast, our turnaround was basically immediate. It's crazy. Almost we step. We're into round 5. I'll take more questions as we go along. As I said, it's kind of the watershed, so we're going to keep on taking
I'll do some play-by-play like
and
this.
This is a lie. It is not Dev Marta and Casting Links doing this one.
Dev Marta.
Me and Emmy.
Oh,
There's an Emmy.
Dev Marta.
It's the Brits.
I'm Dev Marta.
Getting control here.
You do our job, please. Yeah,
over the top of Bolo's position, but as long as he is here, again, he likes to sort of stick around as long as possible. Now, I don't know if you talked about it, I wasn't here, but the power of the Clash, the ability to get themselves a little bit mobile. Big Bad Canadian, or Canadian, to his friends, he's able to try and respond towards these takes. The Deimos is getting the deep dive. They have this back line. And, well, it's just going to fall back. Think about where the site is. Think about how much time we've got and how much time is being drawn. Oda, he's having to slowly step and go for the clarity here. With all that they've got in terms of farming and finding players, they're not netting any rewards from it.
A real change around as well, going from a Vigil to running around on a Clash, really slowing things down. And Tom, that is not going to be a chant.
They let them have the top floor? Wait, what? What is this take?
What do we think of Des? Tory. What do we think of Tory's Des?
What?
No way.
They just let him have the top.
Simply not happening. Simply not happening. But again, I think without the
I'm
pace
kinda
coming out of
confused
Blitz
by
so far, things being as slow
this
as they
call
have been,
by
kind of very
Canadian.
non-committal, no real bite
Like,
to their gameplay.
Pan
Clash is just
Bazoo
a perfect
and-
way to kill any
If you're
kind of
doing a
momentum
horizontal,
that
you're gonna
Blitz
get
might be
pinched
able to
so
build up here.
easily
So I feel
from
like
up
Dark
top
Zero
and from
in terms of
below
game management
horizontally.
have just had things spot on for
I'm
these first 5 rounds.
confused. Because
Minute,
NJR,
and
yeah,
every
Pan
single
Bazoo's already
down, I was
gone.
about to say,
There's
every
no one that
single
can sit
player still
inside.
How is he down? What's he done?
Got shot.
Is it a claim? No. What?
Claymore.
Shot?
He wasn't reset, was he?
No. What's he gone down to?
Pamba's gone down.
I am so confused.
Pamba
I'm
down.
gonna watch the stream.
All right.
carry
I'll
on.
talk about the approach. They're going in towards the site. The pressure onto NJR. He's looking the wrong way. He was
Yeah.
caught entirely.
See, like that's why
unaware.
you don't do a
Blitz
horizontal.
Explode.
Like, why are you
And
doing a
as they're picking up the
horizontal?
player on the
Canadian.
far side, Canadian. I said he could
I-
do a lot
okay.
with the shield, but the main thing he did there was panic, caught on the hatch. They've entirely cut off, and what a read here from Bliss. Realized
What?
how much was far away.
That was a
realized they
terrible
hadn't been able to get
call.
any of it with the combination of the Deimos and the Lion. So
Why you
went,
just let them have a free fucking round?
Let's send it.
I still don't know how he got down when I watched the replay back. I don't know if he's been shot by Nafe, who was inside a kitchen, or if it was
Yeah, I thought it was
Fisher
like a
on the Hibana, who maybe
reset.
got a long one straight through. I don't think you would have seen him.
What?
It must have been
Because
Nafe.
no one,
I
because
can't
no
see
one
who
can
else
sit
would've shot it.
stock, because
But in doing that,
and they
they've
can't sit
kind of
bar
cost
because they're gonna
themselves
take the
two players
top
have been out of
floor.
action
Min's
now
just
for 20,
like,
30
get that out of
seconds.
the strap
Not
board.
sure
Get
if
that
they
out
get
of the
back up
strap board.
safely or not.
In a
And
very important
Like,
part.
yeah,
that's
and
such
Bliss
a
have just
bad
capitalised, so fair
defense.
play to the Aussies. They've gone for
It's
it.
like fucking ranked
I
defense.
think that was it. As I sort of said, for how long had passed in, for all that they brought to try and get some control, and for the possibilities of if you're thinking there's 40 seconds, 30 seconds left for an operation attack,
What?
and you have a clash on the board, and they've only really got the hatch control, why is the clash in the middle?
Ayana,
of
they're bringing
five?
Ayana. Oh, for
Why aren't they on that wall? Why was NJR so sort of clear on thinking that they were pushing that 5-0? Because he was looking the wrong way when they just dropped the hatch and fully sent it. I don't know what Dark Zero thought was
PSG, are they
happening.
taking it to
but
fucking
Bliss
FaZe Clan?
weren't doing that.
They weren't quite on the same page, that's for sure. Still, it gives Bliss that second round, and again, what still stands to me as one of the weirdest Hearts of Siege that I've seen them. I don't know if I'm just like still tired from the last game or whatever it is. It's the end of it's B-Stream, it's the end of everything. I don't know, but it's been a very weird 5 rounds that don't really seem to carry much rhyme or reason. I thought Dark Zero had got a lot of control, and as I said, have really good game management, and then that kind of thing happens. And suddenly things are turned entirely on their head. Either way, Bliss's last attack coming in here. Got to make some magic happen. Someone asked, by the way, what's your favourite game of the Major so far?
The one we just did earlier today, I think.
Yeah, true, actually. BDS character was sick.
Very good.
Very good.
Very fun. On this.
I'd cast it again.
I'd cast it again.
Oh, they heard us apparently.
So,
we were screaming a lot.
Right.
That's why my voice is
Nice.
chalked.
Yeah, have you heard us?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
pro-
probably.
croaking.
They just said they did.
They did, yeah.
3-2.
These things called microphones exist. You're wearing one right now.
Now, Bliss, even if they get this third round, they're probably a little bit behind the curve of what you want to achieve here on your Chalet. Dark Zero have done a decent job at stretching and stressing them, and remember how abysmal's a very heavy word, but there wasn't
It's another
much,
trench push coming on here as well.
yeah, that they enjoyed about this last time around. They couldn't get rid of NJR from the shield position, or at least tried.
so they're gonna attack NJR from a top. I don't know why you EMP that, because you know there's no Kaid. Hopefully you don't.
Sure if Nafe what floor he's on. No, he is all the way in the basement.
They're doing the same strategy
Same
as
sort of
last
thing, though,
time.
coming out of Bliss, right? They want to push in on this top side. They want trench control. They want
Because they're just gonna
Dynamic
leave
Hatch.
Bolo
That hatch is open. The key thing to watch
and
out
Pambi
for
up
is the
here.
EMPs from Sage, and the
Pambi
nades
you
from
could
the back
definitely
of Brenda.
flank,
That's the combo they need.
but
to
Oda's
settle
always
NGR
up,
from
always
behind
up
the
here.
Shield, assuming, of course, the shield is in the same place. I haven't quite seen it yet, but I imagine it is. In fact, yes, it is. I can see him on it right now. Thank you very much, Observer. I believe we've got Sky for this game actually observing for us, which is lovely.
The Australian
There's the
dream.
EMP and the nade. Oh, I like the movement. He's going to push. If he gets a freebie here, this is... No, that is so smart, NGR.
That's foul.
Oh, my God.
That's
I would
foul.
have babies. What a man.
Brendo gone. NJO stocked up and ready. A man with fancy glasses that's not
He's
really
literally on a warden,
affected
bro. You
by
know
this.
Oh,
he's
They
playing
have
the
dropped the
warden.
hatch to the left-hand side and just pushed their way round. Sage gets 1, gets 2.
Nafe.
So 3 versus 3. And
I
the
think
rest
Nafe
of them are
fumbled
site
that,
control,
but
don't
then
quite have
Troy's
the
here.
confidence to plant. So instead,
Yep.
caught by a shotgun, but not more than that. 2 versus 2. Get the BP and get yourself a little pocket of space.
Oh, he's
You
so
know that
fucked
one's about
here.
to come down. And you
But-
push them further back.
Oh,
the grenade
Pan
is
B,
the
you gotta-
catch. A great play from
Okay, so last
Odo,
one's
but a
planting.
Great play from Bolo.
Bolo can
One
definitely win this.
versus
He knows he's
one.
behind.
Bolo
No,
versus
no, 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 no! Where are you going, Bolo?
down.
Come on!
Almost caught there by Fisher Guy. The blind comes out, the pre-fire angle.
Bolo.
Knows where the route is out, and he takes it, and that gives Fisher Guy a chance to rotate, get himself to a new position, give himself more to work with.
DZ just blundered
and
that
even
end.
half.
Pambazu doesn't need to
They got that.
peek.
That's weird.
Okay, but
Great
okay.
analysis.
So what? Okay, so they didn't even take fucking Wine
That was
Wall.
like a
They
fever
took
dream.
Trench Wall.
Nafe
But
sold his team
no
out
one
there. Nafe's
from
job
Blue
was
Hall
to be
is
the player
watching,
to protect
because we
MJR's
know
backside
Nafe
and
goes
not let them
Wine,
shoot the booty.
and then I
What
think
happens?
Nafe
Sage
and
drops
Canadian
hatch,
both
runs
retreat
forward,
through
looks
Blue,
back, shoots
but they're not
MJR.
watching the
And
hatch
well,
drop at all, even though the hatch is
then he
open.
swings.
Like,
And it's
one
a
of them
little
should be
bit
playing
like that,
Blue
that's the real
to
big
watch the
broken
hatch
back
drop
of
and
the
anything
defense
from the
because
door,
otherwise MJR again is playing
and then
brilliantly.
one of them should be
That's not
playing
having
Pillar
children.
to
I'm
watch
not
the
sure
door
why.
and
So
watch
it's
the
not
hatch
even
drop.
that
But
broken
no,
that
they
should
just
have
both
performing.
leave, and
Nafe,
NCR just sits there
you
all
are not
alone.
really
Like, he
good
gets
father,
one,
I'm sorry.
he can't get two. He could have gotten
Three of
two,
these, though,
honestly.
and this is where we
Like,
might be able to
that's
see
such a big
a little bit of
blunder.
growth here.
DZ just ruined two
Highly
defenses. They literally could have won up
Chalet
5-1.
Chalet
Like,
is
actually.
generally decent for attacking teams that like to build behind it, and they're on a team. This is the thing what I talked about at the very beginning, the Monty, and the control of the space that Canadian sort of commands with it. In the words of Demo, one of the best Monty players he's seen. Now, he's gone off it
I
this
thought you were about to
time.
say Demo, one of the best Monty players in the world.
Demo
and I was
is
like,
not one of the best
don't
Monty
say
players in the
that.
team. But if I say that he said Canadian is one of the best, then the responsibility of me being right or wrong is shifted onto Demo. He isn't going to do it this time round. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see it. What he does is sort of acts as a front line that pushes people into a crossfire set up between NJR, Pamba, and Bolo, and it's a very effective stratagem. Here, with how close this site is and the preparation for the hop out, they're going to do the busy work. Get control above, the hatch is reinforced, nobody's playing the slip position. They're not going to be immediate towards it.
I think this time around the difference really is that we haven't seen too much focus on Library when we've had Blitz attacking. They've really favoured pushing in on the solar side of things, getting control of Trophy, for example, and working their way from the top side down. Admittedly, in first round, they were sort of forced to do that without the hard breach, but you've seen the exact opposite out of Dark Zero, who have started themselves with some library control. I think that we're very used to seeing. They love running Capitao here. I think that's even a couple of years ago. We'd often see Canadian on the Capitao and instead looking to get himself out on the office balcony and trying to catch out or burn through the player that sat on mezzanine behind a shield. There is no such player here for that because there are no shields in the back pocket of any of these Blizz players. None brought along for the round, so they can't play up on mezzes maybe comfortably as we're used to seeing. Thank you very much, Sky. And so for now, there's more dug back. They're more looking to play the denial game and more looking in towards those 3 C4s they've got sat in pocket, Emmy. That'll be where the real damage comes from here, and that's what Dark Zero needs to be mindful of.
Quick play with the breach onto the single. Prep
Have Twitch?
wall, and
No, I think it
the
was
response,
Fisho
the
that
opening
broke
the mirror
the
window.
mirror.
It means you can play it a little bit from
But
inside.
Oda's
but
playing
it's
bottom
such a
blue.
dangerous
Fish is
position to
playing
be in.
here. I think Wedables is
And
playing
it's still
top.
reinforced at this
He's
point,
playing in
but it's also
office. Then
a
Brendo's
lot
playing in
soft, a lot of angles. There it
dying,
is,
and then
Fisher Guy's position
Senjin
easily
is
fished out.
somewhere in
At
fucking
the
Netherlands.
width of his play
Because we know he's not up top.
is placed. There's also a drone hole not too far away. There's the whiff, there's the reveal, and there's NJR
Pixels.
getting 2. Sage and Oda caught out.
No.
Bolo's in. There's
Okay.
2. They got the trade. Send it.
And
Double
Bolo's not
dip.
dead. Not bad at all. Really good execute coming in. I was worried when they didn't make the move. NJR gets 2 kills, and that should really be the trigger for these next 2 to jump in, because at that point, the player that's holding the angle is the one who should then be looking away. Okay, where's NJR? Is he pushing me? You capitalise on that distraction. So, not quite the cleanest push through, but they've got the job done. They've brought down 4 players into a 3 versus 1, unless, of course, they can get Bolo up, which I think they might just not bother for now, and they're looking to close things out. But I'm looking at the plan. Surely it should be going down sometime soon. Wedables almost had a freebie there.
Well, that's it. There was something that was pinging them. They were all desperately running around trying to find Wedables at
Valcam.
the vertical, and
Nice.
Hey,
well, he
NJR.
didn't
Clean
have
up.
anything else. NJR, big round on the lead
Clean
in
up.
the opening 2, and then found that one towards the end. But yeah, there was whatever it was that was pinging them. They did a little bit of secondary shotgun fishing, and it didn't net a result.
I think it was a Valcam in
It
sight, and they're
was,
just like,
it was.
where the fuck is this
It wasn't
Valcam?
necessarily
We're getting pinged!
retake, but they had to try and find whatever it was that was spotting them first.
Do it. It could be 6-1 right now if
Dark
DZ
Zero
didn't
may play that
blunder.
really smart and
Like,
seems to isolate
actually.
a single part of the map they really wanted. They didn't care about what was going on up towards the north side. They didn't want to run into any of those C4s. That
Oh
were
my
roaming
God,
around below from
Cyber.
Blish. You had a couple of them running around through kitchen and dining, waiting to hear the footsteps above to collect their freebies, but nothing was given. It's almost very kind of VP-esque in a way, and we see this a lot from Virtus Pro in EU. It's
That
only
is
control parts of the map that you need to get the job done. For them, that was looking in towards kitchen, and it was looking, sorry, in kitchen, in towards library, and in
Insane.
towards that front fireplace. And beyond that, they didn't care about the rest of the map. So kept it very simple, got in, got the job done, and NJR in particular.
Ooh, they saw that. 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 They saw
Now,
that. They
got
saw
Canadian
that.
probably stepping over towards playing on
It's a
that
tricky
Monty. We spoke
drone.
about it earlier on. I think on the very first game of this whole competition, we had both a Blitz and a Monty ban coming out in the first game. Shields being incredibly powerful in the current meta. Very impressive, very aggressive. Yes, even Monty, as slow as he is.
Yeah, and again, expect Canadian to be trying to get into their faces. He uses Monty as he uses his voice in the game. Loud, oppressive, and shouting things at people that, yeah, are a little bit further away from him. He tries to really drive it. And I'm also curious to see the drive of the use of the Deimos. It wasn't massively impactful directly in terms of kills when Bliss were bringing it, but as the approach starts here over the back, they've got the Grim, they've already got themselves a I don't know if I would call it full Solarium control because they don't trust it, but inside trophy towards
The Canadian
top of the
7-3,
stairs.
like they're not.
This could
DC's
be
not playing
very
bad
quick
at all.
here
Like,
if Bliss
if
aren't
they just don't
keenly aware of
blunder.
what's happening.
Yeah, that actually like,
Solar's
triggered me
the
a little
hardest
bit.
thing to get. The hardest thing about Solar Control is getting people inside the map to then
It's
take
high
it over. 'Cause
standard.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you've got two windows you've got to swing in from, right? It's absolute chaos. You're liable to
Because they can't fucking handle you.
So having that trophy control below becomes really important, which then requires West main control and kitchen
My
control.
God.
And
Is that
Brendo's
Monty
looking
on
to
the
make
other
sure
side?
They haven't got that control established anymore. Steps in for the one, but Pamba puts him in the dirt.
Well, there's a bit of wiggle room and width. And
Oh,
there's
two-man
a
swing.
great
Pamba.
take, but Oda
Nice,
can't get
Pamba
the
wins
second
it.
Pamba refrags and exactly
Oh,
where
no.
he was. There's that game from Dark Zero.
What the fuck?
Shield.
He
Found
jumped?
Shield, and they said he likes to get in people's faces.
No
but apparently
way
people
he
like to get in
jumped
his
up.
face too.
He
They
jumped
have
over the
themselves
railing
Solar's
trying to get
control
Troy.
Polo. He's watching underneath. They have.
But
the
Pamba's
win
dead
player,
because they can't
but
deathmark
the
them now.
line of
They have the
Wedables and
bees.
Fishogo. Between the pair of them, they have to watch on both
Oh,
entrances.
Troy, that's too
Oda
aggressive.
was really pushing
But
to
they
look up
can't play on the
Odin
wall
downstairs.
because
Then
it's
when the two
fucking
came swinging in, I
soft.
thought, man, he should be dead to rights. Almost gets that second onto Pamba, but he's really hit two big shots to make sure his team.
Oh,
got that
Official
down,
guy's
control
so
retained.
low.
That means all of these guys now focusing on Solar can just carry on with what they've got to do. And I tell
No,
you
no,
what,
no, Troy, that's
is
too
feeling
far,
himself. He's like, I
Troy.
don't care.
Okay.
I'm marching at your
I
face.
told you.
I'm coming for some skulls.
I warned you all. This is how he likes to play this operator.
Like, I feel like that's too far because they can't cover your back and they definitely have a crossfire. Imagine if that guy had the fucking.
They maybe thought it was coming a bit quicker than it intended because Dark Zero got that position very quickly, but then didn't push much beyond it. They waited, and because that was the game that they wanted to play in, so you wonder. Obviously, if the rotate had come down blue, round, up west main stairs instead, if the two of them might have been caught from that situation, they were surrounded, ultimately.
Key thing to highlight here as well is just how badly Bliss are getting battered on the entry across the last 7 rounds. They haven't found a single one. Round 1 they got it, which was that wacky round. They came out on top there and really made what looked like a mess come out and work in their favor. But since then in the early rounds, we've just not seen them really being the ones to get the jump on the side of Dark Zero, to catch them out, to then capitalize on the numbers advantage. And I think if they can focus on that, it's easy saying, I'll get the first kill, why not, long? It ain't quite that
Wedables
easy,
always
but I
looks
think if
so
they can focus on
intense. He's
trying to
like,
get some
come
control in the
on!
early round, or at the very least trading out those kills, because they haven't traded a single entry kill from DZ across those 7 that I mentioned. That shows that they're just kind of losing players early on for silly reasons, in silly ways that they don't need to be doing. And if they want to get control of this game back in their favor, well, it needs to start now. You've had your tack timeout, that magical tack timeout that we have seen so many times at this competition that can turn favors around. Still got Dark Zero, of course, on the attacking side, and I swear to God, if the glass comes along, then yep, I give the round to Bliss already.
Oh,
Don't
Bolo.
we always have that
No,
sort
put
of
Bolo back on
statistic floating around
glass.
somewhere of how successful the immediate round is?
Put Bolo
after-
back on glass.
after-
Say it with me
I know,
now.
I
I
have
haven't got
been
the
trying.
stat. I really wanted to collect this and try and get its info, but I can't collect the info enough to
Yeah.
find out when attack timeout gets called through. But across the competition, I think I've only seen 2 rounds after attack timeout so far lost by the team that called the attack timeout. Every other time, it's then gone on to be successful, in most cases, for multiple rounds. Coach Diff.
Let's see if
Diff.
Coach Diff can prove itself. Now, obviously, Bliss's map here, but you know, when you're staring at Labs, a map that can be competitive, we could still, regardless of whether this goes to or away from Blitz, see 3 maps.
Oh yeah, Nighthaven's going to be a screamer, absolute guarantee, no matter
Hope
which
so.
way it goes. It'd be a really
And
good game.
Brendo
Hey,
takes
there's
out
the entry I was talking
Nafe.
about. Thank God. And there's no response from DZ. Perfect. What I think they probably read in there is that this hatch control becomes really important for both teams if they're attacking this top side.
Yep.
They've had the read, the north side was the focus, so hey, let's get aggressive inside of dining. Let's get the, the contest down. They've got rid of a couple of drones, they've got a player, so now Brendo can quite safely just drop away back in towards site and play happily there. Good stuff.
And obviously the removal of the Flores, if you're thinking about the problems that might have been taken out of it, the shield swings that have been so impactful for the whole team. Defenses of Dark Zero is something
might be a
that they're
5-4 at
little
this
bit
point.
safer. There's obviously no grenades to sort of find their way around. You got to either try and get pellets on them or just throw yourself at them. We've seen how well that goes. Monty
But he's so alone.
making
There's no one with him.
friends up on the top
So they're
floor,
gonna
and
drop?
The friends don't want to see what happens next. Are they running because it's Canadian or because Montaigne is French? I don't know.
It's not like you can half ignore Monty anymore like you used to be able to. You can leave him in a corner of the room and go, okay, well, he's not really going to be a threat. He's going to feed info. And if he drops his shield
They
to try and
wasted a
challenge
minute
me,
30 and they're all
cool,
back on
no
site
problem.
now.
These days when he can run at you and just down you and really be a significant offensive threat, you can't quite ignore him the same way that you used to. So I actually love that we're seeing Canadian lean into it so much and really look to abuse it. We've seen so many bans of Monty at the competition. And this is probably going to be a good example of why, a good showcase so far as to why. Fair credit to Bliss, though, they have chewed through basically every drone on the other side. Only 3 left standing. Though at this point, the Canadian is basically a walking drone feeding this information back and forth.
He sucked himself close, so he doesn't get entirely swung on, but it's a little bit of an
But he
awkward
can't
pass
plan
he's
because
gotta
they have so
make
much
here.
blue control
He's
now.
trusting
Wedables goes
that
down,
there's
so it's
what's
basically a
on from the
4v4.
left-hand side.
But they, oh my god,
I
Oda's so
believe,
close.
just making sure that, well, this
So
could happen,
dead.
actually
Yep,
swings their
flash.
way around. It's
So now they
NJR,
have
he's
pillar
like,
control.
Like it.
gets the
Oh my god, so
first,
you know one's
gets
you
the
know
next
one's
bit of
pillar
pressure
right now,
here.
and
Flash
NJR
one
just needs to take
Lines
this
come
goo
out,
out of his
gets them a
fucking
second,
foot.
pull the goo mine out, but they've been able to wrest some control, and they're eyeing up the plant spot just next to it. The smoke canisters, good utilization as we start to have all of Bliss rotate
Are they
their
gonna play
way
top
around and
now
try and be ready for
onto
this. There's
one-
no counter
onto
pressure
cabinets?
currently coming through. 30
Troy
seconds
can't
is
walk
a little
in.
bit of time to
Smoke.
rotate, but do they want to risk it?
They got a smoke left there as well. I was going to say this is what you can find him doing is just set up on this
Oh.
corner and you're all good. But they've lost NGR on the back line. Bolo's then got in though. All eyes
Nice
are fixed
shot
on
by
Monty, and Bolo
Brendo.
goes, yeah, I'll have some of that. Gets in there, collects a two.
So
Brendo
Pamba's
left
just
all
gotta
alone
cover at
here
this
against two
point.
players
Oh wait,
still on
he's
their
picking
feet.
him up.
One of them being a shield user. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, at this point, the only thing that will be is to just pull out the planter.
Ow! What can you do about that?
Not much.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Not much.
Ugh.
Because you either have to pre-aim at the feet of the Monty,
Good luck when he's like right in front of your face as well, right?
or you have to aim at, I don't know, Bolo over his shoulder.
Ugly, I guess. Just so unfortunate.
This is why I said at the start of this, during the map ban phase and the operator ban phase even, will they ban Monty?
They should have.
They will next time.
Hindsight's
again, like,
2020,
every team
Des.
can be fearful of Monty right now,
Hindsight's
Shaggy, is like-
2020.
I've heard a few of the analysts say every team should be playing Monty right now. Like every team, without failure. But at least in this case, only one team has opted to play it. Guess it's getting the wins. Because he did
Some
do a lot in
teams
that
can't
round
play
as well. You know,
Monty.
although
Huge
they
amount.
lost that first early death, again, this is what I spoke about before about sometimes teams have players get a little too far ahead of the curve and they pay the price for it. But Canadian then really set himself up as the front line. You know, the plant was going in behind him, for example. He was the one pushing inside a trench. He was looking to cover NJR, who unfortunately got downed, managed to get him back up anyway, and then turn around and win the closing kill. So much of that pressure came off the back of Canadian, who now hits double digits, it's worth stressing.
As
Playing on a
Monty.
Gone are
Is
the
he
days of
top
seeing
fragging
Monty being
as
like
Monty?
3 and
There's
10
no
'cause he can
fucking
never get any
way.
kills. He's seeing him being 10 and 3. Great performance so far, and this is the last round for Bliss to try and eke anything back here. Get a couple of rounds back on side because it is looking rough.
I mean, at this point, again, you know, what do you sort of bring into
Ooh,
this? They've lost the round on
PSG,
the back
first
of their
defense they won, so it's
timeout.
4-3.
They got the advantage on it and still lost it, and that makes that sort of pain of losing it even tighter.
Man, there are a lot of Canadian haters in the chat. I don't know why they're all so upset.
It's because they hate playing against Monty, and Canadians
Probably
too good as a
Australian.
Monty.
Watershed, B stream, last game. It's unhinged, it's carrying on. A lot of haters. Don't be hating, man's 10 and 3. He's
Don't be
about to drag his
hating.
team through this first map unless
Whoop.
Bliss can do
Cambo's
something
like, what
magic.
the
Now
fuck?
this is the thing, no, because they got the magical opening last time round, didn't they? And it didn't quite net them the results. So what do? Do they try and double down? Do they try and send that extension even further around the map? They got a bit of a surprise onto Pamba, but Pamba, think about the position he was in, was already sort of eking his way out of dining, round the corner, eyes towards the site. So he was dabbling with danger.
I think it's the kind of shot earlier that I thought would have put, was it Pamba who went down? I forget. I think it was Nath who downed him in the end is what we concluded, but I thought it was also that kind of shot that would have put him down earlier in that round when we were a little bit perplexed as to what was going on. Either way, for now at least all 10 players still alive inside of the server. A bit more for Dark Zero about getting themselves set up. In fact, very reminiscent of what we saw from the defenses of Dark Zero earlier, where you've got DZ dug in towards, sorry, Bliss dug in towards the southwest side of the map, all around Library, all around site itself, and then you've got Dark Zero trying to work their way through the top. Don't want to get themselves C4'd out, so they're also making sure to clear in below. But here comes Big Bad Nadian. He's inside a lobby on the Monty.
I mean, look, he'll just
So
try
Troy's
and
gonna
push his way
push up
the
to-
stairs, and then he gets caught by a C4. Well played,
I don't
Webbles,
know.
and well played,
Nice.
Sage has the cross, baited him in. Oops.
I don't think I'll have his kids anymore.
NJR, it's back and forth with you. I'm sure you'll fall in love moments ago. Wet tables. Mops him up, but at least Nath finds one. However, Nath Nath massively injured, very separated. And the kit, look at where it is. Horrifyingly just held in the middle of a stair set that they can get as a very easy watch from 2 stories, 15 million different angles and rooms.
That's going nowhere realistically. It's well played by Bliss. I think the spring into action that we saw coming out of them, because I said for 7 rounds in a row we didn't see them find the entry. Yeah, that's not good. And so they have no foot. What the?
Bolo!
No way. Just no way. No, come on. Stop it. Come on. Let's leave it there. Let's stop. Let's all breathe a moment. Let's not throw. Thank God. Thank the Lord. Bolo is still up there, and sure enough, they got a
Bolo
crossfire.
almost
Thank
had it.
God, because that would have been a fitting end to this match that has felt like chaos from start to finish.
If that had gone away from them, that would have, regardless of that,
That one time.
Okay, if Nath didn't miss
it
that
would have been
smoke,
one of those rounds that carried over into the next map. It would have been that sort of removed from it. They hold on, but it shouldn't have started to get worrying. No. They've pulled a side off. They've been able to get.
You know what someone said to me on the last game earlier?
Yep.
When I did that whole like sound effect, they were like, "Can you move your mic away before you're sick, please?"
Yeah, what a mistake you made there.
I'm doing it for emphasis.
Oops.
Emphasis. Kitchen dining for round 11 then. Bliss, still 2 rounds to claw back here, but doesn't feel so impossible to be fair. If they play it in that last round where they can jump into action, they can push out and find those entries, they can catch Dark Zero a bit isolated. I think what really triggered it in the last round was realizing, oh, Canadian's kind of alone. The rest of his team are trying to still push through the north side. He's working his way upstairs here. We'll take him out for free, no problem at all. And he gets pinched by the players that were in such close proximity, one upon Mez, one inside of sight. He's shut down, and the terror that was Monty is then removed away from
my
them.
God,
I think in this
Bolo's
round, he's like, you know what,
bringing
had enough now, time to change away. Goes across.
because I think they're
onto
gonna try and go for a
Ace.
fast play, but now they're gonna try and use the util to clear out everything.
At this point, it still doesn't feel like we've started to hit the
Oh,
base of
red
where this
balls.
game is getting into, which is a little bit odd. Because we know what these teams are capable of, and we know that it's, you know, one game between them and a live stage. For Bliss, it could be huge. It could be them finally breaking through and finding that sort of curve. For Dark Zero, they've done it before. They've done it on the most recent, biggest stage, where Canadian drew the
big list.
ire of 10,000 Brazilians.
Not the place to be doing it, is it really?
I can imagine the British will give him the same reception.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm ready for it. There's the beautiful international nature of this game. You've got 2 Brits casting an Aussie team and an NA team throwing down.
In Manchester.
In Manchester.
In Manchester.
Steady approach. Eyes around Solarium. Again,
So they
they're
know
sort of
that
being
Castle is
fairly
in
direct
closet.
towards what they want to get the lockdown. There is an Iana that's a bit loose, and really the only loose thread for now. Checking as many corners as possible.
Bolo's gonna.
Bolo
Okay, so they're
sort
gonna
of
do a
letting
two-way
his
push
own
on the
devices
top
in
floor.
practice
It's
and
just
set
about
that
how well can
It's
Canadian
rotated
and
this
Bolo
array
push
round.
this
It's
way,
about
and
Canadian
how well can NJR and
trying to find a
Pambazoo
route
work this way.
through.
Because I have no idea where
Easy break.
Nafe is right
Nothing
now.
was really contesting this, but again, think about where the side is.
And Bolo brought
Pressure onto the
EMPs,
vertical.
yep. So they get
It's
the wall open
created
from the
that
mute or the
pressure
bandit.
across. Now,
But bandits are gonna
Bolo
be
needs
more
to
for the
try and use these angles
downstairs.
to pinch out the frost if he wants, but it
NJR
creates
walks
advantage
in.
pressure
Nafe is
that
on
allows this
drone
to top end
probably, but
Solarium.
Wedables is
The
down
eyes
here.
are coming in,
Nope,
the pressure
NJR gets
comes
smoked from
across,
half
and
wall,
Sage
but
getting the
Bolo
first,
gets the
but
trade.
response
Nice
was
job.
low
Long-range
on towards
shots.
the back end.
fail flight,
job.
literally from one end of the map to the other there. You got 2 kills taking place and someone caught in the
Pembazoo's
crossfire,
so
bang in the middle stage. In that
Nice.
case,
They
I
worked
thought
the
for a second
pick,
that
but
was
they
a
don't know
hit by the
Wettables
kill.
is
I
down
would've
here. And
tried,
I think
but
Nafe.
no, it was Nafe who got the side swipe
Oh.
instead. Wettables trades one back the other way.
And there goes
it's down
Bolo.
now to an advantage for
Oh
Bliss,
my
but
God,
straight-
the
not
frost
2
mats.
rounds in a row. It was NJR now, and now it's Nafe. What's going on?
Oops, Frost.
Come on.
It's all Frost. Big Bad Nadia, and he did mess up a Selma there, unfortunately, which didn't give them the wiggle room and the width on towards the dining table.
Oh,
As
he
the
almost
Venter
hit the
knew where they
shot.
were, but that didn't really change his fate. 6-3 to 4
They
to
can't
5.
stop the
Now,
frost.
as Bliss didn't get the immediate one after their timeout, but have since found enough to start fighting back in.
Yeah, it's that battle back that's been the big one across those last 3 rounds. Every
Yep.
entry being taken, whereas again before that, 7 rounds in a row.
They're gonna figure out one
Dark
attack.
Zero were finding the entries. So we have seen Bliss come to life. We have seen them start taking the fight back, and it's enough that it's forced a timeout out of Dark Zero. At 6 and 5, they know they want to get this round done. Otherwise, it's OT. And again, for a half that start, well, for a game.
Do
that
you
started
really
out
want to
so
go
weird,
OT versus
I really thought we'd see them get this
DayZ?
one done and over the finish line. However, that 6-3 scoreline is looking like a bit of a curse for them now as Bliss in striking distance to pull this one back, take us to overtime. It's a bit of a bop, isn't it? Someone was saying like there was like real like
Oh.
Ooh.
yes.
They're really pumping the music now.
Vibing.
Producer Sam, of course, joining us here on the B stream.
Love.
Done a great job all week. In fact,
So
he has
5-3,
ran this
it looks like
whole
FaZe are
B
gonna
stream
take
by himself
this,
all week. What
2-0
absolute
fashion.
Imagine if one of us was left in charge.
Oh.
Horrible, terrible. Would all fall apart.
I'd designate it to you, and then it would all fall
Ah.
apart. And I'd just say it was all your fault. I abdicate from responsibility.
Advocate.
Yeah, this game's kind of shocked.
Advocate from any responsibility. Advocate for responsibility.
He's just
and
going
you
off,
take
though.
Responsibility of me to go blameless.
Big Bad Nadian, still on the Big Bad Montanian
Yep.
now, but they've got themselves.
Go on, throw another Enian in there. Something. Go on.
Bolo is on a glass. Zanian.
Okay.
Cursed. I can hear Fabian shouting.
Oh shit, he's going off.
He's doing another
Whoa,
one.
he's doing the. That's how G2 started their win to win SI last time round.
Oh my god, alert the press.
He was proper going off.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, we're
What's
gonna-
happening over there?
We heard that on the far side.
I'm
We
not being
heard
funny, but they've made a really impressive run. Talon have.
they're against FaZe.
What's
and
the score?
That's the idea of.
Okay, it's 5. I'm guessing it's about to be 6-3 to FaZe in this case
My
on the
God.
second map. They already won the first one 7-3.
We're not
Yep.
playing
It'll be 6-3,
together.
but that was
We're just letting them have picks.
bit of a kick
In a Swedish
That one I
accent,
think they're
though,
about
'cause
to
I
get
can't do it.
completely past
Right,
it,
yeah.
But yeah, that was.
I was just seeing how they were.
Did you hear that, Lax?
Gabe, Laxing has just walked past.
That was Fabian going off, right? You
Yeah.
can't hear it?
Gabe,
Are you deaf?
Lax is in his own world.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, you're all good.
Well, we'll go back into DZ and Bliss there after the little update about what you might have heard spill through.
Monkey ass.
And it is
I don't want Fabian scaring at me.
very big preparation. Now, remember, the last time they made this approach here, heavy onto Solarium, they got the control of the position and then punished people
Okay.
rotating their way back round. Bliss probably aren't going to fall for that same trap, so they're not going to play
Get rid of the
that same trap. They
barbed
are
wire.
much more centric
They're
around
showing
the
the
top floor
F-Note
already.
gadgets, but no one's
Anything that
below. They're all
includes them
playing
getting
top
back to
floor right
site
now.
is across the top, across rafters. They've only really
And they
got,
have
I
that
think,
smoke
one
nade
player
there. They don't have a twitch,
down
so they can't get rid
underneath
of it right away. They do have.
Otherwise,
They do
are
have
all
nades. I'm
set
Bolo.
off towards the
Who is that?
second story, and that's
Brendo?
gonna
Brendo's
sort of
gonna
force Dark
fucking
Zero to have to make the first
deep
move
roam.
up here on Solarium, and they have a shield.
Pimzu's gonna
Perfect
hold
for it,
from
but
bottom,
you
probably
expect
with
it.
Bolo,
Remember what I
maybe.
spoke about earlier when they were attacking into
Nath
the
and
game?
NJ are
They
definitely gonna
took
work
that
from
very
these
narrow
windows
slice of the map
behind
and said, "This is what we
Canadian.
need to make a plan happen."
He
I wouldn't
sees
be
the
wholly
smoke. He
shocked to
sees
see
the
a
official
similar
guy
thing coming
outside
in.
the
They've got Nate
closet.
ready for a
They
little
don't know
bit of like a
Stengen's
backstab
here.
on the office balcony here just to give a bit of pressure from the other side. But all the
Someone's got to.
focus
Oh,
really
Nath is
on
back.
Sebastian
Why is
putting him on
Nath
the other side of the map.
backstabbing? It should be Bolo
Perception was not my
backstabbing.
forte, apparently. But I thought he was down towards on balcony, ready to jump in the
He's
front.
on the
But here he's ready to
breach.
play on windows.
Pimzu's
They're
holding the
keeping this really
cross.
narrow and tight.
I mean, that's it, right? What do they really have right now? The pressure onto the mirror windows comes through. Big Bad Nadian starts to try and roll
Nice,
his way
Pim.
through the
Oh,
bathroom,
but-
and it's the crossfire official guy that gets one, then gets
Woo!
dropped by Montaigne.
And Bolo just gets one.
Does find Wettables on the back end as Brendo tries to step
Yeah, Bolo
himself
did
back into
backstab. Okay, that's
bathroom
what I
and put the
thought.
pressure onto
'Cause that's
the
NJR back
Solarium.
there
Now,
with him.
Monty is currently
And Nath
alone
is somewhere
with the
never. I
kit,
think
and,
Nath is on big
well,
window
Canadian
then.
just keeps on pushing. He's getting the reveals for his team, finding out what's safe alongside the bees. Can tuck and maybe go for a plant.
Nice. They get the
Crossfire
triple
away.
crossfire and
That's
Nath.
it.
That's how
Dark
you do it.
Zero to find that final bit of
Nice.
spice. Yes.
the KAB, all of it. It's all made to make you clear quicker and to actually get that opening engagement. Now it's full. You can start working the side. I think it's going to be vertical play and then transition into an execute. Now my issue is they have Ibana, which means they won't go for a garage take here.
Yeah.
It has to be a zero take and they go down the stairs.
Soldier hasn't woken up.
Choice, and if PSG Talon is
JLT
smart about
hasn't
this, they
woken
should
up.
know that
Now
there's
there's a
gonna be
Roy
backside
boy.
attack
Ryder's
coming.
been okay.
Of course, maybe one backstab on the yellow staircase, but they
But
should
goddamn.
rotate their players. And you see right now, everyone's ready for this. 3 players waiting for the push, just getting that crossfire step, just saying, I'm gonna hold this corner, you're gonna hold that corner, wait for phase, play together.
Rubber will hit the road. Is Handy on 12 kills, looking to do more.
I'm assuming Breach isn't
Sound
open.
Carries the most
Yeah,
out
probably
of
not.
everybody. So,
Just from the
flag
operators that
right
they
now on
have.
FaZe Clan as they dot their
FaZe
I's,
Clan.
cross their T's. There goes Roy Boy. KDS has another close by. Soldier looking to pounce.
Imagine you. Oh,
Looking for more than that. The will
fire goes
stop.
off.
Handy
2 left.
taking his
Soldiers on a
advantage.
major flank. They don't even.
Kill.
No, now they do.
Leading. King holding on to that diffuser. Handy takes some damage from the fire. It's all under the shoulders of JTL as Soldier's been dropped. King needs to pull off the plant. Handy needs to watch for it as JLT found an opening. He has, but Handy gets the final kill. FaZe Clan, the 4th team to clinch a spot on the main stage on Friday. The surprise that PSG Talon has been, well, they're still around. They'll have one more opportunity to qualify tomorrow.
It's also the best team that PG's ever played as a roster, so a massive learning experience because their weaknesses, they were very clearly exposed in both Oregon and Consulate.
I think overall they can be happy with themselves too. It should have been closer than the scoreboard shows. I think lots of the rounds they actually had the right adaptation, probably not the right execution of it, but hey, they're playing against one of the best teams in the world. From where they've come to where they are right now, they can be proud of themselves. And it's not finished yet.
No, of course
it's
not. FaZe Clan did not go perfect, by the way, here in the playoffs. Like, they have not. So there is obviously some deficiencies for the Brazilian team. And, well, I mean, if
But they'll
what
work it
Colin
out.
said to you the other day is correct. Everybody looks
Imagine if
including
it's
FaZe Clan.
FaZe Clan versus
Excellent-
Furia.
excellent
No, but
showing
there's
by
no way
PSG
because they
Talon
went
up
3-0.
to this
Oh,
point. And by grace of God, they have one more chance. We'll see if they go tomorrow. An impressive showing by FaZe, and honestly, one of the more masterful showings from FaZe that we've seen here at this event. Well, what does KDS have to say about FaZe Clan's performance?
We'll listen to the
Let's ask him.
performance a little bit because we have to wait for the Bravo
Thank
stream.
you very much to the trio on the desk. And yes, I'm here with KDS to ask and debrief. First of all, congratulations on the win. You're on the main stage again, but you've seen the main stage so many times. What does it feel to you?
The feeling is always amazing, you know, because we work a lot to be in the stage, and grateful we win and we qualify.
All right, now you're on the main stage. Of course, we're still yet to decide other teams that kind of sit in that space. Is there a team that you really want to fight in the quarterfinals?
Furia.
I think the only team I want to beat in the finals is the BDS. I think BDS in the EU League play very well, and I want them because I think they are the best team with us.
If they can qualify, that is.
Yeah.
So far, not looking too great.
Yeah, I think they will qualify because they are very good, and the finals against them will be very cool to play.
So, well, now, congratulations on a win against Talon. What do you feel was the toughest thing for you during this game? Because it looked like, in general, FaZe were just in control of the match.
Yeah, not so difficult because the only thing I think is the communication we are having. Which in the last rounds, I think we are 5v3 and sometimes go to 3v3. You know, like we give some kills free for them. I think this is the biggest problem of us, and we are working to improve that.
Any other things that you want to let me on that you want to kind of fix or improve before you get to the main stage?
I think this is the most important thing, the communication. We are having very issues with this, and we are going to work on that, only that.
All right, KDS, now that you made it to the main stage, is there anything you'd like to say to the fans out there, in English and in Portuguese, of course?
Okay, thank you everyone for watching us and support us. We're very happy to be in the playoff again. E para os fãs brasileiros, muito obrigado aí por assistirem a gente. A gente tá dando a vida aqui para ganhar esse Major aí e vamos para cima aí.
There you go. Muito obrigado, KDS. congratulations on the win. You heard it here first. Face Clan make it to the stage.
No, KDS went for a dab, and Fabian's like, I know. I fucking Vilash is like, I have my left hand. Let me switch this real quick. So not DZ Bless. It should be the last. Oh, it should be Liquid versus whoever. Liquid versus Scars? Yeah. Liquid versus Scars should be on this A stream, I think. Oh, not that one. Okay. Yeah. So then we'll take this, go here. We'll listen to, honestly, we'll just listen to some fucking, how long do we have on this Bravo stream? We got 2 minutes left. We'll play a quick Wordle. I'm gonna put on some music though. Play some Miko. Okay.
When I was 10, I used to think that all the high school kids were cool.
Chord. Okay, that didn't work. Piles. Okay, it has a P in it. Nope.
I never graduated senior, so I never left for school. My friends would go and party while I'd stay up in my room. My parents said the music
Oh, I can do
wouldn't pay for all
Alt.
my dues.
I'm only missing L. So A is in it and P is in it. I'm so sick and Vapor? No, because E and R aren't in. I could try names, but the E and the S. No, named wouldn't work either. Namer? No. No, I can't do waves. Trying to think about a good word I could use. Ghost wouldn't work. No, jive wouldn't work. Jives. Manny. Oh wait. Manny? Vapor? No. Strong ones out there. I'm so sick and tired of the I think it could go like APP. No, but then that wouldn't work. I'm gonna try Jax. So there's a K. K and P? But we still have a B and M. What word could be used with the hat? I'm trying to think. No, we gotta add. Settle down. I think I have to figure out where the K and the P are. Just in general, like a word. Doesn't it? Again, I know 3 letters, and I don't know. Like, checks wouldn't work because they have to use E. You have to use H. And that's the same. Oh, K would be in the last spot. Like kind? No, it could work. Kinds. I could do. Oops, shit. Like kinds. Okay, so it goes K, K-A, could go P-P-P. Wait, is it Kappa? Okay, so they're gonna talk about the map, so we're gonna wait. Face gonna qualify, I don't care. Aimer. E does work. Okay. So it could be piles. Damn. So there's an I. I think I gotta figure out some words though. We're gonna try and get those words done. So none. Okay, so we got 2 words left. No, that doesn't work. And there's no I in it. Send them better now. Could I use CH? I'm gonna go check. Okay, so I and E are right there. Can't be files because it's 1 off. And there's no S. It's not tiles. I've got to figure out it's not vials. I think the word I could try and do is youth. Try to figure out. Okay, so there's a U and a T. So it could be U, it could be T, it could be I, E. Oh, is it quiet? Yes! That U and the T kind of worked out so fucking well. So I think quiet should be my new first word because then if it's an got the add in time. Okay, so okay. How do you spell tether? I think that's too long. We start on the map. Okay. We'll probably play with one more Wordle and then yeah. We'll leave that one off.
For leaving it up.
Because I think Bliss can win this.
Same band. Jokobi and his army. Again, the fun thing, if you look at the band statistics, the only thing that this year, in terms of calendar games of Siege that Dark Zero have played, they banned 1 operator that wasn't Jokobi and his army. It was Jaeger. Because somebody already banned his army.
Yeah. I think the same happened to VP. VP have their same 2 static bans of Ying, and I forget who their defender ban normally is. I want to say it's like Solus or something. But similar story for them. There was only 1 game they didn't ban the defender they usually ban. That's because someone else banned it. It just keeps on happening. But either way, even with being able to read into Dark Zero's banning strategy, they struggled on map 1. Maybe they can do something different here on map 2. Going to start things out up on that top floor inside of servers and see how things shake down. Bliss starting the defense. You would argue that gives them the early advantage, but when both teams love this map as much as they do, the attacks will certainly be no slouch.
All right, let's get ourselves thrown in here and see if we can confirm either the next team moving in towards the live stages that all you lovely pretty people out there with tickets will get to see and say things and scream at and yada yada, or we will have ourselves a 3rd map and another dip back into the hells and the hallowed halls of Rainbow Six Siege. We had a long 3-mapper earlier which started with a decisive 1st map.
Yes.
Could this be?
That last map wasn't very decisive though. It was still close at 7 and 5, even if a little bit strange. I think in terms of the fashion it played out, it was very strangely paced. I do agree. Either way, as we said, this first round is up on that top floor. So what are we expecting to see here? Well, you got a couple of options, and normally it involves a mix of these all coming together. You can put a big focus on IT and Insider Garage. You can have yourself coming in from the northeast side of things as well and putting a lot of focus up there instead. That does kind of revolve working through Connector, a very strangely named room, because it's not very much of a connector. And you also want to look towards Aquastairs, up towards the northwest of your screen, and normally that involves a backstab later into the round of some description. So keep an eye out for those things. Those are the 3 areas where normally attackers start off with some kind of focus point, but Troy's in, he's rushing in inside of Electric, charging his way in towards the site already. I can see him on the top down, and he's calling and can die. That's unfortunate.
So they don't win the trade game, but they do explode. It's just Nathan Pamby versus the official guy and Oda and Brenda. The Nath is just in. Oh my god.
But there's still a fight inside the site itself. They push themselves up. 3 versus 1. There's a smoke canister and there's a Bliss
fast.
opening
They went fast.
round. They tried something there. They tried to cook. Duck Zero, but they got cooked themselves.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt, an early one from Dark Zero to just get a rush out the gate, I guess, and try and catch Bliss off guard. Maybe they weren't fully prepared for it, and they're hoping to shut them down. And Canadian bolted immediately inside Electric Window, and he was the one charging in towards site that I thought, oh god, if you've really managed to cause chaos here, it's all going to go off. But they didn't quite manage to get away with it. And just as a quick shout, a welcome to the A-Stream viewers.
Hello, we're back.
Well,
we were there
we are back.
earlier.
We were there a few hours ago. Your series has been bloody quick. I missed
every series that hasn't been us today.
Has been
quick.
Has been so quick.
Yep. We did have a real banger.
It was so good, though.
It was 15 rounds on both the last two maps. This one started out 7-5, so not quite the 7-2 that we had on Cafe on that first map earlier on. And now we're into Nighthaven Labs, which in case you didn't know, is both of these two teams' most preferred maps. So it's quite odd to see it making it here and getting picked up. More like a decider is what you would come to expect, but it does mean we're in for a pretty good game.
Now, I cast Dark Zero on this map a few days ago against Scars. I say a few days ago, time is a blur at a major, but it was very decisive then from the side of DZ as well. They loved the pressure that they could put in. They built, again, those sort of crossfires around the front of a Monty that isn't so immediate on its usage here on the second round, but there's always time. There's always time. If you haven't really watched Dark Zero play much, they're very good with it, so good with it. They won about 5 rounds in the previous map, built just behind the Monty.
It does make you wonder, if people start banning it away, then what happens? And when I saw it in the last round, I thought the Blitz was prepping anyway in case the Monty wasn't going to be a thing for them. Both shields are really strong, and as I mentioned before, in some of the earlier games of the tournament, we saw both the Blitz and the Monty being taken away. G2 at one time even ran 3 shields just to be incredibly obnoxious.
Well, G2 ran 3 shields and then they
overall is
lost.
strong. It's not like you have to have Monty. Just if there's like a tier list of shield operators in particular, Monty sits at the top as an S tier.
The breach isn't quite immediate. They've got the single wall and angles towards Animus to slowly get some width, but for that you need obviously the hatch control, you need garage rafters, and well, there's an Australian currently up there happy enjoying themselves. In fact, most of them are up there at this point. They've still got a very stretched out hold. They've still got a lot of space to play with here, and with the Oryx they can get themselves around nipped quite quickly. The next breach happens above, but at this point, you're sort of thinking, okay, are they just going to try and send it through the single Animus wall? And will they be stopped in time? What is going to be that direct action that can otherwise cut this in half? Here goes the motion of Canadian. Here's 2 drones working ahead of him. They're not entirely dedicated as of yet, but that on 6 will sort of maybe point out, all right, let's start acting around the top of the hatch. Let's start trying to put some pressure in. They pull back out. C4 doesn't quite connect with
They're gonna try and pull, like, they're trying to go for a fast execute, so they have to pull them back into sight. But again, they're playing all around the map to where that they can pull. Ooh.
They're watching for the vertical play from the hatch, right? Which I understand. A good rounding, actually. And Sage has broken that open, which now really, I was going to say it threatens the downstairs, but Sage just swung the hatch and they were just ready. Bamba getting one more back for himself as well, and now the Capitao can spring into action, looking for this plant to go down, but still they've got that vertical cover. Fish is just waiting for someone to step through, looking to see what he can find, and with all the gadgetry coming out, I don't think he'll find too much. Troy will go down here. Diffuser on the ground. Can the rest of Dark Zero recover this one out in the 3 versus 3? They get the C4 out on top, Fish into another.
I think
one
they
as
missed
well.
a step,
Bliss,
especially with the top guy.
Holding back this
Yeah, they missed a step.
Coming out from
They
Dark
missed a
Zero.
step.
Round 1 and this round,
They missed a
they've
step.
controlled it incredibly well.
I mean, again, a little bit of question around the take itself. They sort of saw this opportunity, didn't trust the opportunity fully. They did only really need to get a little bit of control of the verticality, but maybe they didn't know how much was dedicated up there. Obviously, Nath lost the first engagement directly above the hatch. They then dropped that player, but it
Yeah,
is
I think
just
they missed the
a 1
script a little
versus
bit.
2
They missed
above,
the script.
Even if it is a Deimos in that situation, and that goes away from you, so does everything else. Bliss, they only needed to react to that 1 wall as well. Think about it, they didn't get the breach open. There was never any pressure that came down Exhibition side. There was never any pressure that
Tech
came down
timeout?
Cargo side.
No.
It was very solely focused, and that's kind of easy to prepare for.
It's again that Dark Zero attack.
Yeah, I think it's a tech timeout because they brought up the fucking
control
maps.
of what you need and really nothing more.
No,
they
maybe
felt
not.
that if they could hold the hatch
Or
cover,
Lloyd.
make sure no one could kill them from above. didn't really, like you say, consider Fisher and where he was holding as well, that he did have good angles to be able
They
to
skipped it.
progress
They
onto
100%
if they were
skipped
gonna
a
try
step
and make
there.
the plan happen.
And
I don't know if
if they
were
would
relying on
have
the cover of the smoke
just
to
thrown
make
out the
things
top,
work
like,
from
hey,
there,
he's
or if
playing
they just thought
top
they could
here,
do
we
the
can't
reverse
hop in the
angle, or
window
simply
yet.
a non-factor,
Let's work
but
this
they have
pick.
paid that price by not trying to clear out any deeper than
Also,
that.
Nafe
Hospital
losing.
flying
Because
start so
I think
far. Again,
Nafe
I know
was supposed to be the
Demands
guy
being at least
to take
close
up
to some
top
degree,
here,
but I'd
or
say
take
overall
the
they've handled
take
the
first
aggression
floor
out of Dark Zero
because of the
really well.
fact
They
that
don't look
he
too
was
surprised
sitting
by anything
in
that's come at them yet.
small room.
I can see them taking this 3 and 0s to start things off, at which time you tend to expect
Small
some
room and
timeout
garage.
coming in from the other side.
So
Okay, we're keeping the site rotation.
A-Stream's gone, guys. We can have a party again now.
Woo! Bye, A-Stream. Well, they can't hear me. They've left.
Liquid
Alright,
versus
they're gone.
Scars.
B-Stream stands for better stream.
Yeah.
Badass stream.
Yeah. What else?
Buddy, what a great stream.
What about the Bliss stream?
I mean, that's down to Bliss, baby.
How many Aussies are in the chat? What time is it in Aussie land right now? Like about 6 a.m.
I don't know. James is just eternally tired.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. If I was from Australia, I'd be eternally tired as well.
True.
You know, dodging those snakes and alligators and
Falling
spiders.
from the sky.
Yeah.
2-0. That's what's trained them for this. What prepares you more for Canadian than killing snakes?
What
That's
the
for the
fuck,
Canadians.
Emmy?
At the same time
What
as
the
Sam and I, I'm
fuck?
so confused.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 4 a.m. in Australia right now.
All right,
Damn.
I made
Yeah,
it.
fair play to the
I
listeners
made a
in the
joke
chat then.
specifically for Canadian haters inside the chat.
I see.
I actually love Canadian. I've been out to brunch with them.
Yeah. I like Canadian.
2 minutes left on the clock. Regardless of your feelings of the players, nobody has found the hatred enough to try to find and kill at this point. Bliss still have a good stretch and extension above. They've not been forced out of the verticality. They've still got the sort of mirror windows looking down across towards Garage. So as that breach gets open, sure, it cuts a bit of a sight line, but nothing really more than that at this point. There's Pamba hopefully fishing for some Deimos kills underneath, but again, there's not a force on the pressure. There's not something that's making the Bliss players feel uncomfortable yet. Dark Zero is focusing on their take rather than where Bliss players are.
It's more about the deny on the wall that I was looking at a second ago as well. Obviously, Sage here on that Bandit has got the Bandit or the Blitz. Shall just confuse it for the fun of it now, shall I?
Yeah.
And the Bandit, of course, is that wall denial coming through. Just again putting up another small obstacles for DZ to try and work through. But we're into that 2-minute point, and by the looks of it, they're trying to work their way around it. So forget about trying to work through the wall. We'll just go around it instead. It's like that good old, what is it, kids book?
But they don't have
Go for
above.
it,
They
go
don't have
for it,
above. They
bro.
don't
Just go
have
for it.
above.
I have no idea what you're talking about. They
I can't
try
what
and
it is.
cover the verticality and pop their way in with the
Extension
smoke
is still
canisters.
here.
This is it's a
Seriously, I
decision.
know that story.
They're going
I
too
probably
fast.
do.
Okay.
Plan's
Canadian.
going in.
Yeah, he's going to try and see if he can get it cemented. They've tucked themselves pretty brilliantly. Actually, I said
I don't know if I like this post plan. I don't know if I
They
like this
proved
post
me
plan. I don't
wrong.
know if I like
What
this
a
post plan at
steal.
all. They have no breach
That has
control.
been an
I mean, a plant's gone down with 10 players still alive on the field.
And Fisher's
Still
just
alive 10 seconds
outside!
after the plant. That is the weirdest plant in the world. But like that, a flurry of kills.
Bolo
comes in.
gets
Bolo, I tell you
4.
what, he's carving through not
He's got
just
3.
the enemy, but also his own team. But who cares? He's giving you a big advantage. 3v2 for Dark Zero then, as Nate finds one for his team.
Give him the
2,
last
3v1
one,
for Dark
no!
Zero. A nice shot from
Okay.
Otter
Now
coming
you just have
out.
to play
But I'm
crossfires
afraid
here.
He hasn't really got the time here. 10 seconds to go until it's too late to start that defuse, and neither player left on Dark Zero are going to give it a second. Dark Zero take round 3. We're going on a bear hunt, that's it. They didn't see chat.
I was like, I'm sorry.
sorry.
We're going on a
Oh,
bear
Windows
hunt.
fucking
You ever,
blow.
like, sang that
I
at
think
school?
I think I have,
You must have.
but
But
I don't remember it.
yeah, that's like a whole like. You'd be like, I can't go over it, can't go under it. Oh no, we'll have to go through it. And you do all kinds of like stupid, like I don't know, like actions and make silly noises if you were like swimming through a swamp or whatever it might be. Kids loved it. I love it still. Clearly,
You do love
apparently,
it.
at the age of 31, I'm still remembering it.
Would you rather go? Would you rather go on a bear hunt or on a manhunt?
Ooh. Who am I hunting?
I mean, that I don't finish the rest of
In
the.
most cases, a manhunt is probably the one to go for. I'd imagine.
All right.
You're getting far more trouble, but I'm not going after a bear.
It's true.
Do I look the kind of person that can fight a bear?
I think I'd feel safer with a bear. 2-1. Dark Zero, they find their first, and let's talk about how it sort of happened.
We're going to
because
catch a big one. We're not
it's
scared.
a
Chat knows it. Chat have
vertical
got this.
hold. It's a vertical hold that was stopped and stemmed by 2 Capitao bolts. And that's that Dark Zero thing. They're focusing on their push, focusing on, you know, not entirely removing players from
I feel like
position,
if
but
Bliss held
it would be one of
their
those things you have to
vertical
watch
angle as
back.
well,
The
they wouldn't
single
have.
rotate from the
they
top
wouldn't
of
have
cargo
lost.
stairs, round and tuck to the left, there just wasn't anyone watching it. There was 2 killer tower bolts that were fired, and unfortunately all the people above the vertical, it doesn't matter how many people you have up there if they're not watching the one that is passed through, whether that was entirely red, whether that was just nice timing. The only one who really knows that are the ones inside the game and the calls, and it was something that was very well exploited by Dark Zero.
We're getting there. Chat enjoyed your interjection about the bear hunting. Yes, we can read what you're saying, guys. So stop saying we're yapping. That's what Brits do. But we don't yap. What do we do? Because yap's like not really our word. We've adopted it, but it's not definitely. It's not our invention.
I save my swears for important moments,
no,
but
we chat shit. Yes. That's not a big swear on. Get away with that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said it, I didn't, but I like how we both set that up. And what's being set up here is the pressure on towards...
You are so desperate to bring this game back on topic, and I am so not.
One of these teams, Australia could make their first live stage for the first time in about 5 years.
Yeah, you are right. I was looking forward to that.
Since Fnatic.
Yeah.
So and Fnatic's not even made the major!
Things that have
COVID, wow.
Carter wasn't even born yet.
Hey, don't do him like that. He ain't even here to defend himself.
No. Good.
All right, IT, opened up. Last time round, it was that big rush in from Canadian, if you remember, as well, with the blitz, the vault into electric, the charge on forward, the smokes being scattered around to try and create enough distraction, I guess, for him to get in there and cause a little bit of carnage, but it didn't come off, which is why things are slowed down a little bit, at least, this time around. Not 100% sure on why we've got the IQ on side as well, with no Valkyrie being brought along by the other, but maybe more to deal with the fact they've got a few nades they want to be throwing in there as well, looking at the 2 in the back pocket of the IQ, the flashes, all that kind of good stuff, as well as the bulletproofs.
He doesn't even know the Legion's above them.
And taken down. Intel offline, but every player's still standing as we get into
Are they going for a blue push?
Waffling, that's a good one as well.
Waffling.
Every single player is
standing,
and Fisher is almost the one called out in Fish or top blue, depending on how you go for the call, but it has a shotgun and is so ready for the possibility of popping a head off. Also has the canisters, but doesn't want to be the
Bolo
first.
gets the first.
Caught. Now has to focus on to replace.
They're going to
Sage.
focus on the rafters, and Fisher guy isn't ready. He isn't ready.
Book written.
He has the
deployed perfectly.
Canadian's got a bad experience with stairs, but this time round comes away on top. They are running through them now.
And Naif goes for the plant, goes for the cement on the back end. It is just Oda. But I think the only thing he smells here is blood on this water.
Dark Zero, great round there as well. Very clean. It was slow to begin with. We came down for about 2 minutes, and it reminded me a little bit of BDS and what I saw from them over the last couple of days, where things tend to start very, very slow. They get all the setup work done, and then it's like an everyone switch on. Bam! Now we're executing all at once, and it's very explosive, very confusing, and that's how they played that out. 4 players falling in very quick succession on the side of Bliss. So
Fisher guy was like, he swings it. He's like, oh, there's one outside, so I can have my crosshair there. And then there's just 3 guys. No, there's 2 guys walking up blue. He's like, shit.
Right, you're trying to get.
I can't put my finger on what it is, honestly. That's strange.
There's something in the air between these two where it's both got that anticipation, it's got that heat of possibility, but
let's see how the Asians going. FaZe are just talking.
There's a real separation between when a team seems to be active and when they're not, and it's not that anyone is tooth and nail, and maybe it's because we were spoiled by tooth and nail earlier on in the day. However, what we need right now, the intensity that we need right now, and the step back in we need right now is unfortunately on the pressure of Bliss. They're on their defense. Dark Zero have gotten 2 attacks. The line of what they decide as a success probably differs against each other, but coming to this site to get it cemented, if this goes wrong, is this a timeout?
It needs to be a timeout sooner than that, I think, honestly, because with the way the game has been so chaotic and uncontrolled, I feel like you just need that moment of pause to sort of get things going. I mentioned for Bliss that if you're at a spot where you're coming out not too strong on the defensive side, you're going to feel the sting a little bit. And so I think if they wanted to have a stronger control of this, maybe a little bit sooner is nice. Getting the entry is certainly a way of doing it. That was my main criticism.
No, not Bolo.
With 7 rounds in a row.
Bolo down, Bolo down.
Not a single one was traded out. Whereas here, at least, they've got one back on the other side, and there is no response from DZ. Bolo caught a little bit out of position on what I would normally say is a really key operator, but you've got the buck on side here for Pamba, so it's far from the end of the world. Someone was like, wow, you guys read chat. And I was like, we do read chat, yeah.
We're not supposed to.
And someone else did something really bad, like Fisher Guy, more like box like a fish, and someone was like, you are terrible.
Yeah,
and I was like,
not
that's
good.
really bad.
Our job's
And then
to
someone
say-
else was like, oh, these guys are coping so hard for Bliss. I'm like, we're not.
No, we're not.
I've been celebrating DZ for ages now. Still, Weatherballs off for a 2K. Maybe it will flip to Bliss now for this round. Why not? Big
I'm
start for
coping
him.
for them.
Yeah. I mean, Castle, one worth talking about as well, because obviously now has the magnified scope. Is an absolute demon. It's not about the UMP being a bad gun anymore, as Canadian once famously said. It's actually pretty sick now.
At this point, the 3 versus 5, and you start always thinking, well, what do the attackers still have in terms of
Cowian guy,
actually utilization, the hard breach, the control of the loose players with Jackal and then the Buck? How do you formulate it to this take? Because, well, you're also up against the Clash. Kind of a nightmare for any of these three to get themselves caught on the back end. Big Bad Canadian cannot quite get anything really caught. They have the chance to do some of the structural work above, but really, this round should go pretty comfortably from this point in towards Bliss's favor. Dark Zero just don't really have the utility to formulate anything too deep. Yes, they could get some of this stuff done. Utilizing that on a castle window shows the sort of cost. Pamba does have a hard breach charge still in pocket, and they have some smokes, but with the man advantage going against you, you can't really try and just shove your way into sight. You have to do this.
He gets the pre-fire Wettables.
Gets one
Okay,
more,
so
save
they
goes
established
down
a
to
cross. So
okay.
So we're throwing. Please no. That was a joke. Don't crucify me. Come on, Bliss. You've got the Clash on side. Fisher Guy should be able to get this one over the line. With the rest of his team, only 20 seconds still to go. And so Pamba and NGR have really got to work some magic if they want any hope of getting this
Pen
one.
Bazoo!
Pamba magic sprinkled in here. And suddenly what looked to be a clear-cut round, Wettables is going to be fuming if they lose this.
Oh!
Hello! He's on top of you, bro! What are you doing?
If he'd shot and didn't go for the knife, he would have got it, but he gets it anyway. There's 3 seconds and a plant from absolutely nothing. Dark Zero have
I can't
pulled
be
this
arsed.
back together. There's the drop, but Brendo is a step too late, and the man is out the door.
oh my God.
Now I said they didn't have much, and I said you look at what they
Pen Bazoo! Pen Bazoo! What the
Bliss
fuck?
I'm back on the DZ hype train. That is unreal.
That's a mental crusher.
doing?
That is a mental
you doing?
fucking crusher. Pen Bazoo is a god. I will not. I cannot hear anything else but Pen Bazoo is a fucking god. Holy shit.
Someone bolting up towards their right-hand side. I don't understand how he's got past the line of sight as well. Is he coming through the breach that probably wasn't reinforced off or was already open and then has then bolted straight over? I'm not sure, but it was amusing at the very least. We said this game's got a weird energy to it. It doesn't get much weirder than that.
right?
Pan
like the
B.
rhythm of
Pan
that
B.
round.
So
You
we're in
had-
copper, someone said. Yes.
I mean,
Oh.
what a great advert for how naff that site can be as well, right? You're playing yourself onto kitchen.
Holy.
You get the opening 2. You massively limit them. You have a clash.
I'm no longer Australian after that, someone said as well. That's painful because these are the rounds, like when you think back to our series early between CAG and BDS, we were looking at like small mistakes, and I mean really small mistakes in round that were leading to differences. That's a monumental mistake. Like, you shouldn't be losing rounds out like that. Fully fair play to DZ, by the way, not taking it away from them. Great way to commandeer the end of that round. NGR and Pamba, I salute you. But for Bliss, that might be
It's
the
a
round that can come back
blunder.
to ruin in
It
about
is
4 or
truly
5
a
rounds' time if
blunder.
Dark Zero find themselves at match point and taking the series. Casters are AI programmed to jinx the Aussies.
Explain James then.
That's a good point.
Alright.
He's like the counter AI to make sure it doesn't look too botty.
Yeah, he's a positive peach for the Aussies. Now,
Pen
what could be the
fucking
positive to take
zoo.
away from this? An even half. How horrible would it be? Still not as good. Regardless of how this round goes, they'll always remember the one that should have been. But should have been and could have been at this point, as this isn't a do or die game, but you don't want to have to do or die
Well, I mean,
that
Team
again,
Bliss
based on how great
We're
We're up in the big wall this time.
2-0, so we're
nothing to stop it,
bleed,
nothing
and
to
now
be
they're
inside,
losing it.
and quick and easy breach. They're getting both. Now, when you do get both, if they are heavy
Who's-
inside sight, you have to pay both of them a keen bit of attention.
Scar, that was
but Bliss
Scars. I'm pretty sure you
really
just started
can't.
yelling,
Again,
and then
a full
Liquid.
stretch, a full stress of the map. Only one person. Wettables, are you ready? Bam, bam.
It's Brendo for me. sat upstairs playing inside of Storage, he's the one that they need to move out, right? Because Storage is such a power position on towards this main breach. Like, look, they walk in, they're dead. They can use smokes if they really want to. Of course, there's no warden you've got to worry about strictly. But it's still the fact that he might just spray. We've even seen players dropping C4s through floors to try and pick up a freebie. I think it was Kendra who did it back on Consulate the other day. It was beautiful. So that's what they need to clear out first. And I think Brendo's now becoming very acutely aware that Dark Zero had step 1 on their checklist as get the wall open. Step 2, kill Brendo.
This is the thing, because everyone hears the wall getting opened, but when you don't hear anything,
He's
you
just-
go,
he's just
all
in.
right, what's
He's just
happening?
in.
That's that moment of worry. Pamba slipped his way past the bulletproof that was drone to make sure it wasn't active. Wettable, they said, are you ready? But nobody was ready for that. Brendo does find Canadian. The kick goes cold on the breach, and as Pamba's inside causing pressure, they'll probably think, well, maybe there's more than just one. They've got to rotate their way back to Pamba.
No, he
Into the
lost
corner.
it to
Can't win it out.
Oda.
Oda, a huge moment for him to try and reclaim some of this. NJR gets the kit back, throws some flashes in, but Brendo explores outside, and Nafe was caught pretty easily on the back end. It is, once again, an impossible situation, but Bliss proved impossible is still possible.
Again, call me a cynic here, but Brendo is literally what we spoke about as the issue inside of Storage. He's killed 2 players up there, one that is swung on the window, and then also killed Nani on the breach, just tried to push in. Like, dare I say, it's obvious. They
By
knew
the way,
this was a
Anjera
thing
wins
that had
these.
to be in their control, and they tried to get around it but through the smokes. The easier play probably is to go in there and just punish him. That would have really helped them get this round moving, but instead they've been absolutely slammed by the Aussies.
Oh,
holding up
DZ
on that
definitely could
first
have won
floor.
that. But I mean, a
That kind of
3-3
minimalist
is really
take of
good
the
on
map in order to try and get a plant down,
labs.
coming back to
3-3.
bite them.
I would enjoy that.
3 apiece, an even half. And a lot to say about it, but it's a game.
People ask what our favourite series was. The weirdest one so far feels like this one.
The dichotomy of our day.
Yeah, it's been very
of what was an insane, intense, throw everything at it, massive comebacks, 2 OTs all the way.
Yeah.
To this where I can't, you know, you can see takes, you can see ideas, you can see formulaic, but like think
There's
about
no
that
crazy.
from a sort of on the part. And yeah, obviously what Dark Zero doing in their approach there, weighing all their options up, trying to find their route through and going, this is the push, right? This is the take, this is what we have, this is what we don't have, yada yada, this is what we might be able to get away with. But it's such a long period of silence before that.
Yeah.
Which makes things very strange, where it's almost like you could take a minute out of this round, or any of the previous ones, and it would still play exactly the same.
It's quite funny when you look back to how DZ used to play, right? They always were the slow team. It's what they were often criticised as being, and many look towards Canadian as being the reason for that. And we haven't seen too much of that slow play, I'd say, as of late. Yes, they're still a controlled team that you would liken to, again, teams like Virtus Pro, a little bit of the BDS play style being thrown in there as well. Stir it all together, ta-da, here's DZ. But I think with that, it's just missing a few of those crucial steps. If you're going to play slow, you've got to play controlled, and that's what they missed in that previous round. As you say, we've got that 3-3 split. Now they move on the defensive side.
Because they make a great play, but then Pambazu's like, oh, I have to watch the flank, and then he loses it. Because Oda knows, like, oh, this guy might be.
I don't count either of them out in terms of throwing rounds as well. They both have the possibilities. Dark Zero fans, how can you forget how Dark Zero are? That's the sort of sprint of it.
Claymore, nope.
You know more than anyone the pain that can be put on you by your own team. Dark Zero, they do have the benefit of statistics, they do have the benefit of their defense, and Bliss have the chance to try and do some magic. Now there is a Vigil underneath. The IQ,
Oh, that's
I'm gonna say
Canadian,
they're
I'm pretty
at
sure.
risk
Yep.
of the potential of
Well,
being
Canadian's just there to
Canadian,
threaten,
force
so like,
their way
hey,
up towards the
I'm
fight.
here.
He does like
You
to
can't
explore
execute
about what
because
this
I'm
fight
gonna
is,
flank.
about what is being extended and what is being taken at this
He
point.
doesn't know it.
He's got the
He doesn't
lines
know
up.
it. He
There's
doesn't know it. He
drone
doesn't know
tucked
it.
right next to him that he slipped on by. Now Oda as well aware.
Is he though?
Well, he's aware that someone's close. The side they're going to come from, because of the Vigil utilization.
Oh, but the IQ!
Ooh, this is wasting
Oh no,
time.
but IQ's leaving.
That's it. It's keeping the Grim away, and they need the Grim for the execute realistically, because those Bs are what really help you restrict defender movement inside and around the sites itself. If Troy can get in here and do some damage, because Oda's coming hunting, it's a matter of patience. And Canadian looks like the one who's got all the time in the world to wait here. He may just catch him out if this carries on.
I mean, this is it. Look, there's a minute 10 left. We have a 1
Look at the
versus
stairs.
1
Look at the stairs.
of
So you
your
could swear it's a
flanker and your
1v1.
catch. Oda's waiting.
Oh, he's just so ready. He was locked on that pixel.
No.
He knew where it was. Wettables gets NJR. Pamba stops the thread, but they've retaken at least
Chill
some
out. Yes, yeah.
of this verticality. It's Pamba that gets swung out from the side, though. Wettables just keeps pushing. Now, Dark Zero, they have 2 remaining players, 40 seconds to try and hold
Nice,
on.
that's
There's
one.
a great first for
2.
Nafe. He's
They know
got
2.
pings on the
Oh,
second
that
and
timing.
Timing.
a second
No,
split,
he
but
fucking crouched.
Brendo knew exactly the
Okay.
route. Bolo
This is-
gets one on the back end. Has a C4 and a 2 versus 1
No
versus 1.
way.
The pre-fire.
Has been a huge part of the approach here. The C4's a bit
Oh.
loose, a little bit wild. Brendo versus Bolo. And the similarities probably end there. The castle barricade
I rate it. I rate
gives
it.
them the width and gives them not a true idea of where they are, but the hot pings reveal where they are going. Now, with this option, Brendo's pulled himself back. It only takes
Oh, I don't like
second
that.
of a fight there. Brendo just pushed that one over the line, but again, both these teams are capable of it.
Thought it was a good play with the castle barricade. I thought he was using
4-3.
the noise of it, to be fair, to get Brendo looking the wrong way. But I think when he stepped back out for the spray, expecting him to cross into that pre-fire path, kind of gave Brendo all the info that he needed in that longer angle then being taken up. Close, though. Very, very close. And it's Bliss in the lead at 4 and 3.
See, Dark Zero fans? Now, we find our way back in.
What's going
You
on there?
scared me, Troy. Lol. Unlucky.
I remember seeing, like, it was a good while ago I think I saw this. It was Na'Vi playing, and they were, this back when Kendra was on the team, and I believe he was holding an angle on Old Consulate, and literally so fixed in that one of his teammates ran across his line of sight, he just instantly clicked and killed his teammate. I remember asking him a little bit after, like, what happens there? And it's like when players are so fixed on watching a particular pixel change, and as soon as it does, they're just like so locked into press left mouse button, kill whatever's there. If you're not paying enough attention to what's going on around you, i.e. teammates' movements, that can happen. But
Yeah.
there, he's had the absolute lock. He's really deleted Troy, who was the one swinging and really should have had the advantage, but got nothing.
And think about how much time was wasted. There was obviously, you know, a bit of a focus of the Grim on that approach, and they pulled it off in the meantime because of the work that was being done by Bliss on the back end. But to get themselves into what was, you know, a 4 versus 3 into a 4 versus 2, it was a very sudden snap. And then you start to think, okay, well, maybe a lot of the focus of Dark Zero was pulled away. Canadian was isolated. Canadian was wasting time with the lines, and tomato, who is it blame? That's a impossible finger-pointing game. Bliss, they get themselves back in the front. They haven't been here since the second round, or the third, when things started to get peeled away from them by Dark Zero threading 3 rounds in a row. Can Bliss replicate the same to get themselves a little bit of distance here?
Pamba just a little bit off the time in there as well. That Fenrir removed away. Now Dronin can carry on for the side of Bliss. They can figure out where he is. Now they know. Okay, there's a Fenrir dug in. We've got to get rid of him first. This is where all resources from Bliss should start getting poured towards this top floor, clearing out the roamers or at least catching them on their drop away. EE1Ds are coming out as well. So it is forcing quite a bit of time, attention, and resource. 6 drones already gone, by the way, for the side of Bliss. But they sorely need to get something for this. Pamba's going to find Fisher Guy in the spray through the wall. Brendo into one, Sage into another. Top floor secure, question mark?
I think there's always a sort of question mark on anything on this map. They are still so spread out. You can sort of get a big circle of players trading places, and Oda does his best to make it, but there it is. There's always
He's gonna run back
seemingly
upstairs.
a few steps
Side
away.
is downstairs.
Nafe
I'm pretty sure.
hot-foots it, rotates it
Side
onto
is
the back.
basement.
2 players want to maybe try and get themselves closer towards a trade situation, but look how far apart they are. So instead, they've sort of got to trust that they can either take an engagement, take a retake, or take a little bit of the pressure away. That's bad timing. As the drone gets thrown out, whether it was flank watch or active, I mean, it instantly being shot gives an impression of Wedables that he can't quite.
Yeah,
keep
but you can
this
just
round.
flood this guy on sight now.
Not just yet. But I think knowing there's 2 available here, this is where Bliss, with that numbers advantage, can just kind of pause for a second. Yes, you've got basically no information. 1 drone to your
What is
name.
going on in the
Enough
other
that you can just
stream?
play together, look for those trades. As long as they're playing tight and not getting too isolated, which I fear they might have. Okay, never mind. Just about gets away a few seconds ahead of Nafe. And that's the important part. If he goes down there, you're down to a 2 versus 2. At that point, all bets are off. NGR very much alone on site, though. If they push in here and force a 3v1, this is theirs for the taking.
Nice.
He's dug in deep, but Nafe has managed
Get
to
out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out.
They might let this one crumble away. A couple of shots come through, but Nafe, he sells himself short. Sage picks him up, and NJR's got to pull off a massive 1v2.
Such a small amount.
Oh, he
of
downed him.
health.
He doesn't know that.
That's
He
all
doesn't
it
know that. He
takes
doesn't
to
know
get
that.
the down. He's pushing on. They have the pings. They have the intel of the players getting picked up. But with 7 seconds, how do they do it? He stepped in close. He reveals his position. They got the blind at 1 versus 1. Just has to stop the planter. Does he full send it? Oh, he tries to. But Wettables has the cover. And Bliss have a 2-round buffer now. 5-3.
Wettables is on one a bit this map, isn't he? It's been him and Brendo really throughout the competition that have been putting up the big numbers, but Wettables really starting to push himself forward in this one, enough that it's forcing Dark Zero into attack timeout. They're down 5-3. Very understandably want to have it now rather than the down 6-3 and things start to look really ugly.
It's the perfect time to. You've had those 2 rounds. Think how close they came. Yeah, one of them was the sort of 4 versus 2 to a 1 versus 1. That one, however, it sort of built down to a 2 versus 1, but both the 2 remaining players were so low. They aren't far away from winning these rounds out, or at least winning the momentum on the engagement. How they push themselves to the 1 step ahead rather than the 1 step behind, I couldn't tell you. They're hoping that they can tell each other.
Yeah, it's again just that a little bit. It's really strange how Troy goes from being like what a massive beast at 11-3 down to being 1-7 so far as on this map. Not quite been the consistency that he'd hoped for across the series, admittedly, despite being a map that, as I've said, both teams absolutely love. Just not quite finding himself. Is it time? The specials come out from the side of Bliss to push this one over the line, though. I've always said that after timeouts, we tend to see the team that called it have a little bit of success going into the next round. So if you're a betting person, you put money on Dark Zero taking this next round. But I think Bliss have just made a few too many problems for Dark Zero to be able to work through in about 45 seconds. We'll find now as we jump into the top floor site for our next defense. More denial coming in the form of Pamba on that bandit. Once again, looking to lock down this IT wall. We've also got the mirror on side again here. But my eyes turn towards the left-hand side of the screen here, and we potentially got a Monty coming along. And they're about to hand out some well-deserved karma back to
Revenge! Revenge!
I'd say respect, but yeah, respect. Why not?
Well,
we're all friends here.
Yeah, let's see how that continues as things progress further on. Obviously, the more and more teams we start getting secured, the more and more we'll look towards who can break the mold, who can buck expectations. Now, spoiler alert, if you haven't been watching every single game today, but we have had technically an NA team qualify. And technically
they are an NA team. Shut up.
So they are in NA.
I mean, they've got 2 very dominant European players on their team.
They have everywhere.
There was a whole argument on Twitter this morning about like taking ownership of the team, and I'm just like, okay, like, who cares? They're an NA team. Just leave them as an NA team. It's fine.
It's fun to make jokes, but that's where the org is. That's where the hearts are.
Des, I love you, but root for Bliss, please. No, I don't think I will.
At the same time,
my job is to be completely unbiased. I fail at it very regularly, but it is my job. Someone earlier said like, man, imagine getting paid to yap. It sounds like a dream job, and I was like, it's pretty good, given. You have to yap a lot to get to this point where you can yap though and be paid for it, admittedly. Really, Fisher is the one to watch out for here. You can see him currently downstairs as well, just hanging around the door of Garage, waiting to start his march up those stairs. He is the one with the diffuser as well, so even more so, a reason why all eyes should be on him. They want some pressure to support him, though. Most importantly, do not want someone flanking up behind him and ruining what should be a beautiful push coming in behind this Monty. You've got the mirror on side, and Impact comes out, does basically no damage, and Bolo's got the right idea. There might be a swing coming on through straight after. Look, 2 impacts, and it's done what? 15 HP? Nothing.
Yeah,
they don't do as much damage anymore.
Yeah, they got nerfed recently, if you're unaware of that. And, well, before you could just huck 2 impacts at the front of a blitz and they would die. You can't quite do the same thing here, but the Monty getting rid of that mirror window allows the Selmas to play. And also, well, there's no impact to throw your way around. An impact trick against this breach. Fisher guy rotates his way towards the top of blue. There's
they don't have a
C4
smoke.
beeping ominously atop the
And
door.
Legion's going to play a big impact here, but
you're not going to stick around and see what happens. You've got to maybe try and do this.
cut off the light.
Baiting the explosion, but it hasn't entirely covered it. They have the ping on the player.
It's got to be Canadian below then.
On the back of the chassis.
It's got to make
to
the
figure out
impact
the way
player.
through here as well. They're not quite
Especially
sure
from
100%
below.
on what the move should be. Obviously, Fisher Guy is going to be the spearhead of this. Surrounding coming in from Nafe here as well. He shouldn't be able to find him, of course. Shield bearing operator and all that. but it will slow them down. It will impede him. There's no C4 on side for Nafe at this point either. In fact, all they've really got to stop the Monty are goo mines and one more C4. And sure enough, Fisher Guys steps straight into one. Sage in a great position here, just waiting for this
There goes
push to come on
Bolo.
through. And Fisher Guys found Bolo. Monty is a menace.
Well, Sage is able to get
One more.
weight, but there's
Yes.
one more that's coming around the back end. They weren't quite
Canadian.
aware of. Sage goes down. Canadians revealed his position, and now the shield going for the plant might get caught by the C4, but the timing, the rotate round, and the trust Fisher Guy had in the motion from Blue, and now a 4 versus 1, and JR. Even this might be a step too far.
Beautiful.
It is Bliss on the back of DZ's timeout. Don't slow down.
Really well orchestrated attack.
I don't like
Look
the
back at
play
last
from
map and
Nave
how
just
chaotic
walking
things
out
were
of the
there at points
smoke.
On Chalet. This is so much better coming out of Bliss. The control in that round to
Yep.
make sure that Garage was entirely theirs. 3 or 4 players all coming together to make sure that it was for them. Not like losing people silly inside of Aqua, which you see a lot of teams do. You force a shield through there, you get C4, you lose a couple of players. It's miserable. Just really good control being shown of that round, I think. And Dark Zero now have got one hell of a mountain to climb. I love to see all those DZ fans that were like, oh, DZ on defense, this is over. What they didn't tell you is it's over for DZ because Bliss are shagging them right now.
I like how, when I probably said, DZ fans, you know how this often goes, it's not set in stone. They probably said, oh, I can't believe they're being mean to DZ again.
How dare you talk bad about Bolo?
Dare I?
Make them cry.
Oh no, wait, look at this. I am right. Do you know what worries me though, because I'm
What?
sometimes right about these things, is looking at all of the results today for how many APAC teams and APAC region teams we had start the day in game position. All of the ones that have played so far have lost. Now you've had losses across Korea, Japan, and then obviously there's another Japan-based game going on, I believe, on the other stream. Has kicked into gear by the sounds of Dev and Carter over the wall.
Yeah.
So
I was checking it out earlier actually to see what the score was. Should we do a little like mid-game? We haven't got a soundboard for like a whole like news flash like alert.
Liquid versus Stars.
Yes. Currently nothing. Just started
All right.
round 1.
Well, this is the chance
Huh.
here for Bliss to start the progress in, take us to a
Lagonis! Get the fuck off a Nook!
Caster's gonna be crushed when DZ wins an OT.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you can smell the copium from here.
Oh,
Oh.
I love it when people think fair
I know.
criticism.
How dare we? Don't
I'm
talk
gonna get
bad about my
worse.
Dark Zero
I'm gonna get
team.
worse just to irritate you all. This is what you have wrought.
You've done
and
this to
you
yourself.
You have made this bed.
And only yourself to blame.
Lie in it. 6-3. 2 minutes left of this round, and their chance to try and put some pressure on, and the pressure is going to be falling down towards
Some
the
real
basement.
good sound effect from you. The news thing.
Thank you.
Very good. And now suddenly you don't want to talk bad about chat anymore. A minute and 45 still to play. Everyone's still alive, so no early deaths falling off from either side, which is remarked on a couple of times. You've seen players stepping forward and being snapped out, being caught out of position. There's no ability to trade them. They've got a red ping here actually inside. They know that someone's on their belly.
Troy?
They're rolling around like a fish. And Sage is going to... What on earth is Canadian doing?
He's breakdancing real bad.
Breakdancing because he knows that he's being taken out very shortly after. And sure enough, removed from the round. 5v4 Bliss starting that march on towards victory here on Nighthaven, lads.
Brendo still has the chance to try and hunt down Bolo, but Bolo doesn't quite get the full fat bite. It's Nafe on the back end. Suddenly you have this structure we talked about, and there's the removal. As I said,
Official guys
again,
go
the Dark
down.
Zero are trying to get their
So
handle
it's
on.
technically a
It's just
3v3.
being that one step ahead, that position of the trade game where they had the advantageous position. Now it is sort of a 3 versus 3 at this point. Fisho Guy could be recovered, and is. That's why they accidentally dropped the kit, I believe, because it's the same button. There he is, picked back up on the back end, but 40 seconds. Think about where Bolo
Pamzu
is.
gets-
Think about
okay,
how
so it's
Hammer
technically a
has just killed somebody.
3v2,
It's not going to be
2v3.
an easy approach to land here for Bliss.
No,
It's just about how well can
They keep
Bolo
speaking about this
flank
sort of
now,
thing
because
when the
these two are
attackers
gonna,
lose out
these three
players
are gonna
early
work
on.
from Cargo's
They're
side.
coming down to a spot where the defenders don't
They
mind
do have
losing a
3
pulse,
ace
losing a
charges.
lesion.
Bolo's
No
just
C4s
gotta
in
stay
the back
patient. He
pocket
just
here
can't
for Mute
peek
anymore.
too
It's gonna be a
early.
little bit of a stinger, but they'll happily
They
take
heard
a
one
3v3
drop.
when it
That's
comes
the
to sight
ace. They
because
heard
the
2
attackers
drop. I think all
can't
3 have
put as many
dropped.
angles at once, and Wetterballs just absolutely domes Bamba. Said he was having a bit of a map, and sure enough, it has carried on.
Nice.
And Bolo's retaken the hatch. From there, like crumble down. Honor's got to try and find his last man, but Bolo's going to do the right thing. He'll sit, He'll wait, and as soon as that plant starts going down, he is in. Otter not going to be able to finish this one off. Got the red ping on him, and Bolo just about gets there. Dark Zero take round 10.
I mean, I said it. Think about the position that Bolo's in. You have to make the conscious decision at that.
He's just got to stay patient at that point. He's really. I think with Troy and Nafe, like when they're trying to flank, they speed it up a little too fast. Especially in this map.
If you think about what they had to work with, what they had to break down was really only an open hatch because they spent a lot of time having to hunt those other two loose players, Canadian and Nafe, that they were able to get locked down around the map itself. There weren't too many options, but statistically, strategically, and structurally, that site that is built around it. It is heavy, it is fat with a pH, and it is something where it requires...
So they're going up top again because they...
This Jordan guy is proper on me. He's just like, OT is coming, casters!
I don't know why you don't think we would be biased towards the team with an English person on it.
I know, right?
You and I have cast Nafe in this very building.
Yeah, we have 4 years ago. Damn.
We have cast Nafe winning a trophy in this same arena, chaps.
Yeah. We're having a bit of fun with this one. No one's tilted, it's having a good time.
It's like you don't even read Liquipedia like we
We live on Liquipedia a lot. It's a problem. Must be my homepage at this point when we're at events like this. On to March then, round 11. Let's see if that OT really is coming, and if Jordan turns out to be the prodigy, in which case you can come take my job. If it gets to that point, could be a little bit of a battle on our hands, because again, looking at our other series from earlier on, we said the first map, a little bit of a washout, it was done. The next two maps, max OT across both of them, so heaven knows how this goes on Cafe if we get to that point.
At this point, I'm kind of curious to see what happens, because although Bliss are able to push this over the line, it takes a while. Fisher Guy is struggling with a bit of electricity and a little bit of his own breakdancing here. Now the role of the Thatcher, the play against the mirror window, is it actually going to be contested? No. Will get popped open. There won't be any direct response towards the IT breach, but it's only the first part of a much bigger puzzle. Think about it like you're taking the top of Clubhouse. If you're unaware, you still need to do the work on gym side, even if you are approaching towards
I'm going to leave that
CC
open then?
or vice versa.
I was going to say as well, nothing too crazy. You know, Monty being brought along by Fisher Guy that did so much work for them last time around. So they've kind of, I guess, pulled back a little bit here and just gone for the much more conventional setup. The double hard breach, the Thatcher on side, the Lion. And looking in towards that, normally you bring the Lion along in this current meta to deal with the Azami that, of course, is permanently banned away, but still very powerful.
Reinforce it right now.
Now there is a single player.
You won't. No
it's
balls.
Probably Canadian. It's one of his favorite places.
They don't
to
see
be.
that
Lily
game.
actually is on the mirror. Oh, it's still Canadian with the C4, ready to try and cook anyone that gets to step in. Now they've had a decent intel game, but I believe he's placed it and he's just going to... No, in fact, it's still in pocket. He doesn't trust his position. Bolo and Pamba both suffered little scrapes from long-range swings of the Ash. And Brendo just sort of tucking and pre-firing.
And believes,
They drop the hatch,
so he's going to
They're still
reposition up
stretching the
blue
space.
with
They
Nash.
realize what won them the last round, and they're making
Troy's got to
sure
stay
they
below because he's
really play that game.
him and Pamba. Well, Pamba are used is actually.
Nice, some of that push coming in.
Pamba's not the
Push
win
coming out over the
condition.
top of Electric here, and they are in. EE1D out. At least for now, the Goo Mines impeding the push forward. NJR on a big swing. Had a chance to get two
He's
there.
so
and
low,
really
though,
take
they
this
know
one
that.
through to the next round. For now,
Double
gonna
swing?
hold on, Sage
Okay, they
for
get the-
one. Immediate trade out there. Great bit of team play coming out from Dark Zero. But when all the dust has settled, it's 3v3.
They didn't get the confirm on the player, and they
Nice.
didn't get the confirmation on the motion eye.
Ah!
Look at them all stacked up, though. What a bit of a risk, Wettables. He's
2v2.
able to get one Brendo
1v2.
through the vertical, gets Canadian from underneath. A 2 versus 1, technically. Pamba, he's looking for the perfect position, and he gets the catch. A triple.
Wait, who left?
Party that was premature from Demo and Ollie because they already paid for the supplies, but here could be a chance to utilize them. A 1 versus 1, Brendo, he's going to hold on to the plant. There's 9 seconds, and
Ooh, I love
clever
this.
play. Get the player up, take it as a 2 versus 1, and go.
Yes!
Find it, Dark Zero. Hold out the round.
Where's Knife?
Wow. I'm sweating. Jordan might be onto something here. I'm going to lose my job.
Losing me. I'm gonna lose my job.
Really good round. What I love about DZ in that round in particular, to be serious for 30 seconds, then we'll go back to talking crap with chat. It was about how they played everything in twos. Every gunfight, every engagement was 2 players. We had 2 coming through Electric. We had 2 pushing through the garage doorway onto Catwalk and then swinging towards IT. So even though we saw a kill come in from Bliss, they did get the first kill onto either of
Okay,
those two
while
players.
we're doing this
It
tag
was gonna be
pause,
traded.
we'll take.
And these are the small bits of
Oops.
team play
We'll
that
not play
really
a
define a
Pokemon.
team that will make top 8 and a team that won't. Great hold by Dark Zero, still came down to the.
We're gonna listen in on the.
Scars game plan. I mean, I like to see this lineup. I can work with the Solus, the Valkyrie, the Pulse. I feel like there is actually a plan happening that, from a top-down level, this makes sense. You're gonna play Cancel in the roam, Fenrir for the side staircases, and try and force Liquid into a roam clear top-down. Then you got those C4s in pocket. Try and get that open and kill. Liquid though, great. I guess decision making here, getting that power destruction done first, then of course the IQ for the Val camps, and just like very slowly gonna work their way through this map and not risk those steps early to those C4s.
Nez got a good read on the Solus as well, and not just pinpointed it for himself, but the rest of the team. So now everybody is well aware, even if he didn't vocalize it, that there is a Solus lurking and seem to be doing so deep in the heart of basement. Right now, Rek is going to be able to get a lot of information from these calls, actually playing on the main floor.
Ooh, I was about to say, do you want to waste an impact on a drone through a floor? I don't know about that one. But you're right, Rek is getting a lot of intel. Tayu can also basically go to the other side of the site. They're down below, see where Liquid are pushing from with that heartbeat scanner as well. So there is a lot of intel that can be gathered by Scars, and also a bit of a difficult defense for Liquid to crack because of how much intel can be gathered, how far out they're playing. They are committing to this roam clear, Nick, and well, I guess Palu's cut down one. Where exactly was that?
Oh, in the window?
Ah, the classic cutoff.
We love that.
Is another person going to feed him? Gets past the rotate.
Yep.
And
No.
3 peaks hits.
Things go from bad to worse. Huge round from Paul Lucifer.
Shotgun.
The devil himself, and yeah, Pulse shotgun is not. You're not going to win that. You're certainly not winning that gunfight at that range. The FBI shotgun is a lot of things. Good is not usually a term we use to describe it, but at that range.
Why is that
not
so
in there.
funny?
Used to bullseye
Easy?
one,
Okay, they're
16 back home, and then
We'll watch this game. We'll watch that game basically when we
How impactful
when
the
this game's
Monty
over.
Shield has been, it may prove to be even stronger.
Sam will face judgment, all caps. Okay.
They say screw you too, Sam.
Let's see if we find our way there. Now, Bliss, they're attacking what is, I mean, technically a tertiary site. It is one we've seen played
Can we get a
before.
black and white camera close-up of Sam apologise?
it is a
My
site
apology, new video on YouTube in an hour.
that we've seen before. It's coming to the Reddit afterwards, apparently.
We saw this before though, right? Fisher Guy working his way up these stairs. Of course, this time around not for that top floor site, but more to work on clearing out this top floor. They've got to force these members of Dark Zero to drop away, which in fact they've already done. Look, they've all just dropped down from that top floor. No one wants any business being up there anymore. So forget about that. Get yourself a flank drone set up and now start worrying about this floor. The other blessing being they've got Otter on the Nomad, so they can lock this down. These stairways cleared off. No access to Dark Zero players.
They've got rid of some of the castle, some of the shepherding of the space itself, but they're leaving the one up on the right-hand side for now, hoping that nobody
They-
gets the swing on the storage
I was gonna say
side
they
again.
no. Okay, so they know NJR is in
Play the
sight,
space. Give yourself the direct route. You've got the Monty, and you can try
but they're gonna
and
hold a
make this
hard.
work
NJR
with more
is
limited
gonna hold a
space,
hard
the
line
protection
here.
it offers you.
He's
However,
not gonna let them go through
either
cargo.
plant,
Will Sam
either
have a ukulele,
side.
man? Ukulele.
Either side, it comes in on this, the vertical, and they're a little bit on
But
the
no one's on-
trustworthy
Naif's
because
on the
look
BP.
underneath. It's Canadian playing underneath the
Pulse.
site.
Oh, he-
What with a pulse? What and a C4? Never in a million years.
No.
No!
Happen.
Okay, no, please.
We see ourselves back
Thank
in
you.
very quickly.
We're back.
That's
Yes!
and that's Pamba popping the head of
This is
Oda on
ridiculous.
cargo control. All of this is being read by the
Troy is
Pulse.
just
All
waiting
of
for
this
a throw.
approach Is well advertised.
Oh,
There's the
oh.
attempt at the plant. Wedables gets the cover, and there's the swing around the back. But
They're going to do it.
it's 2 kills.
He's gonna run outside!
Easy. They've stopped the diffuser. They've stopped the plant, and somebody's gone for a big rotate. Out cargo window.
Fambazoo's still
apparently
outside.
still there. They'll fight down the cargo stairs. He's tucked round to the left-hand side. They've pulled themselves back. Pamba's back in the building on the second
Oh,
story.
Naif's got the shotgun.
15 seconds. Oh no, Derry. You know what's about to happen,
Jordan's
don't you?
right. No, not like this. No. No. He's going to be insufferable in chat. Absolutely insufferable. Oh, it's gone to OT. Oh, I'm going to lose my job.
Oh, 6-6.
However, fair play to DZ. 3 rounds from nothing as well. They were down 6-3. It looked like they were really chalked. They had that tack timeout of 5-3 and then still lost the next round, only to bounce it back. Really dug deep there, really fought back in. So to be professional for a moment, fair play to Dark Zero. An OT that is deserved, and they've still got the chance to see this one closed and wrapped up 2-0.
Chat is asking you to say the thing, but I don't know.
What thing?
We're going.
Do we say it for Jordan, given he very fairly...
I don't know. Would that
I
bring...
think Jordan deserves
I don't know
it.
if that would bring peace.
I've got the one. I've got the
All
one. We're going to overtime, chat.
I bet you've never felt this involved. I bet you
They feel part of the action.
You guys get that one. You can set that as your alarm.
This is ridiculous.
If you really like. You can take that one.
These unhinged streams are the best thing in the world, though. I love
You can
it.
take that one to the bank.
The thing is, I can't do it on A stream because everyone hears it in production. In B stream, just Sam. Sam's just like, I'll hear this, and I ain't going to tell a soul.
Yeah,
I've heard he can't hear us right now because he's working on that apology. In fact, no, he's gone to the shop to buy a ukulele.
He's gone to the shop to buy the ukulele.
Then he's doing the YouTube video.
There's a lot
He's a busy
to do,
man.
and it's because of all you chatters at home.
Check your PayPals for the bribe to cast the curse bliss. Very good.
Okay, overtime.
Who starts on defense? I haven't even looked at the screen in about 2 minutes.
Bliss
Okay,
start on
very
defense,
good.
but it's 3-3 halves.
Look what Nadian's on. Look what Nadian's on. Let's follow Nadian. Let's see if he can. The
Blitz.
man's 2-10. What's he going to do?
I really want this to go horribly wrong. But just to continue, I want to go into the third map, but only because I want to see how far the fight with chat can go.
Sam is going to need therapy after this match. He's followed the stream, but he can't talk for 5 minutes. He can't do nothing. Sam will announce himself to the world in a few minutes' time. Don't you worry.
Producer Sam's about to find a bit of a beef with you all, and the pressure is going to be inside the
Here we
side.
go.
It's 3-2-1 go, smashing their way all the way around. Remember, we said there was only a single player here before. It's the same strategy. They do have one on the cargo stairs side. And as the calls come out,
Where are
FAR
they?
is the first to suffer.
He can't
Look at
find
the
them.
kit. He can't find anybody. The
Now he
Blitz
has.
gets the blind, the Fenrir gets the bonk. Knocked around, they've got the breach open, they have the control.
Damn,
How
knows
do they
this from
retake
last time
here?
now.
They're in a very sticky situation, and Nafe makes
Nice,
it
Nafe!
sticky.
Nafe!
Swing round.
Nice!
Nafe with the 3, where's he been? Hanging around the kitchen.
They're going to make this 4 in a row, and I love the fact they've realised site was basically empty. Troy spent 30 seconds trying to find someone on a blitz. But
Send
then
him back
Brendo
upstairs.
ignored the
Send him
play.
back upstairs. Oh, he's
Plan
planting.
going down.
Fuck.
Brendo's got it all to do. Pamba's not going to leave anything for him. A flawless round.
Nice. They
One
came
round
up with the
Miami.
perfect,
Securing that spot at our main stage. on Friday.
perfect counter. Because they didn't send the blitz in last time. They just sent
know.
Pamba.
See,
But
I
now
think
you
what
send in,
Rudy said is
now
correct.
you send in
It's
Troy.
chaos. And it's even worse when Sam's there because he's a little bit of an enabler.
That felt like the first bit of casting I've done in a long time.
In about half a map, yeah. Oh, Bliss timeout.
Bliss time out. Bliss time out.
Are you sure you don't want to change that timeout to a different team, Sam, just to wind some people up in chat? And you put M80 in there or Bleed again?
A day to put,
They were really pissed off about
a
that.
day to put chat timeout.
Chat timeout. Everyone timeout. No more typing.
Tactical timeout from chat. Chat has got on the line, got the connection.
Oh.
It's the only time they can take it, please.
This is unreal.
And this doesn't mean they go home, but it does mean it's another APAC team, a region team that's lost today, and it does mean that they have to play
I
tomorrow.
had to scroll to find Jordan.
Oh my god, it's going to be
Where's the
Bleed
code
versus
for
Bliss. Imagine.
Oh man, this feels bad. No
Bleed
code
versus
inside.
Bliss.
Makes me wanna
Anything else you want to throw in there,
Bleed versus Bliss for a spot in the finals.
Sure it'll be some
Okay,
more
so because we
smack.
have to
What do we
see
think
Bleed,
Des does?
Bliss,
What do we think of Tori?
Tom's,
Talon,
chant.
Yeah, it
um,
works.
Apparently it's gonna
fuck, not ITB, Beast Coast,
Well, do they not know that
and
this is a
then
job, so it
the
wouldn't
winner of
change just doing
this
It's not
game,
really a
Liquid
hobby.
versus
I could have a new
Stars,
hobby, like
which I'm
gardening,
assuming
but
Liquid's
I'd
gonna
still
win.
come to work every day.
It would change nothing.
If you think we're hobbyists,
Oh.
we really full send our hobbies. We put this whole show
Do you know
up.
I go out and buy
Those-
shirts for this?
These 10 players, hobbyists. Producer Sam. Ah, he does it for the love of the game.
He's back there and earns a dinner, and that's about all he gets for being here.
6 to 7. My mind is gone. Dark Zeros hasn't Bliss. they can still pull this one back. Remember how sort of back and forth this has been. This was a 6-3 at one point. Bliss were on the precipice of pushing this over, and 4 rounds in a row from the side of DZ. They're back to a defense which, well, of the past 4 rounds, 3 of them were defense wins.
The copium is in full effect right now for me. Had to borrow Jordan's supply after that 9th round, and I think we're about to run out.
I'm assuming Scars won that round.
2-0. 2.5 minutes stand between them and that main stage on Friday, like we keep on saying. I know there's a lot on the line. There's 3 more
No,
teams
Maya
in there
won.
tomorrow as
There
well.
is.
They lose this game, you still got that chance tomorrow, because both of these teams being at 2-1.
Okay, they open up that. But Bliss on attack now.
I don't think it'll be. There's only an A stream, so you won't get this kind of cast again, guys. I'm sorry. However, but you can still enjoy the game, no doubt. IT being opened up. I'm starting that march on forward. You can see for now, at least most of Dark Zero's players are dug back on site as well. You've got the one lurking out towards Aqua. We saw last time around when Fisher Guy was at least on the shield. There was a little bit of late round push in that direction, and maybe the half expecting that. Of course, he's on the Thermite. They might
So they didn't bring Monty, but they're still gonna do maybe this blue push. It's probably gonna be a CT push. Yeah, the Brendo's gonna go fast here. They're gonna go fast.
That we've seen, as I said, although they
Pamba's gonna play from below. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Pamba gets one. So he gets out Brendo. That's a huge fragger gone. Oh! And the Nadian! But Anjera gets taken out. And okay.
Held off, could not progress any further because of the castle. Fisher guy from the top row.
Oh! That's game! That's game!
Underneath you. Wedables, all that's left of Blizz's
Bolo's
hope
tucked.
of taking this one and keeping their hopes alive today. 6-7 in a 1.
They have a cross here, so Bolo's gonna take first contact, and when Bolo gets contacted, they traded! DZ goes to the fucking stage! Let's go! NA! NA! That's a major comeback. Holy.
I can't cope anymore. I can't take it. I can't take it. Jordan's in my head rent-free for the next few days, that's for sure. But being serious for a second, really big comeback by DZ. Being down at 6-3, I was convinced we were going into Cafe, and a map 3 would have been a fantastic way to close things out.
Close to calling
Dark Zero just a step too far for the Aussie side to overcome. They still have that second chance tomorrow. They are 2-2. But I tell you what, I don't think anything is more terrifying than playing on that very final day when it's 2-2. You have to win, and you go to the main stage the very next day, or 2 days later, admittedly, there's a break in the middle, or you fly back home the next morning. It's a lot of pressure, and that's what they've got to face off against tomorrow, with 5 other teams who will be in exactly the same position.
Now, they fell short last time by a single game, of not quite making it towards the live stages. Bliss, unfortunately, not quite living in it yet. They are drifting back and forth.
Oh, Sam messed up again on production.
What'd he do?
If the map says won by Bliss.
Oh, you're
Sam.
just... Now, that is copium.
Sam, man, you need to get in that chat and be apologising right now.
There he is. And there they are, Dark Zero. I mean, again,
Go. Yeah. Liquid are winning. Scars.
For all the comments
Scars are
about
chucked.
how it was weird of getting back into it, the rested control was never fought for, more delivered. Dark Zero just had it a little bit more. They
Bolo,
definitely picked up their game
17.
after that timeout and were able to thread so many rounds.
It's good to see Bolo at the top as well. Bolo on top. And on the other side, like I know the scores are all below 100 when it comes to the EPS, but I do want to give a shout out to Wettables as well, especially on that map. He did have a really big performance. Not big enough to overcome Dark Zero, admittedly, but still a big game.
Just seeing all of chat, just Sam.
Apologise to a Sam.
Sam.
Sam, surely you can work some magic and actually speak, right? It's not just our microphones that feed into this.
I think that's too much pressure.
It'd be too much
Even
to
I
do.
can't speak.
The man's got like 8 arms back there, pressing every button that he can possibly find. It's why he's not talking to us right now, imagine. He's prepping everything.
Yeah, we're really putting the hurt on. But, Dark Zero fans, hey, it's us. Apparently, very biased casters.
I'm almost sad the B stream goes away now. I could have done more of this.
I wanted a third map.
I would have loved a Cafe third map.
Is this the end of the B stream in total? Are we the send-off?
Yeah, we are the send-off of the B stream. Tomorrow,
we are nothing.
Tomorrow we go down to a single stream. It's 3 games, all on one stream rather than running 2. So was the end of the B stream.
Wow.
At least it was a laugh.
And this was our send-off.
Do you have to do a formal apology to chat, do you think?
You do. I'll play the uke.
I am really sorry for doubting our lords and saviors, Dark Zero. They are clearly the far superior team, and when it comes to Friday, I have zero doubt that they will not get knocked out in the quarterfinals. Who am I kidding? Of course you are! You're in the UK arena! North America's going home on Friday! That's me done. We're still here for now. We're not done yet. That would have been one hell
Hey,
of a
do
throw.
you know where we can go? Do you want to see how people do this hobby professionally? The A stream, where we might see another Asian Pacific team lose from that region. Let's go over. Thank you so much. I am so sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Sam.
Okay, we'll transition over. We'll throw this live.
Is that what they served at the burger?
We'll see that tab
King in
later.
Copenhagen?
You've been making the Oklahoma onion burger.
True, I have. For context, by the way, we went to a Burger King one night in Copenhagen, and for that day only, it was the only
No, it was 1
vegetarian.
month. It was 1 month.
1 month only. It was the only vegetarian Burger King in the world.
On the whole planet.
What are
A
they?
meatless Burger King. And of course, maybe we went there late at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe after a bar, and we were like, I want a burger.
And
What do you
well,
mean there's no burger in this burger?
What do you mean this is a nothing
What do you
burger?
I want chicken nuggets. What do you mean there's no chicken in them? I don't understand.
They took the chicken out the nugget.
And then they left the nugget. Who knows what's inside of it? It's not chicken.
Well, I will
Jesse
say.
was also there, I believe. Was he not?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Well,
Quite the experience.
unfortunately, this might be an impossible comeback from Scars at this point. Down 6-2, going up to the top floor. Liquid winning that tertiary site. 12-2 for Maya now. What's the math on that?
Maya started with 96 kills. That's oh damn. You never do math. It's 108. Oh, okay.
It's 108. It's on for 108.
No, I wasn't actually stalling because I couldn't do that math. I was trying to figure out how much farther behind Nesk he was.
Oh, okay.
The magic number, by the way, is 8. Maya needs 8 more kills than Nesk at the end of this map to tie Nesk, 9 to surpass him, and as you can see on your screen, Maya's only 6 ahead. So Nesk technically still has the lead on the team in terms of kills.
He popped off just now.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Well, because I was trying to do I was trying to do 2 math at the same time.
That's smart.
Not just 1 math,
But 2 math.
2 math.
Minute 15 seconds in, Liquid setup, Nick. I don't think you and I are really shocked by any of this. We got the Mira watching Garage. We got the Electric Claws, Valkyrie cams for Intel, and Scars starting open with the Connector Breach.
And you think that when it's this kind of matchup where one team is so far ahead, I think Scar's going to really basic default attacks isn't a good look. We used to praise APAC for being chaotic and really quick and unpredictable, and Scars, they are that kind of team sometimes. But in this matchup so far, it's been very much like they're playing like EU, NA, and Brazil, which against Liquid, a very structured, methodical team, isn't the way forward.
And I also think one big problem they're going to have is, everyone look at the left side of your screen. We've got 1 minute left. We're playing Execute Siege, and we have 4 C4s, now 3 C4s, and 3 toxic canisters left as we're just entering the final minute. Of course, some of these could die in gunfights or die to a Shoy, pressuring the Buck from below, which I think is a really good look at the moments. But there's so much secondary utility and primary utility that Liquid have right now that a default take with a plant is maybe not going to end well.
And that's the thing.
See you later, Maya.
And with that timer going, no, I should finally get the kill, but Reset straight back.
And Resets has been very good so far in this half. Admittedly, there haven't been a lot of rounds, so we'll see. Does Liquid need to keep defending, or does it come to an end? Resets positive on kills, but dies to wreck. The advantage goes back to Scars. Now it's Lagonis. Prone.
Rack again.
Yet another. Everything working out for Scars at the moment. Nina losing a huge chunk of HP to Lagonis. Will have to work with Nesk as they keep the site intact. A bad swing by Lagonis. Nesk softened up. Excellent end of the round as Fishlike collects both of those kills. And it's another round for Scars, immediately converting their timeout in a positive direction.
I am sorry, Washu, I was not familiar with your game. Night verticality downstairs definitely changed the outcome of that round because that was not a basic default attack. There was a small flare added to it that made a big difference.
It was honestly one of the more impressive bucks from below that I've seen from that site.
Well, we actually have a call-in, as unorthodox as it may be, with our good friend Jesse. Jesse.
Hello guys, I'm coming because we've just broken 2 ridiculous trends from Scars through both their match that they're playing right now and the last Nighthaven Labs they played yesterday against Dark Zero. In that DZ game, not a single player went positive and they didn't win a single attack. Now we've seen, for the first time, Rek is positive and they've won an attack. Is this the start of a comeback? Probably not, but it's at least the first right step.
Thank you very much, Jesse. Hell of a stat, and honestly,
Oh, yeah.
as my family likes to say, you can't
Hold
jump
on, wait. Jesse, don't go yet. I want to ask you a question. No!
Oh!
To be fair, I was just going to do a bit, so it's not really
What are you going to ask?
about the Burger King.
Oh. Jesse, you remember the meatless Burger King?
Hey, is it the start of a comeback, though? I mean, here's what I will say this. Scars are still proving they can contest with Liquid in terms of gun skill. And that is on. But in rounds like that, when it gets hectic and they're given 1v1s, sure. When they're peeking Palu on a window 3 players in a row, yeah, that one might escape them. But when they have moments like that where Liquid start kind of getting antsy, making mistakes, they're winning. What is going on here?
They're dancing.
They're just bouncing back and forth. Hello? Wreck? No, Wreck! He's not positive anymore!
No!
Hey, Jesse, back on the line.
Jesse, is this the start of
They
a
had a
comeback?
drone on him! No!
Jesse, is this the start of a comeback? The only positive player immediately does not go positive. That's the Jesse curse. The Jesse special. Probably on Cloud 9 because his Edmonton Oilers won last night.
Shout out.
Stayed up till 5 a.m. watching that because he had a late start time so he could sleep in.
That's time management right there.
I believe. He's good with numbers. I call him Nerd Boy.
Yeah.
Because he's a nerd and he's good with numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why is he called Worm Boy?
Reload.
Is he a worm?
Yep.
Yep.
Tremendous skill.
They're just having so much fun in this try, guys.
5v4 for Liquid now, and oh, Nina, you gotta win this fight with the Vendetta. Oh, somebody again giving Palu a 1v1. He's doing enough defense, too.
But he doesn't spot through the breach that's been opened up that Fishlike is watching that. Palu off of the board. All of these rounds have been so quick. Feels like this matchup has flown by. Now we're hitting the halfway point of the round. 3 players already in the ground.
And unlike last round, Liquid are actually fighting back and doing something on the map. Some 5 guys on the bomb site waiting for Scars to approach them. This is a very active roam game from Liquid with 3 separate players while still having 2 player preview below, watching cameras, holding down the bomb side, and Scars
But the-
are not really
it's
into
basement,
building
right?
now. They're
No,
being
it's-
kept outside.
Playing very skittish, very, very skittish. Maybe using this final death mark would be good to try and power one of these players either on the top floor or below on the site. Taiyu will try, but this is Diffuser. He's got to win this one, and, well, Fishlike certainly didn't.
Now the swing here from Ness goes in their favor. It's all up to Nina.
Just wasn't
It
flashed.
does not go in his favor. Ness wins the fight, and Nina now on Garage looking in the
Well,
wrong direction.
there we go.
It's just another day at the office.
Fucking easy. Play the music. Oh my god, we got one more map.
Time online when nobody talk to. 'Cause they all felt like they moved on. Well, I've been stuck here writing
Tutor.
songs about the shit
Okay.
I was.
Oh!
Went to college. I have new friends and think about them
So we have some
nights
time
then.
to fucking, because it could be, it's not fatter. It's XXEOT. It's not utter, because the U didn't work both times. It's not, is it cater? Okay, I'm gonna go with downs here. Okay. This is the only vowel left. Nice. I did not know that was a word. Yeah.
They'd always say how nothing would change, but that ain't how it came to be. I bet they think
Feeling couch.
about it easy if only they
Okay.
talk to me. I tell them how bad this year's been. I'm
E
moving
and
on,
R.
harder things isn't as bad as staying still. I wish I was better. I know I treated people wrong. Apologize to whoever.
No, O doesn't work.
But I know if they really like me, they'd still remember. Send a message every once in a while, but never.
So R has to be here.
I don't
Or R could be here.
everything I've done, but that don't mean I can't go on. Trip down memories that I won't ever have. No, I don't think I'm
No, that's a terrible word. I would just be using that for information on. It should be RU, so.
I don't regret everything I've done, but that don't mean I can't go on. Trip down memories that I won't ever have. No, I
So R has to be here. There's a P. So it's P-U-R. P-U-R-E. So M, B. Oh, shit. And add. Is it L or is it P? That's the real question.
I think the hardest part was the acceptance that I let you slip in.
Pure.
Maybe I could fall. Just try to remember who surrounded you from all the
It's a 2 E's? Fuck, dude. Still got 6 minutes, so we'll keep playing Wordle, honestly. I'd rather play Wordle than fucking Pokemon roguelike right now. Think. Okay. It's not night. Sounds la la la. I'm gonna try pints. Does that help me at all? Okay, so we know T. Okay, so T has to be here. I can be here, and okay, T could be here. It's not inches. Bye. Oh, why would I use? Could I try thick? No, it would just be replacing the N with the top. That doesn't help at all. It's worth this igloo. Unless I is at the end. Like a thrill? No, but T doesn't work there, so I know that. But it also could be another letter that I don't have. I could try jumps. No, but like... Because jumps would just get J-U-M, and then P-S wouldn't leave me anywhere. I could, but reach isn't gonna. I feel like if I use the word reach, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna try to. So T is in the middle. Oh, there is an R. So okay, so I need to ignore T now. So N can be here or here. I think N has to be at the end because it wouldn't work here. Is it? No, it's not Ritter. Should I try right? No, but I doesn't work there. I know T has to be in the middle, so it can't be that. No, that wouldn't work. I-R-T... IR. Should I try bitch? No, but I doesn't work there. Unless I, well, it could go like R-I-T-I-N. No, but I can't work there. I has to be here. IRTIN. How long do we have? 2 minutes. Okay. It's okay. I literally need one more letter. No. And it's not vouch. V-O. Oh, no, it wouldn't because O-U-C-H. Well, it's not right. I know that for a fact because there's no G and there's no H. Wait, can I try niche? No, niche wouldn't work because it's an N-I again. C-H-E. And we know E isn't in the word. What word? No. Dude, I think the I has to be at the end. Wait, is it outer? Okay. Wait, why did I do outer? Okay, so I know the 5 words. Is it? It's not a word. So N has to be at the end. Wait. Is it I-R-T-O-N? Move me wrong. Well, okay. It's either an I or it either starts with an I or R. It either starts with an I or an R. So I'm gonna start with an R. But then N has to be at the end. Or it could be O-N-T-E-R. Oh wait, why E-R? I-R. Oh, inner. Thank God. I fucked that up so hard. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. That is the biggest fumble. That is truly the biggest fumble. That is a huge fumble. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Outro. Outro. Wow, I really fucked that up. There's an O. Could try couch. Spelled couch terribly wrong. Oh, okay. C-O. No. So now we have C-O. Let's try to figure out some different letters. I can go with the easy piles. Because actually it would hit 5 words. Ooh, okay, I think we have all 5 words. Yeah, we do. C-O. Okay. Because I have an E and I have an S and I have a P. So it can be EPS. EPS doesn't work. Splendid. So there's an H at the end. So it has. Oh, wait, it could be Birch. No. No. Has to be an R and T. So no, not Torch. Has to be RH. Has to be an RH at the end, right? No. Because it can't be a C. We're just waiting for the next game to start, so we'll finish this Wordle up and then we'll start watching. Well, I could go with the safe pot. No. Okay. I could try Groot. No, because we know R isn't there, so I need to start with an R at the end. I could try Utter. Well, we know there's no E, but we can figure out if there's a T in it or not. Okay, so R does. Well, I knew R didn't fit at the end, but I wanted to figure out these letters. Wait, so it's an I. The vowel has to be an I. Vowel has to be an I. It's not a C. What the fuck? No, that doesn't. That also isn't a word. Damn it. What the fuck? I could. No, I can't try Torch. If I try Torch, I would literally just be getting. I would just be trying to find the R, and that's a terrible thing to do. Like, Actually, we'll listen in while we fucking. We'll listen in while we try and figure this shit out. Okay, I'm writing piles down just so I get some fucking letters. Okay. So, okay, fuck. It's not Ghost. That's what my mind immediately went to. Wait. The vowel has to be a Y. Because I have A, E, I, O, U is out. So it has to be a Y somewhere. Ho, 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 ho. What word is this? What the fuck?
Armor jumps out the window. Rinse repeat, and the fourth time it's gonna work. What if the Amaru dies?
Well, then it's over. That's what I was gonna say. Some teams, what they'll do is instead of having the Amaru going with the diffuser, they'll fully commit to the CEO repel. The player can still hop out, but the Amaru will go in the projector window and try and go with the backstab inside of the site as a